They're going to be locking in.
Yeah, I think I do feel like Melissa. Okay, they will go back to the Melissa. Echo, I wonder if they are interested for the Franco. The benefit that you get out of Franco is that you have a lockdown for the Joy. You always want to have some way to lock down the Joy, especially because they themselves have banned out the glue.
Yeah, they need it earlier, or sooner rather than later, you know? There we go. They've already locked it in. So again, thinking ahead of time, let's get into the second phase. Because this is where it's going to get really spicy. onic, they can focus down on Benny Q these picks if they really, really wanted to. They can also start looking at maybe limiting one or two, maybe one jungle option, just to kind of make sure that the Fredrin stays in the jungle.
That's a benefit of picking up the Melissa very early for onic. They really don't care as much about the matchup. Maybe, especially because the Valentina has already been shown. This means that they can really just, you know, reduce the amount of marksmen available for Echo in the second set of bans.
And we can even see the response from Echo, right? They're focusing down on making sure that Kairi isn't going to get his signature picks in the jungle, right? Making sure that these assassins aren't going to hurt Benny's side, knowing where onic is going to target their bans. There we go, Khan. Yeah, so this, now we've got a very clear lead of the mindsets of the teams.
That's right.
Bitrix next then, right? They want to give the same matchup to CW. They want to either force CW or force Benny on Carry, Brody, or Harith.
Well, let's have a look here. Sky's the limit.
Skyry.
Skyry, I like that a lot. Skyry has 7 unique heroes used in MSC, claiming the top spot using utility and assassin junglers. He's currently tied with D7 and Dreams, both which are roamers.
Oh, it's the Brock band, so it's not the Bitrix.
No, it's not the Beatrix. They are okay with the Beatrix, maybe because they have the Joy anyways.
And the Kadena.
And the Kadena, you're correct.
So there's so much going for Benny anyways, so they'll save him for last. They'll try to make sure that he's okay going into the early to mid, that he can scale up, and they'll give Sanford this comfort. Is this what happens now? Is this Echo just reverting, defaulting to comfort so that they can fight for game 4?
I mean, to be fair, yes, this is a comfort, but let's also recognize that, like, somebody needed to attack Melissa from the getaway from me, right? And Grok is a very simple way of doing it. Lapu, margin of error is still there, but we're talking about Sanford here. He has won a world championship with this hero.
I agree. I will not be surprised if this is something like an Amon from onic. No, they go lands. Okay, they're looking for a roamer or maybe a damage dealer. Farsa may not be. Dovaria is there, or Kagura perhaps for onic.
Kufra. So yeah, they just want to be able to stop dashes. They want to be able to engage, and they give the Beatrix over. Very, very interesting.
onic is looking to end the way they started, off of Keyboy's Kufra.
And I don't know. I'm very nervous, and I'm not the Indonesian on this table. This is going to be quite the game here, potentially a game-winning one for onic, but Echo, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail, all of which are going to be signature picks, comfort heroes, as we will slowly be moving in towards that game. Leo, I think I'll pass it to you. You take it from here.
Gentlemen, this is now or never. Echo has to present a threat, or else onic moves on. For the first time in a while, we have Manji, or Manford, sitting down. He's usually dancing around. He has been humbled.
And for good reason. onic, the way that they won in the first 2 games, you would definitely believe that they are the best in this tournament. Why? Because it was Echo that they defeated. And it wasn't Echo just making the mistakes whatsoever. It was Echo fighting in the same degree as onic. There's so much decisiveness between these 2 teams, but onic won 2 games.
And now, this could be the last. onic here, just helping Kairi start off that orange while it's Carl Teasy mirroring.
Oh, both of the mid laners are having a bit of fun. You know, we spoke about the Sansan duo. Turns out we have our own Sansan matchup in the mid lane.
Across the seas.
Across the seas.
Or the river here. Keyboy spots Yaoi. There was a sent an attempt. There's a jump.
Good jump, boots as well. Oh, forcing a flicker very early on from Yaoi.
It's definitely a bad decision from Yaoi. The fact that they don't have the flicker for the first turtle fight, that's massive.
Yep, that's 102 seconds that Yaoi has to wait, given the adjustments to pull yourself together. But should be enough time, given that he might not even have the bloody hunt when time comes.
Okay, the Joy is a problem here, and I really like the duel between Sans and Sanji. The way that they're also look at that micro play coming up from Sanji. He held on to the minion so that it will not be as fast, and Sans his lane will be frozen a little bit.
Yep, and Sanji's continuing, right? For that matter. Now here's a duel once more. Carlteasy and Kairi, they let go.
Yeah. Little Wanderer going into Carlteasy. Every single thing matters in this particular game and in this particular matchup between Carlteasy and Kairi. And just a Little Wanderer can spell a massive difference between two junglers.
Yep, it allows Carlteasy to reposition. Again, there's that movement speed buff along the river, that main artery that draws from corner to corner. Now Turtle has spawned. Boots here at half health. I'm wondering if he's ready to come through. And now both junglers are on the scene.
Kai on the Lancelot. This time Sanford can use the bravest fighter here. Looking for the stun right now, and that's going to be a free. Turtle over to Carlteasy. Rhythm popped in. That's going to be the bloody hunt as well. Locking Keyboy down, but he fires a 3-man. That's the vengeance, and that's the combo with the Petrify. Carlteasy able to sustain right now, but Boots finds the first blood on the back line. Carl looking for the trade. Kairi 1 HP, but Keyboy and Sans proves to be too much for him to handle. Finally, we get a good trade back. Echo is able to take Boots down, but the kill was only for Yaoi.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Echo getting the kill, but the fact that they got the turtle, that's what's more important here. You can already see why the Valentina is favored to go up against the Joy, not only because of the ultimate that they can steal, but also because of the damage of the Shadow Strike. Once you lock down the Joy, it's not going to be a free pass to the backlines. That's why Boots, despite getting the kill, still received a lot of damage. Overall, Echo wins the first turtle fight.
And this is already a great change. If we're expecting to go to game 4, maybe even 5, Echo have to start changing up this dynamic with the turtle. Oh!
Carl gonna be caught with the rough waves, and Sans picks up the kill. Did Kairi steal his purple buff?
Let me see. We'll never know unless...
Now Sans is able to escape. Oh, it's a red apathy, not enough! It's not enough to kill Sans. Beautiful oddity. The ocean oddity to get out of range.
Back-to-back unfortunate events up top. Boots gets away as well.
And 15% reduction in the damage under the outer turret. Energy shields, Yaoi with direction to Kairi. Man, they don't stop.
They don't stop. They want to keep on going as CW hits onto the turret, getting a bit of gold himself.
Oh, onic really... Oh, I mean, Echo... You would think that they already have the lead, but onic will always find an opening. And the fact that they found a kill onto Carlteasy, that was so weird to see, because we didn't see the build-up on how they were put in that position. What matters is onic took out Carlteasy, and that's a massive dent. You can see Kairi already level 7.
And Carlteasy's just about to get there, right? Another jump, catches one, and a hook.
Bloody Hunt as well. Bravest Spider also used up. 2 big ultimates used up, but Keyboy will fall. They go have a man advantage. Kairi, 1 level lead. Carl gonna be able to find that level 2 as well. Level 7. Sans jumping back in. Kairi with Retribution, but it's Carl! The goal finds it. Rough waves over to Sanji. Is Sans gonna be caught? The appraiser's right. Oh, Carl! What? He different direction! Now it's gonna be Kairi jumping to the back, looking for the kill. But he has to be careful here. Sanji does some damage, and Kai ends up getting caught.
Oh, that's deja vu. I think that's what happened, Wolf. Earlier when Carlteasy fell, it was just onic collapsing on him. This time around, they catch the one. They catch Kairi.
Very important. And Kairi, very questionable that he went for that play, specifically because he knew that there were 4 people in there. They already got away. With Sans surviving, that could have been a massive, that could have been a getaway for onic, but it didn't. And it now puts the tempo to Echo 1.4K. God.
That's a solid lead, especially how close this game is, 2-3. In 5 minutes, there's a hook!
Oh, Keyboy cancels it though, now not fully in range. Sans jumping in, the Venice Rage still find his mark. Rough waves popped in onto Yaoi, but the conceal is there. Echo playing it clean with their pickoff strat.
And now in mid, once more, these 2 junglers, these 2 young prodigies going in. Champions in their own right. What all this action is buying in the mid and in the lower part of the maps are a dead lane once more. It's like that Masha Terizla matchup, but yeah, it's just the Lapu Lapu and the Joy waiting to rotate. They don't want to see each other in that lane.
It kind of gives a lot of advantage to Benny Cutie. Well, just as we say that
we saw it there.
Yeah, we saw it. you have the Blade of Despair already available for Benny Cutie. Now's the time. 6 minutes in, you have an engage comp from Echo. You do have a way to pick off, but generally speaking, you want to engage with this Fredrin and this Beatrix, Valentina to top it all off. You have the power spike now, Echo, and onic, they have not built enough for them to defend against Echo, unless, of course, Keyboy finds a massive ultimate.
Oh, but he's the one who's found.
Keyboy canceled out. Keyboy canceled the hook with the top boots and the Tyrant's Revenge. Perfectly timed. Now, Sanford has the ultimate back up. Kyrie is looking for the steal. Let's see if he's able to make this work. Carl versus Kyrie. Kyrie pops the Phantom Execution a little bit too late. Conceal play. Echo is able to escape. Carl TZ secures the turtle. 3-0 in the bottom lane. Sanford 1v1 against CW right now is going to be able to dash out, but it's not going to be enough as the flicker comes through. Sanford with a solo kill.
The Apex Predator finds one, and up top, Boots, it's 3 on him.
He's going to be slain as well. Benny picks up the kill. Echo side laners are online in game number 3.
Oh, okay. Gonna be very bad for onic. Not only did they lose the turtle, might have gotten away with Keyboy, but the fact that they lost the kill onto the bottom lane, and they also will lose a turret up top. It's just the map that will be bleeding red this time.
It's about 10 seconds until the purple. And the Lord, and no! They take down Sans once more. He couldn't even respond. This is going to allow Echo to push the tempo. Again, I think up next on the docket, that mid lane, so that the Lord coming in a minute will be as free as it gets.
Boots is going to be sandwiched here. Not a good position to be at right now.
Whoa.
The hook, oh, it barely connects. Boots just barely out of range as Benny Cutie and Sanji just goes ham onto the tier 2 turret up top, sieging it down, clearing out the mini waves, and takes it down.
Oh, look at Kyrie stealing that orange.
Yep.
Never a dull moment. He's always up too.
Ooh. These hooks have been just like
Any TP out?
a pixel away.
We'll see him.
Ooh. Okay. I didn't know, and when Carl TC goes back, he will be surprised that there's no orange buff there.
Could have sworn. Sworn I left it here.
We just have cooldown.
But there's a massive difference now between the gold laners. That's gonna be Blade of Despair, incoming, Malefic Roar perhaps onto Benny Cutie, or maybe might prioritize the Hunter Strike afterwards. Still, Chewis a critical mass. I feel that at 8 minutes, the first Lord of the fight, Echo, is still in a mountain ahead of onic.
Yep, for the first time in this series, it's Echo who's calling the shots. Echo in the driver's seat. 4.5k ahead, about 9 minutes in. Carl TZ pulls the Lord. Yaoi controlling his pixel brush. Oh, misses Keyboy. Look at the angle that Sans has.
Again, still gonna be Kyrie jumping in now. Bloody Hunt, no! It gets knocked up, it gets cancelled by the Lord! Keyboy finds Benny, but there's no one to follow it up. Keyboy now backing up. Sanford finding the stun, now the bravest fighter. CW's gonna be caught right now as the backline's gonna be turning down as the flicker, but go away! CW is able to dish out so much damage, peeling away. Sanford's low, Kyrie looking for him. He finds a Thorn Rose, but in the back, it's still Echo winning in this fight. CW putting the models down again, but Kyrie should fall here to Sanji. That's the runner, that's Kyrie! Oh, Sanji takes them out at the killing spree, and Echo are in full control in game number 3.
A 4-for-1 with Echo converting into the first Lord of the game. No denying the mechanics on every single player in this bout is on a whole nother level. But again, against two heavy hitting core heroes, the one could not get away.
That one couldn't get away. Unbelievable fight coming out from onic. I thought for sure that they didn't stand a chance against Echo. I thought that if they do fight against Echo, they will just be wiped out.
This is a stat. No way.
Average. Okay.
Our league operators work hard.
They really do.
They really do.
TPM. So average TPM was how much? 6?
Yeah.
I don't need.
If I'm not mistaken, Sanji's ahead.
I don't believe that.
All right, Sans got to step up this game, man. His TPMs are looking real low this game.
Because Sans has been dying a little bit more in the series compared to the rest of MSC. So that's why Sanji's on the up and up here.
Okay. Interesting point, for sure. Okay. Kyrie went for the Thunderbelt, by the way. It's not the Molten Essence into the War Axe greedy build that DC Carl TZ have used.
Oh, nice Petrify there to cancel it out with the flicker. Yeah, we're going to be engaged on Tyrant's Rage. Popped in, CW with the go away right now, but the sun connects onto the back line. CW is going to fall. Who's the once again prevails in this team fight, saving his team. Tier 2 in the mid lane falling.
Top lane, Lord's gonna swing away at it. 3 defenders from onic here. Huge trade coming in. Echo 7K ahead. They're outgunning and outmanning Echo. Still here. And now they take that inhibitor. Can they go for the finish?
6 seconds. Sanford with the bravest fighter still has it right now. Is asking the retribution coming in. Keyboy jumping in as well. The Terrified not going to be able to kill Kyrie right now. Is asking the respawn timers coming down. onic able to fight. Boots jumping back in onto the base of it all. With the rhythm. Is it enough? Boots tries to shut down. Keyboy finds a play to turn it around.
Huge punish coming in from onic. Definitely not endable quite yet. Echo, the gold lead has shrunken down to 4K. And we'll see once more how deep Echo was and how sure they were that they could finish.
Back-to-back plays coming out from Keyboy, catching the entirety of Echo that's pushing in there. You can see the jump. Then Boots, after the flicker coming up from Benikute, which wasn't the maximum range, was able to catch up. That Keyboy with the flicker so that he can thread the needle. You have Chewe dealing the damage already, and that was some great punish coming out from onic. Still, they are way behind. The debt is still pretty high. But onic, that's still an important swing back.
Mere moments ago, we could have sworn Echo was going to end it. And now, just as quickly as we analyze that replay, onic are back. And they are taking away buffs from Carl Tizzy. It's a quarter of a minute left until this Lord spawns. This is going to be Luminous Lord. If Echo gets this, again, back to the aggression, back to the tempo. If onic gets it, we're back to a 50-50. Hell, maybe onic can even end, given how fast they've recovered.
Still the fact remains, Echo, they have an economic advantage. They will be the one first to get into Lord Kyrie.
Gonna turn.
He opens it up for his team. Now he's going to spawn it out. Sanford with the bravest fighter defensively right now. Keyboy! He's able to find Benny! He found Benny in the defensive fire! The collapse! onic, they disregard the Lord! They go for the fight! Kyrie in the midst of it all right now with the phantom execution. That's a lot of damage plays down, but look at TW who's going to be able to bring it in the back. Boots also with the rhythm. Lord slain. Still, it's Echo on the board with the objective. But is it worth for onic?
They lost Benny. They lost Benny, but that is a Luminous Lord marching up top.
The fact that Echo didn't lose any more hero after Benikute, that's actually the good play that they did. It was Keyboy just finding the perfect target and the combo was there. onic did not lose any of their heroes. Echo did also not lose anyone after Benikute. That's why they will be able to defend still. I think that it's worth it. All things considered, Echo will still be on the driver's seat.
Well, one thing, they've denied the enhanced wave, but wait, onic showing a little bit of teeth here, doing more than just taking down the Lord. There's a fat wave in mid that was brought in by Echo, but onic standing their ground, no dice here.
Gonna be waiting for Benikute to be ready once again. When it comes to the battle spells, that is what you'll have to count now if there will be a next Lord fight. Gonna be Yaoi and Sanford ready at it for onic. If they timed the flicker of Echo well, they know that they can actually fight now if they do find an opening.
Oh, pulling out the orange, delaying the motions that onic are looking for. They want to give it to Chewe, so they're going to be set up for a faster clear, a better engage in case they find it. Because again, these team fights, they come out of nowhere.
Yep.
And that's just how good onic are, how connected they are, the synergy between them. One sneaky, one Keyboy says, I have the jump. Let's go. That's what's happening so far. And how many times have we seen the mechanics defied? The hooks, the bloody hunts canceled. Those pickoffs, they're key, but onic doesn't know exactly how to stop them in their tracks.
Speaking of mechanics, I'd like to shout out Sanford here. The way that he's managing against Melissa is actually so well. Chewe already knows how to deal with the Lapu-Lapu. He knows how to use the go away. But Sanford knows that his bravest fighter does the big sword that he has when he pops it. He can actually hit Melissa even with the go away.
Yeah,
just because of the length and the
anti-CC.
And the anti-CC that you also have with it, the bravest fighter. So he actually plays it well. The reason why he wasn't able to defeat or to fend off the attack onto Benikute was that he utilized the Bravest Warrior onto Kyrie instead, and Kyrie dodged it. Or maybe it was Keyboy, or maybe it was Sans, I mean. But the rest is... The thing that I want to say here is that Sanford is going to be playing an important role as much as Yaoi would, and Sanford needs to find Chewe. Nobody else can.
Yep, and it seems like whoever pulls the trigger first and does so at the right target. It is not just about finding the right angle anymore, because that's how good these teams are. Will spell defeat or victory if Echo can even mount a comeback. Here's another Lord pulled over. Echo's side, Carl Teasy, less than half health here. No one home for the hooks.
What is that reaction time? He had to react to that one. Yaoi now. Kyrie's baiting the Bloody Hunt. They want to go for a top lane or they clear it out. Carl Teasy on it. That's a flicker to the Bloody Hunt. Calm them together. Penetrates as well, but Penetrates finds Yaoi. Boost to the back line now. Jumping with the back. Just Benny! It's going to fall. No, he's still able to survive in the back line. Meanwhile, Sanford falls. Yaoi as well. onic, they win a team fight. Echo get the Lord.
Second time in a row, this has happened.
Benny?
Echo gained.
Benny?
But wait.
What? What's he doing?
We gotta be careful.
Wait,
He has a flicker. Watch him.
Benny?
Benny?
Beauty with the Nibiru. Oh, one more shot. He flickers forward. Oh, Benny! Now, able to sustain back up, but Kyrie falls. Kyrie comes through, takes Benny out. Keyboy and Kyrie now managing the wave. CW was taken out. Carl Teasy is looking to play with the sword.
That was uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic, a hero play from Benny.
Uncanny.
Rarely happens.
Odd. I'm perplexed. What's going on? There's a jump.
Keyboy with the Stars Revenge. That's Boots buying the winner truncheon right now as he jumps into the back line. Sanji's gonna fall right now with the rhythm, and Sanj with the oddity. Carl Teasy in the midst of it all. Yaoi with a concealed play. He's looking for a challenge, but he plays the scratch, connects. Boots is gonna be connected down with a Bloody Hunt. Knockouts it away. Boots! He finds the winner! He finds the winner! Moving forward with the bravest fighter. No one dead. Keyboy backs away. Kyrie in the mid. Dodging away from the stun right now, but the Iron Hook connects. Now, Kyrie, does he fall? He dashes away. What is this game? What is this series?
We've had the camera up top for a good 2 minutes, and it all led to trades left and right. Could have sworn the Lord was gonna march in, it was gonna cross the river. But the way that Echo and onic are putting everything out for all of us to enjoy.
It all started with Benny making a weird play through the long bush.
Weird
gets
but
out,
effective.
going at the attack of the Boots.
Weird's a word.
What is happening? And then, even after Benny QP died afterwards, Chewe also died.
He found him.
Everybody, almost everybody died. Kyrie got away with a sliver of health. Sanford died before the fight, then respawned. That was how long it was. And still nobody won.
It's all about the moments. I think
goodness.
there's so many moments in this game. Literally, there are individual moments, team moments, everything put out.
That was a macro trade. I think the best case scenario that Echo were going for, they were still the aggressors in that moment, was Benny was going to trade for CW, maybe take Boots and Sands out on the way, and then Sanford, Carl Teasy, and Yaoi would come through, just escort the Lord. I think that's what they were going for in the long run, in the long haul. But onic wasn't going to let it go through. It wasn't going to be that easy. And now 20 seconds away from this, I've lost count, 4th Lord of the game. It's 4th Lord of the game, and this time around, can confirm it is evolved.
It is.
So now team fights are gonna hurt more, especially as they walk with the Lord.
Nobody's leading when it comes to the economy at this point.
It's back to even.
Back to even. But Echo, a little bit of a minion wave management advantage up top just because of the fact that they have taken out the inhibitor. It means that it kind of favors them because it's kind of beside the Lord. Lord lane, Lord pit.
They sent Boots to take care of the long lane.
Yep.
And Echo's dispersing. They're looking for a play. I think this is as honest as the bush gets.
Yep.
They know that Kyrie likes
Conceal.
that angle.
Yep.
Conceal right now from Keyboy. He spawns Sanji out. Now with the Tarn's Revenge, he's looking for the play in the back. But he finds Yaoi. Just Yaoi right now. They all collapse in the back. But CW's going to be able to escape from Sanji, who does the damage. Now flickering on the CW. But CW with the nature. He buys some time. Sanji with the magic damage. He's able to buy some time as well. Going for the damage again. Keyboy. His immortality's going to fall. Renner's apathy not connecting. Boots will fall. Goes Benny flicker forward. 3, 4, 2. Keyboy Kyrie versus the likes of Benny, Sanji, and Carl. Kyrie with a puncture and the Thorn Rose. Benny Cutie does more damage. They won't go for the Lord. They want to go for the end.
These are TikTok timers. Wolf, what's the math like? Can they do this?
Oh, this is going to be very difficult.
Let's see. That's Kyrie once again with a Phantom Execution. That's Keyboy with a Phantom Revenge and the raid. Wow, Keyboy saves the day for onic, for Indonesia.
No
Charges
way.
up again. We have a game on our hands.
It's so easy to say. It's so easy to say Echo should have just gone for the Lord. They should have blitzed it. but nobody expects Keyboy to be this on point so consistently,
Yeah.
game after game after game.
You asked me after the math. All they had to do is wait for 10 more seconds. Keyboy bought that. He wasn't in the vision. Kartizi finally looks at that, and then Keyboy connects with it. Nobody was there to scout out where Keyboy was. He's out of vision. Kartizi, when he found out that Keyboy was charging, it was far too late.
Sans is dead. Sans is dead. Benny's dead from the last fight earlier. onic want to push the pace now. Sanji boots all the way in the back. Bong presses the winner crunch him. Is able to survive. Switches it out.
Watch
for
out.
the immortality. Pops the vengeance as well. One more hit. It's not going to be enough. Kyrie now onto Sanji. He's using the puncture stacks. He's using a little bit of damage, but the stun connects onto him. Kartizi is looking for the retribution. Kyrie is too as well. onic needs this to stay in this game longer. That's the hook, but it's only onto Keyboy. He's going to be able to take that damage right now. Kyrie versus Carl. Going with the puncture, with the Phantom Execution, and that's going to be Carl Teasy! A four-man Lord knocks up, but Keyboy falls. Kyrie's going to follow next as he follows through. Puncture away once again. If he's able to escape from this one, I don't know what happens next. Kyrie buys the immortality. He goes for the Phantom Execution. The Thorn rolls in. Kyrie! Every international, he does this. Benny with the dash forward. Yaoi, he wants to go for it. There's no way you survive this, Kai. There's no way. The bloodhead comes down, but Sans! I baited Echo! Sanford with the stun. Kyrie's still alive. Now with the immortality, buys the winner touch him. It's not going to be in time as Carl times it perfectly. CW still able to pace it down. They're looking for the end here. Can Echo do it?
3 for 1. 3 defenders. 1 down for Echo. There's the Lord. This is all in. Echo have to play this right. Oh, they're skittish. They want to take their time.
No way, no way, no way! What a, Leo, Wolf, what is this game?
We asked for it.
We did.
Kyrie, that's impossible.
That's the reason they call him the one.
He's the one.
Only he can do this.
He is the one.
God.
He looked into the Matrix, downloaded the schematics, survived, took Benny on the way out.
What?
He still got it, but then again, Sanford, I would say though, Sanford really is playing this game so well. It's also the reason why Kyrie eventually died there. Kartizi found the opening.
These guys are gonna make me lose my voice before the grand finals, man.
And it's just game 3.
I'm all here for it, man. Give me a best of 5. We need to see this go longer.
Or maybe 60-minute game like this. I'll equally accept that.
For the first time in about 5 minutes, onic are now looking for another play. They're able to secure a buff here, and they're now juggling items once more. We've seen Kyrie adjust, bought the Endless Battle, bought the War Axe. He now knows that without the immortality, for at least a few more seconds, there's a jump.
Revenge and the Rage onto Yaoi right now as the full collapse. Penetrate, able to connect all the 3 members, but Sans is able to use the rough waves right now. Sanford goes for the stun on the back line. Kyrie falls, but Boots is running down. Benny's gonna fall as well. Sanji in the back doing the same thing to CW. That's a 1 for 2. onic losing in the straight. Boots, Keyboy, and Sans this time around. Keyboy's gonna be able to flicker out of the Appraiser's wrath. Echo, 1.3k gold lead. They can't even end anymore. No, they don't have Benny.
They don't have Benny.
The economy of the gold doesn't matter. It's more about the economy of actions.
Exactly.
It's the opportunity cost. When you rotate a certain way, when you flicker a certain way, you know that your opponents are keeping tabs. And here, this buff wasn't even going to go to onic anymore. Echo knows that they've cordoned off onic, especially after taking down Kyrie and CW. This could have been the dream situation, but onic have done their homework. They've managed the waves.
Lord number 5, I think.
That's right, 5.
18 seconds before Kyrie. Not entirely sure. Without Medicuting, they cannot burst the Lord in 18 minutes. 18 seconds, I mean. But but Echo can utilize this as kind of a trap.
Yep.
So invite the members of onic to make a mistake.
They can bait for the turn, and they found Keyboy.
That's only a bloody hunt though. Only onto Keyboy. Sanford on the back. That's a good iron hook right there for Sans. He gets out of oddity, gets the health with the passive. Sanji has used the rhythm. He's used the beats. This is an opening. No bloody hunt. No IMU. No bravest fighter.
We're down to the 5v5. All members of both onic and Echo are on the map. A disregardable 1,000 gold lead, 1,500. They've blitzed the Lord down to half its health. Kyrie has eyes on the big prize. There's a jump from Keyboy.
Charge Revenge and the Rage. Locking Yaoi down as the breath of the ocean will be dodged away from. Yaoi with a flicker. Echo, 900 gold lead. It doesn't matter at this point. It comes down to one fight, one moment.
Chewe's orange buff, Pedicuty doesn't.
onic and Echo know how to dance. Kyrie and Carl Thezy, they've got the moves. Benny Cutie clearing the wave in mid. And that's right. Chewe has an orange, Benny doesn't. Look at the spacing. Lord at a third of its health.
Keyboy is looking for it. Yaoi might have to use the Bloody Hunt early. Now it's going to be Benny who secures it for the team. But Keyboy finds a time revenge. Yaoi going to lose the immortality right now. Echo are forced to move back. onic get a trade. Yaoi for Lord. Now who won that trade?
No one. Well, they did take out Yaoi. That's 60 seconds. I think that onic will have enough firepower to clear out the minions. They have fat minions in the bottom lane. Surely Echo will have super minions flowing in. I think that if onic decides to just clear it out, they can buy enough time for the next Lord to happen. Echo might not be able to push it. It's another stalemate, my boys.
Yep, this Lord isn't going to be capitalized on by Echo.
No Yaoi.
It's hard to make a play. Yeah, they could have forced the long lane.
Yep.
They could have found something there close to mid so that the Lord can march through. But yeah, look, onic's going to make quick work of this.
Yeah. This might go down as the best game in MLBB history.
I agree.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
27 minutes in. We're about halfway through the longest recorded MLBB game in professional history, right? About 54, 56 minutes?
I have no idea.
I think that was an MPLPH game.
That was an MPLPH game.
OMG.
We casted that.
That's right. So I don't mind. If this was half of that and it plays this well, consistently, and this tight all the way, we're here for it in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, folks. This is game 3 in a best of 5.
If it was an Omega versus onic game, right?
That's right.
And season 5 Omega had Girl Teasy.
They were known as SGD Omega.
That's right.
At the time. So again, a little bit of history, folks. Y'all can look it up after this game. Right now, if you're not here, what are you doing? Last game, we had some debuts. Here today, we don't need spice.
It.
Not that kind of spice. We need this kind of spice.
Exactly. 28 minutes. The best in the Philippines versus the best in Indonesia. We asked if this will be the best series of the tournament, and so far, this is proven to be good.
We've broken a record within
MSC.
MSC alone. Previously of Phoenix and EVOS going up to a 26 and 38 seconds. We've already broken that. They can fight forever as far as we're concerned. And again, 1,000 gold can swing an onic. Wouldn't matter. They're just juggling at this point. And speaking of which, they find hook.
Yaoi finds it. Keyboy's able to cancel it out, but Bloody Hunt comes down right now as Keyboy's able to flicker out. Sanford on the back. CW waiting for the go away right now. He's going to be able to dish out the damage right now. Carl Thezy is on the mid. CW positioning, spacing with a winner there. CW still alive. He baits the Echo in. That's going to be caught. Yaoi with a flicker. That's a winner Tuncheon bot right in time. Penny not able to find this. Kyrie is able to body block. 2 immortalities bot right in time. No deaths, ladies and gentlemen.
That looked like a professional football scrum. That looked like a rugby match, and ref said, reset. No one went down. They popped immortalities. They popped battle spells. But just the same, no one went down. They're all here for the 5v5, the big lord.
Sans was able to keep his immortality, and that's going to be good. Sanford lost his, though. But still, Sanford has been playing so good in this Lapu-Lapu.
He's been splitting up onic real good.
And that's going to be key. But also, you gotta mention how CW held his ground there.
Yes.
Any other Melissa, any other marksman in the face of the Echo Express, a later starting Echo Express here, would have just faltered, would have shooken out of that bush. But not Chewe, not CW, not Calvin Winata.
He went
Mr.
back,
Calvin.
popped the Wind of Nature, went in a position where there will be a wall. So that the go away will be perfect. Sanford already played well. Carl TC knew that he had to follow up. So there were 2 people going there to take down Chewe. Chewe popped the go away, and he had the teammates.
Well, this fall lane is going to be massive for onic. They can play the long game now. They can actually chill and wait it out. Look at that bottom lane. It's going to be slow pushing, real slow. So it's going to be building up to a massive push for onic.
Yep, and they're forcing a response from Echo. That mid lane tier 2 went down. So minion equilibrium isn't as easy. It's not so Orca-sided this time around, given Onyx 500 gold lead. Now Kyrie very deep.
Wow. Oh, Yaoi flickers. Bloody Hunt as well, but the Lord once again knocks him up. Now it's going to be Keyboard with a turn to at the range. It finds 3! Onyx collapse, but Benny Cutie is able to find the mirror patches. Now CW dodging away. Boots jumping in. Now Kyrie is down.
Penny.
Boots with a vengeance, but he doesn't have the rhythm. Not enough to kill Benny down.
Oh,
He finds the Tyrant's Revenge, knocking him up. But it seems like Onyx, they have no way of entering this fight. They have to concede the Lord once again.
It's a 2-for-1. Kyrie for Sanford and Benny Cutie. Very key members for Echo to continue.
Stalemate again.
And get to it. But yes, I'll agree. This is still a stalemate. This fight, the Lord stopped scaling, by the way. Folks, after 25 minutes, the Lord doesn't get any bigger, doesn't get any stronger.
Even the game doesn't want it to go longer,
Exactly.
but Onyx and Echo do.
Yeah, endless waltz between these two teams. Benny Cutie being out means that there will be no push, despite them taking the Lord. Big shout out to Keyboy, winning the initial fight for Onyx, and then the succeeding fight. Benny Cutie already utilized the wall so that he can dash through, and that Boots will not be able to catch up. But it was Keyboy who landed the Tyrant's Revenge once again. There should be a statistic for Keyboy.
How many Tyrant Revenge has he hit this game? Is that what the statistic you're looking for?
Yeah, how many multi-hero?
Oh,
wow.
wait, minions. This is massive. This is going to be
Hey,
massive.
hey,
The base
super
turret
minions.
down.
Hey.
Big win for Echo.
Again, despite the Lord not scaling up, despite the Lord not doing much after he's evolved at 18 minutes, every take still enhances your minion waves. So yeah, I don't think they sent someone down to take care of that wave, and eventually it came crashing through. That's permanent damage. Onyx only now holding on to their mid lane inhibitor, the last bastion of their base before it's left all bare. Now, always watch out for Keyboy.
Yep.
Call him the Mamba. He is the new age Mamba.
Ooh.
This is him. I've seen the Mamba's highlights, and it looks like this game.
Well,
32 minutes of that.
whew.
We gotta take a breather too. I agree,
Definitely.
Wolf.
Folks at home, just take it in.
At this point, like, what you will wait for someone to mess up, and even if we kind of visualize what could be a potential team fight between the two teams, it's always different. It always shaped different. For example, the previous Lord fight, Kyrie was the one holding the Lord, and then he went advanced, which is so weird. You will never expect that.
Yep. It's equivalent to the Benny Cutie engage on 3.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense in the normal eye, but Benny Cutie and Kyrie, they knew something was up, and they knew that they had their teammates. They knew that he had the damage. Keyboy was on point. Sanford can't stop talking about this guy. He is so important for Echo. The reason why this game dragged so long, and the reason why they were leading in the first few minutes is because of 4D.
Yep, 4D here on his signature Lapu-Lapu won a world championship with this XP lane frontliner, an enforcer, making sure that CW's life in any point in an engagement is not easy. And that is something that we should watch out for. He's finally bought his immortality, and I think it came in right on time for this next Lord. I think we've gotten so used to this Lord being at its max level that it's just another obstacle. It's just another hump. It's just another speed bump to what both Onyx and Echo want to do. Carl TZ with the pull here. Kyrie wants to make sure that they have some level of vision, so the free Little Wanderer definitely will help. Carl TZ wants it. There's the knock-up. Who to go to? All right, Carl goes to Echo. So look at this. Look at the bush control. Look at where Sans is sitting and where Boots and Chewy are sitting.
That's MRB and MLB. Mid left bush, mid right bush.
Right. It's easier to call that way.
Yep.
And that's one spotted. They still don't know where the two are.
Well, that might be a... Okay. Sanji was able to sidestep out of it. Would have been a big knock-up. Kyrie
Boots.
able to micromanage the bottom lane right now. Sanji steals away the rhythm. Beats. He will have that ultimate for the next fight.
And Carl TZ maintaining Lord control down to a third of its health. And there's a pull. Yaoi spent that flicker. Another 100 seconds left.
No
That
conceal.
seems to be the goal.
No conceal. Kyrie trying to bait it away. Good bouncing ball to cancel. Carl TZ is re-engaged right now as Kyrie. He's going to be the one trying to start the Lord now.
All right, a slight advantage. Onyx with the pull. Kyrie gets the Lord on their side, on their half of the Lord pit. And Keyboy maintaining that bush along with Sans.
The longer the Lord Tax goes, the more it favors Echo, because now you can see side lanes naturally going to be pushing in favor of Echo. And somebody has to answer to that.
And for the first time, long lane is the lane that Echo has pushed the hardest.
Yes.
So this is something that onic have to address.
Exactly. It has always been top lane. At least the Lord Clip, the top lane side. And now you can see they had
35 minutes.
It took 35 minutes. They had to now let go of the Lord for a little bit.
Okay, Bloody Hunt locking Keyboy down right now, but he is just a tank right now. Giving the rest of the ocean onto Yaoi. Rough waves as well. Venice Wave is going to be dodged away from right now as Kyrie's able to disengage. Sans, Winter Truncheon, bought right in time. That's the Immortality. He bought it as well. Benny Cutie going to be baited in right now as Keyboy jumps in as well. CW now using Inspire. Sanford flickering out. His Immortality might actually just go out. Benny Cutie's Immortality is gone as well. Does Benny buy it in time right now as Kyrie is able? No, he's dead. He's dead. Benny's able to get away. This might be the big mistake that Echo were waiting for. But Sanford is down as well. Jungle for XP.
Okay, this opens up the Lord, but look at the map and look at the response that onic have. I think they know for sure that they want to reset. And I'm wondering, look at Benny. Look at Benny.
Oh,
He's setting up.
is this how it ends?
It's perfect. Look at the map.
Is this how it ends? Typically, he's gonna call onto Yaoi for this play.
Yeah. And then onic are gonna, as they say in the Philippines, make the Lord sound.
Make the Lord sound, yeah.
Or in the colloquial, patunugin.
Patunugin, right.
Opening it up.
Sound cues on the
Can you
Lord.
recall? Can you recalled?
Yeah.
No
Might have
Kyrie.
been too risky.
Too risky, too risky.
All right, so I think the call is just blitz the Lord. There's no
Reset?
Wait, CW
With the
not
pull.
resetting it. Carl
Oh,
Teasy is
Carteezy.
able to
That's how they're
hold
talking.
on to it. Keyboy wants to cancel it out. He's charging.
Yep.
He wants to punish.
Yeah,
but
this-
Carl's keeping the aggro.
Yeah, this is all the more commit for Echo because they have immortalities.
He wants to fight this.
Tires revenge. Carl Teasy jumping forward right now. CW is going to be able to free hit right now with no Sanford in the building.
Boom.
Carl Teasy with a retribution win right now, but CW is dealing some damage now. This should be it. This should be Echo with the Evolved Lord. March down to end the game. Sanford's going to be up 5v5.
All right, 40 minutes in. This is the first time that we've seen a body deficit for both sides with the Lord going up. Again, given the 7 Lords we've seen, this is the first time that this is the permutation
I see.
of bodies on the map.
I agree. And all of the 7 Lords went in favor of Echo, by the way. To take note, this might be the Lord that could be the juggler, because this time Benny Cutie is going to be available. And you are going to see a straight up path to victory for Echo. That's the top lane. This is still Beatrix. You can still go for the shotgun if you want. If you find the opening, you can take out the building.
Yeah, something to note, Yaoi won't have his flicker when the Lord does come through, but onic won't have the Petrify from Sans unless they play it right, unless they delay to the right cadence. Now look at
This
the
is
bush
it.
control. Oh, the rest of Echo are
This is
escorting the Lord into the base.
Let's say CW in the front. Using the bottles, dodging away. Kyrie in the midst of it all, jumping with the puncture. They're able to zone Echo away from the Lord, from the base. There's no Wesker to be seen. The Venice Rage clear out the winning ways, but onic, they have defended. Sanji running away now, but the final Maxucci and a keep on! Again with the Revenge as a rage! This might be it! This might be it! Onic with a double NCW! The Carl in the bottom lane! The saving grace for Echo! The GOAT! His immortality has been popped! The GOAT is fighting for dear life, but it's an ultimate wipeout for Onic!
It's a minute and a half until Echo is complete. And they're all still here. onic are looking to end.
Windtalker's built up. They're going for movement speed, rapid boost, BOD. Take a look at the items. Wolf. Even Keyboy.
Everybody is going to buy it. A minute is too much.
40 seconds on the death timers. onic are looking for it. The age of the Orca at risk. Recalls happening left and right. The sky splits open as the Sky Kings descend and the arena becomes their kingdom.
And in the end, the one stands tall. onic take down Echo in a sweep.
The song goes, Di atas langit adaonik.
On top of the skies is where onic lie. And for today, for MSC, the revenge arc has been completed.
The tournament is called the MSC, but it looks like we're taking to the skies at least for today.
A 3-0, but that is not one-sided. Every single minute of every single game in this series was close.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it over to the stage. Let's hear from our winners from onic.
Wow, wow, wow! Somehow
from the opponents to get there, and it honestly starts in the draft. What do onic, what do Blacklist want as Prio?
It's about being unique. It's about looking to outplay your opponent. But it all begins with the tools that you will arm your warriors with. This is a 5v5 game. Make sure you understand and don't miss a single moment as we jump into the draft. Now, coming and pulling this back a little bit more, we need to talk about the fact that Wise not only plays this sacrificial role in the drafting phase, but it opens up a new level of draft for Blacklist International. We've seen it against FIMP, putting him on something like a Valentina, and then all of a sudden, Burnex Flash, they recognize that to stop UA.
The one thing that you'll notice about Blacklist International is they have a theme for a series, for example. Well, it's true that they can pick up like Valentina, very standard, and maybe the Fredrin as their priority in the first place, but there's always that theme. For example, their recent series against Burnex Flash, it was all of a sudden the Baxia. It was all of a sudden the position 5 Novaria. So you have to watch out for that. We know for sure that this will be a long series, right? This couldn't be 4-0, and you have to watch out for those key heroes in the draft of Blacklist International.
Honestly, looking at the bans just now, Fanny being banned out, the Kaja being banned out, as well as the Kadito, what does this spell that Blacklist doesn't want? They don't want engage, they don't want dive, they don't want huge burst damage. And now, looking at onic, I gotta say, it's all about respecting and understanding your opponents. Banning out the S's, banning out the Diggy, but more importantly, banning out that Psycho Fredrin.
Exactly. This forces Blacklist to go for something like Novaria, the first pick. There is also the Joy. I think those are the two priorities because Edward really plays it that well. But of course, since the 1-1 is opened, oh, I can see it. This is a trap set up by onic for sure.
The trap set up by onic? I mean, look, this is VY's 9th Grand Final appearance out of 11 as part of Blacklist's active roster, winning 4 during their appearances.
What? That's insane.
What a stat.
What is that?
Great numbers, right? I mean, MPL-PH Season 7, Season 8, M3, and as well as Season 10.
And that shows their experience, right?
Yep.
And it also shows their knowledge in the game. So that is going to be very beneficial when it comes down to the drafting phase. Now, onic, can they level that?
Definitely. This is a trap. I think the 1-1 is a trap. They go for something like Franco in the absence of Kaja. Oh,
You know what?
okay.
Franco pick as well as the Faramis pick, because again, looking at the way that they're drafting, what does this spell out? Where he just wants to make sure that he can win his lane and then let his team set things up for him to use the crossbow tank. But look at the Franco as well as the Faramis. The Faramis is a good way to deny him of kills.
Remember as well, in all the matchups that we've seen from Blacklist International, they always ban the Franco. This hero has always been one of their kryptonites, as to say, on their Ube lineup. The fact that they can split them open, and the fact that they also have a Faramis who punishes clumped up compositions is already really good for them. But that's why Blacklist will play with the range, will play with the disengage of the Akai and the Novaria.
Really interesting, because I thought they were going to lean on the high-performing UA, especially on Valentina. He has hard carry games with the Valentina, but instead decides to go Novaria.
Oh, this is because of the fact that Novaria can be flexed. It can be played in the position for the mid lane, and also the roam. And having it in the first picks of Blacklist International ensures that they will have that security of the UA, but a very early lane. Oh my! I'm happy.
Yeah.
You guys happy?
I am too
More than happy.
It depends for who, right? I mean, sure, everyone's happy to see that prowess once again from Kyrie himself, but the thing is, if you're Blacklist, what kind of lockdown is available for the lane, right? Franco's been taken, Kaja's out of the board. For Venus?
Or don't lock him down.
Exactly.
Just take away the buff.
Don't lock him down. Take away the buff. So mid-control becomes prio for them, and that's why I feel like onic, they really understand that. They saved that lane pick for the last pick in the first phase to bait it out. Novaria picked up, so now that's still a flex pick, but remember, Novaria alone, not a lot of mid-control, so you can already see onic, they're taking out all the mages that can help Novaria clear.
This is where it gets really scary, because if we're not even just talking about the mid lane, we've seen what the mid lane looks like for onic, maybe a little bit for the side of Blacklist International, but let's talk about EX EXP here because again, they're in the first phase alone. The fact that Franco wasn't even banned out, they left up the Joy as well as the Wanwan. It's a give and take.
Yeah, I think that it's either Teresa or Lapu-Lapu for the side of Blacklist International in that case. Lapu-Lapu gonna be perfect against the shields of Theramis. It's like a free setup because you clear out the extra shields very easily. Then you also think about Teresa so that you couple it up. You need a way for Blacklist International to kind of frontline so that the 1-1 will have a time to get the stacks in. I think onic will, now that we are talking about this, this is a good match. Farsa would have been perfect.
Agreed.
I'm thinking Farsa Lap was their last picks for Blacklist, but for onic, they might go for a non-item dependent gold laner because when Ling is picked up by onic, automatically you shift your core to the Ling, not to the gold laner anymore.
Someone that's a little bit more self-sufficient, doesn't have to get punished too hard. Maybe something that can force priority. I mean, Beatrix as well as Claude are open.
Brody, maybe?
No, honestly, like all of those options are amazing for different things. Claude can basically take care of himself. Brody can have lane priority, making it so that even if you don't have the items, you can still scale up very well. And the thing is, the Brody here going up against the 1-1, still me and Mirko, we talked about it in private, but the thing about gold laners, it almost doesn't matter what the matchup is because it is very dynamic.
It's going to be the Beatrix, and that's exactly why, right? If we want to see just the main counter, it's going to be the Irithel, but we're not going to see that here. The Claude is an amazing lane for the 1-1, but it all comes down to skill. We've seen Chiku get dominated by a 1-1 before, so the Beatrix here is the most flexible, right? If Claude can do everything independently, Beatrix can adapt to any team style.
Okay, all right, we're seeing the next couple of picks. Arlet gets locked in for the side of Blacklist International. It's been a while since we've seen Edward on this Arlet. I was maybe hoping for Benedetta, but now Minotaur as well. This fits the MO of Blacklist International, for sure.
Now that leaves us with the EXP laner, right? For the side of onic. Why do I have a feeling we might see something like the Masha for Boots?
Against 1-1 is great.
Yeah, against Arlet, it's okay. The worst maybe that onic could take is Teresa, which is actually not that bad at all overall against the Arlet. But yeah, I think the Masha is it fits the bill.
What about Uranus? They already have enough damage coming in. They need a frontliner, someone who can survive in towards the late game as well. And no one from Blacklist will be able to fully burst this Uranus if it gets online.
Okay. I'll do you one better because I hate Uranus. What about Grok or Benedetta, right? Either or could definitely try and force priority, but nope. They're going to take the Uranus here. You got it right on the ball, Miracle.
Right now, honestly, looking at the drafts, here's the thing. We've seen Novara being piloted by Oh My Venus, but now UA is going to use it. And here's the thing. We talked about controlling the purple buff. The Novaria can steal it away if enough vision is provided.
All right, let's take a look at the audience predictions real quick, right? Before we get into the nasty tidbits of this matchup. But this is a very interesting split between the two. Even the regions are kind of unsure, but of course there is priority in their respective regions here.
For sure. Everybody's going to have their little bit of a taste of what they like. Personally, for me, I'm actually kind of liking Blacklist International's comp just a little bit more. What about you, Eterna?
I have to agree with you here.
Rest of the table?
onic.
You know what? I'm going to go with onic.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Tiebreaker.
I've given Ling and Uranus to onic.
You know what? Now it's time. This is the start of a legacy for both teams. Blacklist International going up against onic. This is the grand finals. MSC game number 1.
All right. Let's see. Edward unbending well. Kyrie with a killing spree. Mid-control, who has it, you think, Wolf?
Oh, definitely gonna be the Faramis Franco, right? Because of the fact that Faramis can just clear it out easily. It's the Minotaur and the Novaria. Not much wave clear with level 1 though. But if they do get level 2 on the Novaria, it's gonna be okay. This rotation that you're seeing from Blacklist International ensures level 2 on Oh My Venus. So he picks up the roam right now. So this is a faster tempo for Blacklist International when it comes to getting into their ultimates.
Yeah, I really feel like getting their power spike a little bit earlier is going to be very key because Kyrie in the early stages of the game not going to be able to do much. So they just got to make sure scale up just a little bit faster so that they can actually put tempo into the jungle, making sure that Kyrie gets someone locked down with minimum amount of energy. That was pretty close.
That was pretty close. And the thing is, when you're playing the 1-1, right, it's the most annoying thing in the world when your second skill gets popped too many times. Here in the lane as well, we can see this is why the Uranus pick works, right, Wolf? What do you think about this matchup?
I think it's a wash. That's what you always say with Uranus. Unless there's an influence. See?
But right
Not
now,
even needing the Purify.
Yeah.
yeah, but again, the Uranus just heals up very, very fast. For now, we can definitely see Blacklist International, they're trying to make sure that their laners are able to leave the lane very, very quickly because they want to make sure that they're able to contest the turtle. And again, having the Akai almost guarantees it. Almost. About 70%, I would say.
Interested to see how they will approach this because there's a difference, right? They will want level 4 their roamers. And that's the switch that they did. The farm is already at the bottom, the Vari already there. It's gonna be a full 5v5 into the first turtle of the game.
Yep, and this one, I gotta say, we gotta look at all of the stun capabilities as well, because looking at Blacklist, not only do they have the Akai, but Edward on this Arlet can actually stun up Kyrie, making sure that he can't use the Retribution on time. And now, looks like he's going for a boost, but up top, CW gets a kill?
Boots opening up the map gave them so much more prio to play on the other side of the map, and this is why Onyx composition can work. They can split up the map open with the Franco. They have a lot of kill pressure, but Wise is already trying to punish Kyrie early on by going to the buffs. Wise stealing it away. Boots just putting some pressure once again, but it should just be a trade. Wait a minute.
Look at
Wise,
Kyrie.
no retry on Wise. So Kyrie should be able to take it right now, but we can see the Minutes Fury come down. Kyrie, with the top of the blaze, escapes, gets out. The crowd goes wild.
Oh, I really love how Onic approached this.
Oh, boost!
Oh!
Agent Zero.
Right
Agent
now,
Zero.
I gotta say, man, all of the 1v1s, even our observer's gonna catch it. A lot is going on in the map here right now, Wolf.
Edward utilized the crab so that he'll get extra vengeance stacks. Very smart. That's Agent Zero for you. While up top, they baited. Onic, they show that they have some influence in the turtle. Then all of a sudden, after Kiba gets level 4, rotates to the top quickly.
GW. It was denying minions. Very well played there. They want to really, really shut Owl down. But Blacklist, they do not take all these free objectives and say nothing. They go for the trade instantly.
Right now, I gotta say, looking at the map right now, 1.5k gold lead for Onic. It looks like for some reason, both CW as well as Kyrie, they're kind of winning here, Wolf.
Yeah, this is because of the influence of Onic Philippines. You know that Uranus, taking Miracle as well as Gideon and Aether talking about it, self-sufficient in the XP lane. No need to go there. Onic, they focus on top lane, and Owl is just there to fend for himself. It's not gonna be enough.
Well, Venus is getting poked by a lot. Kyrie might actually look to go for the all-in right now. He goes for the Finch points. Purple buff is up. He needs to prioritize that. But Venus doesn't have the regen. He's already very low.
Yeah, but right now, we gotta look at Blacklist. They're moving together. The only one that's not there is Owl. They're looking at the purple buff. Edward moving forward. Boots as well as Sans is trying to create space.
Boots now with Consecration. That's going to be the Cold Altar helping him out. He does not have the Purify, but that's going to be the heavy spin by Wise in the back. Not going to be used for much as Sans is able to pull him back. But it's Rage onto Edward. That's the whole thing. And the Bloody Hunt locks him down. It's a kill for Onic. Romer traded in for the Edward. Oh, Sans! Jumps forward, fires another. Kyrie with the top of the blaze. This should not be another kill. Kai just buying some time, but meanwhile, Owl.
Here's the thing, man. We gotta look at Onic. They knew what Blacklist was trying to set up. And how did they fight that back?
I don't know how they did it, but Kyrie was able to get the purple. Then all of a sudden, Kiboy fights a good opening. Boots was soaking a lot from the resources of Blacklist International, was put low, but because of the ultimate coming from Sans, he was able to bring all of his HP back. That was a lot of sustain on Onic's side.
Here's the thing, man. I gotta say, in terms of the way they were fighting, it was absolutely beautiful. And now we gotta check the difference of gold here. And I gotta say, in terms of the difference, the biggest difference is between Kyrie as well as Wise.
That's right. It's because Wise wanted to go for the steal on the purple, but Kyrie was able to get the opener, gets so many kills, 0, 0, and 3. I mean, and now they even position themselves into the turtle.
Okay, Owl is in that bush now with a basic attack. Kyrie's going to be spotted out. That's a knockup only on the Sans as he pops into Shadow Stampede. Now locked down. That's Owl picking up the kill. Sans is down, but the passive will gain him a instant respawn as there is a fight down below. This time, Boots having a better time putting down the stacks on Edward.
Yeah, right now I gotta say, man, Boots is making sure that Edward doesn't get to play the game. Wise here, starting to turtle. Oh, my Venus is there as well. Onic goes in. Do they want to take a steal here?
Oh, bloody hunt by Keyboy. Locking Wise up. The heavy spin is not going to be used at all right now as Venus crumbles and falls as well.
The fact that Sans died with the heavy spin, soaking the heavy spin before that turtle fight, you thought that Blacklist International would have the advantage, but no, it didn't. Because now, no heavy spin to counter a Keyboy. Keyboy locking down during the threshold, and onic gets the turtle easily.
Okay, right now, look at the map situation. 3.8k gold lead. The map looks very red. Owl for now looks like he's trying to get as much as he can. Kyrie now having the Berserker Fury. What does this spell for Blacklist International?
Snowball. It spells snowball. onic, they don't even need Chewe now. He's going to be a split push as well as Boots. Kyrie's going to just tear through all of the damage of Blacklist International.
Right now, I gotta say, man, even Keyboy Mirko, we don't see him going for a lot of hooks. It's just like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. Someone comes in, I'm just gonna lock you down.
It's very hard at this point for Wise to go for any red tree contest because Keyboy is just being an absolute menace. Also using the Shishi mode, and that probably gives Blacklist International a bit of a, not a good flashback as the 4 O's.
Yeah, 4 O's, yeah, but this happened before against Blacklist International, so.
Oh my Venus.
Even Fury, Suns does pop in to call Alter. Keyboy is still locked down with the heavy spin right now. The crossbow tank is ready, but Keyboy is going to be first to down as Kyrie takes everything. Now comes the blades back again. They might win this right now. CW walks forward. Kyrie with the fast hands and CW with a double kill. Meanwhile, look at Boots. Look at Boots. He's wearing the boots. He's walking in the base.
Dude, I gotta say, what is this Uranus doing? He's not expecting to fight.
What a snipe! No, beautiful win of nature. Edward walks forward. Sans, he might fall this time around. Edward using the resets. Sans with the Shadow Stampede, walking now, but the Vengeance follows it through. Sans is trying his best to run away, but he will just recall. But look at the map, controlled by onic still.
I gotta ask this, Wolf. onic, were they being too confident? Were they overextending there?
Oh, well, I think it's part of their MO, but yeah, they surely did overextend in there. They didn't realize that the Wind of Nature was the second item for Owl, and I would have to credit that to Owl. Very nice itemization from that guy. Was able to outplay Chewe, and because of that, they were able to recover for a little bit.
Yeah, right now we can definitely see Blacklist, after getting that kill up top, they're trying to set things up because now that the Lord is here, both onic as well as Blacklist, they're moving together. They're trying to make sure that they have a very good situation for them to start the Lord. But for now, Boots is just zoning everyone away. Sans, you can open the map. He knows there's 2 people there. Keyboy, are you going in for the hook? But the hook did not connect.
This is what Boots needs to do. He just constantly is walking them down as Kyrie walks over to the Lord. Boots is dealing so much damage, and Blacklist International don't even know it. Look at that, all the stacks popped in. Boots pops in, the Purify gets out. Now a lot of CC is placed onto him, but he is still alive. Heavy spin already used. This might just be Blacklist International forced to concede the Lord.
Yeah, right now we can definitely see that onic is playing with Blacklist. They're trying to make sure that Boots, whatever you do, not just get vision. Try to tell us what's going on. Wise right now does not have the ult, and Kyrie's at top. Right now, onic, they're playing a very good macro play.
They're not letting Wise play as well. Edward needs to always be man-to-man versus Boots, while, of course, Wise is always forced to use the ultimate. And now, CW stole the purple buff from Wise.
Bloody Hunt, that's the Queen falling without anything. What? Still, the Lord away from Blacklist. That was the top of the blades. CW with a double kill for him. Edward with the final splash, but it's not going to be able to distract for long as now it's giving the gun down. CW with a triple. Now flickering forward. Owl able to escape you, and now with the Astral Sphere, but CW wants to take this turret down. onic wants to crack the base open.
Oh my god, what was that play? Right now, hear the crowd. They're loving onic.
Yeah.
They got the Lord. Kyrie, fast hands, amazing reaction speed.
If Wise has the drive-by, Kyrie has the fly-by. The Sky King literally knew what he needed to do. The play was there. He split push so that Blacklist will feel confident, but he knew the timing all along. He knew that because of the first thing, he can get back to the Lord Pete and get that because he's level 14 compared to Wise's 10.
Right now, look at the map. onic, they're not going to try to force it out. They managed to get a mid-inhibitor. Now, Blacklist, they're trying to look for a situation. Wise goes in. Is that Wise?
On Keyboy. It's only on Keyboy. It's the roamer. Is the worst possible target, maybe. No, Boots is the worst possible target because you can see him right now just recalling in the faces of Blacklist International. They're looking for some more, but honestly, at this point, it's only 10 minutes. They cannot take these base turrets down that fast. They need to bait out these passives, but that's going to be Naran Hook. And the Queen is down again. Kyrie jumps out of the back. Wise, 1 HP. Kyrie! And CW finds a double.
Dude, that was a big burst of damage, and now the melee going in. Edward!
Pinch point just to bait it out. Edward falls. Agent Zero is down. And onic in 11 minutes. They take game 1.
What an opener! Blacklist International going up against onic. What a very, very fast game. And I gotta say, Kyrie, what an amazing man on that link.
By the way, that's the first win of Kyrie against V-Wise.
Wow.
Against V-Wise in an international finals.
The reason I said that this draft was better, and I think you guys have a similar opinion, is the fact that this is onic signature. I've seen this before. M3, it's a banana split. How? How can you not have seen a banana split? Because I didn't even mention it in the broadcast. I was like, wait, they want to go for pickoffs. They want to split out the map, but it's classic Raja Yeba.
Here's the thing. When you forget history, history has a way of repeating itself. And now onic, I gotta say, it's in their DNA. Even if they close the book,
Thinking, let's go and start picking at their draft.
I think it's red side for onic. After losing that game, you get to decide which side you're gonna be started on. And I think onic, especially Coach F, they love it so much. It will be still same 2 bands. I think they will only switch up when it comes to third, and that's gonna be the Franco. In this case, if the 1-1 is open, I honestly feel that Blacklist will still go for the Joy, but onic, stop that. They ban out the Joy themselves. 1-1 for Blacklist for sure.
We're seeing the adaptations. We're seeing things change. And at the very least, that's what we expect to see in a best of 7 draft, right? Number 1, Yue. So many fans that the letters couldn't be contained within its own lower third.
Oh my god.
Yue was awarded Rookie of the Season in MPLPH Season 11 with his debut on the Blacklist roster. Now, he is 2-2 in the Grand Finals appearance in the official MLBB tournament.
shout out to the production team, man.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
production.
shout out to the production team.
How do you stop this 1-1 now? Do you go maybe Fairness? Kaja is banned out. So do you snatch the Fredrin now if you're onic?
Thoughts? Phobius. Set up for Phobius later on into the game.
That could be.
I'm just putting the idea there. It
be
doesn't
good.
necessarily need to be picked up super early on because then it could be the bounce back, right? The retaliation for Blacklist International becomes very straightforward.
Oh, love this. Valentina from onic. It means that they will not let Yue cook this time, but I guess you still want to pick up the Eve now, as well as perhaps the Fairness for Blacklist International. So I'm thinking Novaria. Novaria backshot? There you go.
Novaria backshot.
Oh
Okay.
no, not the wheels on Wise.
The drive-by's coming, you know it.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it again.
Oh, Vanny.
The Fanny.
What?
The flyby.
Nani?
I get it's the drive-by.
You go drive-by, I'll do you one better. I'll fly by.
Nani is the Fanny!
That is Japanese.
5 out of 10.
Four.
Nani is the Fanny.
Boys,
You had to repeat it, so that's a 4.
Oh, damn. I should have stayed quiet then.
you got a good point
Yeah.
there. But we got to pull this back because again, the only real difference is the fact that Eterno was like, yes, Blacklist is going to take this away. And now we're seeing a very different dynamic in the draft. We were expecting something different, but not this direction.
I want to make sure that utilizing the backshot means that you have good early games. And we saw that in their series against Farflex Impunity, they have a certain rotation where they will forego the first turtle, but they will take all of the jungle creeps. It will be much faster when it comes to taking those jungles, more EXP, more gold. Come Turtle 2, you're a level ahead of your jungle competition. So it's a set play coming up from Blacklist.
Okay, now I gotta ask the question, right? Usually going up against the Fanny, you need a lot of peel because I'm no 1-1, I'm no Novaria, but if I'm in their situation, I'm feeling very paranoid. I'm feeling like a Titan right now. I'm gonna put my hand, around my neck. But again, Oh My Venus is the type of player that likes to heal. In this kind of game, the Minotaur has been banned, the Arlet has been banned. What kind of protection can they have? Because you can't just rely solely on the Boxia.
I'm feeling like you're either hinting at one of two heroes, either Rafael to give that movement speed and that form of peel with that healing that we all like, or the Florin, which we haven't seen at all throughout the tournament, both of which will be debut picks if they get locked down here. However, in terms of bans, I'm thinking Blacklist is getting rid of that chill. Thoughts?
Big Joe,
I don't really think so, honestly. In my opinion, the 1-1's already very self-sustainable. No chill necessary for the ban. They go for the quad right here. That's an interesting one, right? Going for the Claude ban.
No, honestly, too many people to take care of, you know?
Yeah.
I guess
One's
so.
flying, one's playing with the monkey. It's kind of not fun to play against.
So you go Leslie, perhaps, but that might be
I don't know
too
about
slow.
that.
For
Leslie,
example.
you're right, actually. They have the last pick, so they can just utilize this for now, right? They can go for a roamer first. And Lolita is a solid choice, something that I was thinking of against the 1-1. What can you counter? What can counter the 1-1? The only roamer that I can think of right now is the Lolita. That bulwark.
They blocked all the projectiles, especially with the crossbow attacking up. Could protect, you know, especially if you have to sacrifice somebody, at least you don't have to sacrifice every single person in those situations. Now, pulling it back to Blacklist International, they have to complete their comp, and they still are missing a few pieces of the puzzle.
XP lane as well as potentially roam or mid lane.
Mid lane.
You're looking for a little bit of lockdown as well as sustain. I wouldn't mind something like an Esmeralda actually, but you know, you had played Kagura before, and I think that in a game where there's an assassin, maybe something of burst potential will be good. Like like a Kagura, for example. Spent
Agent Zero.
Okay.
Agent Zero.
Your team.
And the Kagura, called by Ulf.
Again, here's the thing. My worry still stands.
Harith.
We've seen how Fanny plays. I'm not feeling too good for Blacklist. They gotta play out of their minds here.
Recalling Gilak Sands.
Oh my god.
This man has broken a new record with a 3,211 recalls in his
No way.
career. I don't know how they got that number, but Sands is overtaking Alter Ego.
Leo Murphy.
The Tas God has been overtaken.
This-
Wow.
This should not be allowed. Leo Murphy needs to bounce
Shout
back.
out to Leo Murphy.
Leo Murphy, you gotta come back, man.
Is this potentially a
happen.
Harith last pick for Onic?
Dude, at this point, I kind of don't care. Look at the recalls, man.
Matrix. Yeah.
Standard, pretty standard overall. I'm still shocked. I agree with LaFell. I'm already still shocked about the recall stats. Where do they have that in the API? I don't know where they found the data.
At this point, I don't even care if it's factually correct.
Yep, it's fun.
As long as you enjoy it.
You know what? Joy.
Joy.
I
Joy's not playing in this.
But again,
got
we're,
banned.
this game, yeah, it got banned.
it doesn't matter as long as I'm having fun.
Okay, okay. As long as
You're
we're
the one
having
that matters.
I mean, we hope you guys in the audience are having fun as well, right? We're coming into game number 4. Things are getting a lot more interesting in terms of the drafts, right? Picking up a Fanny, its win rate is questionable, right?
Not for Kyrie.
Yeah, I get that. And that's what worries me. That's exactly the point that I was going to come to. No one from the side of Blacklist can particularly lock this Fanny down except the Beatrix, but I want to know how this is going to go down. LaFell.
We're going into the game. We gotta see Kyrie on his Fanny. Can he be stopped? And if he can, I'm looking at it as on again, and we're already starting off very, very early on to Sands. A lot of fights going on right now, Mirko.
Wow, wait. Did Blacklist actually lose out on the straight 2v3? They're gonna go for the wave instantly now. And it should just be a good clear in. Keyboy though with a big smack. Bonk.
Ooh, okay. So they wanted to clear out the mid lane so fast so that they can participate into the top lane perhaps, which is weird because it means that they really want to make sure that Edward has a good game. So he's going to come down to the bottom lane to have more gold as well as more experience. Going to clear out that fast because he's a Benedetta, and then he's going to be rotating around. I think that the shift now for Blacklist is let Owl solo fend for himself. It's going to be Edward's game once again.
Looking at this, I kind of feel like their idea is just to make sure that UA moves around faster on the map, because the thing about the Kagura is the clear speed isn't the fastest, but the Novaria is there. Novaria helps out a lot. So looking at for both of these, I kind of feel like Blacklist, they might be actually looking at both UA and Edward to have a snowbally lane, and then eventually win out the fights around the turtle, and then have a better positioning around the map so that they can eventually handle the buff spawning on the Fanny's purple side.
We've seen Blacklist deal with a Fanny so many times before. I think in PH it's notorious. The buff freeze may happen here. They have good mid control, and that is the proper setup for it.
Now, Kyrie is here up top. Oh My Venus just counting everyone out. For now, Kyrie forced the flicker off of Oh My Venus, and that's the scary thing about a Fanny.
Yep.
The moment you see her, you just gotta be like, nope, I'm out.
Either flicker or die.
Okay. The focus here is how much can Wise, elevate when it comes to the jungling over Kyrie. And I think what they did was to kind of guard their purple buff. Wow, it's quick.
Beautiful, beautiful turtle execute there from Blacklist International, using also the final blow, utilizing it, understanding that Fanny has no purple.
Here's what they did. They went first for the orange buff, so Wise cleared that, then the purple buff. So during the reset, when Kyrie wanted to check for that purple buff, not only will he not see any buff from that for the trade of the turtle, but also Oh My Venus is also there. Even after the flicker, they have accomplished their job. Deny Kyrie's trade of a turtle for a purple.
Something that's kind of obvious what we have to talk about is the fact that Wise is on that jungle emblem and Kyrie is on that assassin emblem. So no matter what, Wise will clear the jungle much faster. So faster rotation coming in from Blacklist, while Kyrie, he kind of just wants to farm up, maybe even get level 6 or just one item, and then try to get a kill on the side lanes. But so far, Blacklist, they kind of been making sure that they see the rotations coming in from onic so that all of the side laners, they're kind of well prepared for any potential kind of gank.
And onic are understanding this. You can already see the adjustment they are making as well. Up top, freezing up the wave just to make Owl sweat for a minion. Now, thing is, I don't think they can keep at it here because Kyrie is a level below already. In these neutral objective takes, if Wise gets this level lead, it's going to be absolutely disastrous for onic.
You can see that it went long, right? And this is not beneficial for onic. They have to push the tempo all the time. Eventually, this Novaria, as the roll will... Okay.
That's the cable. Owl forced away. Edward trying to catch him right there. Now with the eye for an eye, escaping. The CW gets chunked.
Oh, I was just about to say that they need to push the tempo up because Blacklist in a farming, in a farming battle, they will definitely trap onic. But then again, Kyrie, he knows what he needs to do.
Right now, I kind of want to look at the itemization. UA tried to freeze the gold lane there to make sure that Owl doesn't lose a lot. Again, Owl is already there in the lane, kind of doesn't matter. And now Kyrie not feeling safe in his own jungle.
Oh, Petrify as well. Now Boost jumps in. It's going to be Kyrie, who doesn't get it actually now. Now Blast charge in the back. Now Flicker as well. It's going to be stunned up. It's definitely a Crash Flicker combo. Kyrie recalling back. Taunt coming in from Boost. That should be another kill. And it's onic who picks up 2 over. Barely gets out almost. Oh, Kyrie got it. He got the purple.
Gila Kyrie.
Gila Kyrie.
And not only that, they secure the turtle. This is going to be a big swing when it comes to the economy for sure. He still has the retribution, but he will not be invading onto Blacklist International.
Calvin Winata. Calvin Winata. Calvin Winata.
Dude. Did we say too much nice things about you? Because I don't know, man. That looked like a major mistake. The burst was not there.
That is a costly mistake. Not only...
Kyrie finds Owl. Now with the cables, just baiting out the shield unity. Wise, stunning Keyboy up. Bulwark still up for grabs now. Can utilize it, but he's waiting for the crossbow tang. And now Blast charged up. That's the crossbow tang. No Bulwark.
Right now, looking at the formations of the EXP layer, not wanting to fight against each other. Kyrie went in, but Wise still able to secure the goal from the gold crab. The movements coming in from Blacklist. Edward is just trying to move all around the map, making sure that the team is always ready. CW now has the Blade of Despair. Suns gets the ult from the Novaria. Let's look at the itemization here.
Fanny, not... This is weird though. Kyrie doesn't have a full item yet.
Wait, Yue. Just as he gets off the... He ulted on where the umbrella was. He predicted it. Edward now with Petrify on the 3 members. Kyrie still going for the buff. It's going to Blast gets charged down. Why is going to be stunned up? Kyrie still wins it somehow. onic are winning in this game 5-1. Edward, eye for an eye. Beautiful. CW. Oh, if he got that one, I don't know what to say.
Guys.
My God.
Yesterday in the interview, Kyrie was just like, I can just dash, but I can't retreat. That's not the case for today. Owl almost got taken down. I gotta say, man, Owl, he has 180-degree vision, man.
For sure.
Calvin went out, he Nibiru passion onto
exactly.
the
cone, the left side of the right side of the cone onto the left side of the cone. Enough coverage for the dash coming up from Yue.
He saw the future.
He saw the future. Can't spell Winata without win.
Wow, that's good.
That's really good.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now Kyrie almost losing that one. Wise finds Keyboy. Wise taking a bunch of damage now. CW, Sands, Boots is there. They're starting up the turtle. Blacklist Are they gonna contest? Wise looks like he wants to drive by, but I don't think he can get it.
Not this time. Shield Unity was there. Now, oh, they're gonna go for the stun for the lock as well, but it's raised him, and a blast connecting all the two members right now. That's gonna be the cables coming down as well. Edward with the eye for an eye, escaping for now with the final blow defensively as well. Blacklist managed to get out. It's still a game they can possibly try to come back.
Well, great job coming out from Keyboy, by the way. Wise wanted to go for another drive-by. He was successful that was yesterday, actually. But Keyboy blocked the Unity.
Yeah.
The shield Unity. He was able to stop Wiser's tracks and then lands a two-man ultimate. Fortunately for Blacklist, they did not die afterwards. But my onic is now on the driver's seat.
Right now, I'm asking Wolf, Yue on this Kagura, what is he really looking for that onic? Are they gonna go for it?
Wait, Sans just took the yin-yang overturn and he
By
just
mistake.
pops it. By mistake, okay.
Yeah, you know, misclick happens, and Kyrie.
So able to escape. Good cables out.
Now, for my question, while not a lot is going on, as I said that, it looks like both teams are looking for a fight. What is the idea behind Kagura here?
You want to burst down the assassins for sure. Surely you can take out the gold laner as well because you can one-shot that. But then again, your task now for Yue is to make it so that Kyrie will not be comfortable.
Well, Kyrie with the cables now jumping all the way in.
Nice.
Shield Unity locks him down, but Kyrie is bought enough time for CW to pick up the turret in the mid lane. Tier 1 going down.
I gotta say, man, Kyrie looking like a Lancelot there, just dashing around, grabbing everyone's attention, and then letting his own team free hit the turret. Blacklist, I don't know, man. Looking at the situation, even I can't get in their heads. I don't know what they're thinking about. Whoa, help me out. What do you think they're trying to figure out here?
Oh, the first time though, I can say that in the first few minutes of the game, Blacklist will rely on both the Baksha as well as the Benedetta to kind of control the jungle of onic, but they weren't able to do so. They tried twice, they lost twice, and now you're in a position where what do you do now? Maybe the answer for Blacklist is just to win the map now. Wait for level 15 on both Wise as well as Kyrie, and then try to Lord fight afterwards.
Well, the Lord is here. Boots starting it up. Wise already showing his face. Oh My Venus is there as well to provide some vision. Edward is moving down. Sands as well as Boots kind of creating a line, making sure that Wise doesn't overstep his welcome. I don't know. Looking at the situation, who's going to start the fight? It looks like Boots moves in, not able to catch anyone. I'm also trying to look, where's Keyboy? Keyboy is trying to find a bush that no one will check. And eventually goes to his speaker, where's Kyrie?
Wow, a big burst onto Yue, forcing him back. One member down, but Kyrie is also going to recall now with the Unity onto Keyboy. That's the Menace Rage to disengage. Demon Blast free. Wise going to be chain CC'd. Owl still able to find the crossbow tank right now. Is actually petrified to the back line. Keyboy still able to survive right now. Boots flickering forward. Now with the Appraiser's Wrath. Venus 1 HP. Crossbow tank ready. Now popped in, but the Guardian's Bulwark saves him now. It's Venus who gets targeted down as Kyrie picks up the cutthroat from downtown.
Well played coming out from onic. Taking out Wise, Keyboy landing the stun, Luminum Blast connecting, and Owl was far too late. Does have the damage, but the fact of the matter remains, the Bulwark really defended well against Blacklist International's Owl.
Kyrie, this should be a free red tree, but Edward has to say something about it. CW finds it now, eye for an eye, used by the cutthroat. My goodness gracious.
Wait. Wow. Edward, do you have a defensive item, man? Because, dude, that damage coming in from Kyrie, that was way too much. onic now with almost a 5,000 goal lead, and the game is paused. Even they're like, yo, we got to take a breather here.
Yeah, for sure. I really like the response coming up from onic. When Owl was there, finds two people with 2 stacks. Immediately onic, they flickered out of there. Dashed out with the Valentina as well as, I believe it was probably Sands who went out of there. Then when the ultimate was already up, the Bulwark was there for him, and Kyrie was able to just find Oh My Venus into the backlines. Massive outplays that you saw coming out from onic.
Right now, honestly, we see one finger, so it won't be that long. So I'm going to call for emergency help here. How does this look like it? Is it really onic favorite fight?
Well, right now, I would say very similar to our tech issue. I think it's a type 1. It's very, very minute. Half the time, it's just the timings of the abilities and executions coming out from Blacklist International that are just not connecting. For an example, the Astral Spheres that hitting the Guardian's Bulwark, even though technically I would make the assumption at the same time that yes, I don't have vision, but I know for a fact that it should be coming out of duration. I like the fact that they're targeting, making sure that Keyboy feels a little uncomfortable, right? Because these Numenon blasts are the one thing that really turns these fights.
I just got to double confirm, Eterna, just now you're like, yo, Blacklist, you're looking very strong. Is that correct? I just want to double confirm.
Oh, guys, look, it seems like there's going to be a redeem code for all of
Well
you viewers.
done.
We want to show our
10 out of
appreciation
10.
to you. Don't forget to redeem that as soon as possible because, like I mentioned, LaFell likes to get his hands on it and he's very, very quick. Get it before he does.
Thank you for
10
that.
out of 10 out of 10. We're going into the game. Thank you very much to our panelists. Now we're jumping back in. So far, I'm also going to look at the KDA, man. CW and Boots, Suns, and Kyrie have not died yet.
Yeah. And this is a problem because we were talking about the fact that the 1-1 might have a good time this game, except from the fact that there's the Lolita. But overall, not dying on Kyrie, that's going to be very bad.
Wait, where's the Dreadnought armor? You're going up against a Fanny as well as a Fredrin. I kind of feel like having that would be kind of cool, you know?
They're only relying on dominant size on Edward. And by the way, Kyrie went in for the red retribution, which means that he steals damage. That's why he was able to almost one-shot the Edward, or at least deal, 30% damage onto Edward's HP with just one cutthroat.
Yeah, with that kind of retribution, you're looking at your opponent, it's like, hey, you got a lot of damage. Can I have some?
Yes.
And he got some.
He did. He practically stole it. I don't think Edward wants to give it to him, so no consent in that one, Kyrie. But onic pushing forward now with the enhanced... No, this is the Homo Lord. First Lord of the game. New vision. Keyboy now with a flicker. No, he sold. Oh, Wise gets brought back, but it's Hansi. Nobody picks up the kill now. The combo tank is ready. Boots should fall here, but the Goddess will work. Saves it for a pick. Hey, the back! Wise the pick! Phoenix will fall. Owl pops him with nature. Kyrie's still able to escape right now. CW in the back is still alive. Edward uses the final blow to clear out the Lord. I thought for a second onic would have been able to end again in the 12th minute.
I gotta say, man, onic, I don't know what kind of watch they're wearing, but it really feels like onic time. They want to push it fast.
Oh, what they did was to utilize...
Whoa! What?
He predicted the dash. My man, my boy CW. What the heck?
My daddy!
What are you doing, CW?
Okay,
Yes,
calm down, calm down.
Gee. I mean, okay, well, try to break it down.
Oh, okay. So there's something smart that onic did in the previous fight. You can see it through the replay. They utilized Keyboy's ultimate not for a connection, but more of a peel, or actually to start the fight, just for the slow. And it was, you see Blacklist, they're waiting for the flicker from Keyboy. They wanted to punish afterwards. But the awkward spot was nobody went in. And then Kyrie found the opening. Wise died already, almost taking out more. And Keyboy is just so crafty without utilizing the Dominion Blast.
I would like to take this opportunity to apologize. I looked at his IGN, it was CW. I thought it was DD, so I was like,
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens
happens,
sometimes. Reading is very hard.
you know what? I'm dyslexic, maybe. I don't know.
Are you actually dyslexic?
I'm just colorblind for all I
Okay.
know. But either ways, right now, Blacklist, they got another kill, which is pretty good. Oh, my Venus stole it.
Okay.
You know what, Kyrie? You steal my damage, I steal your goal. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, no consent. Plenty of trades.
Nothing in this world is free.
Nothing in this world is free.
No, the Lord is free. Just as you say,
jinxed it.
nothing is free.
You
Lord is
jinxed
free.
it.
Don't speak. Don't speak.
Yep.
This is a different kind of curse, man.
Yep.
It's the caster curse. CC.
CC. Either ways, speaking of CC, CW right now has been hitting those shots. It's kind of difficult for Blacklist because no matter where you go, you're between a hard rock and a harder place where there's no really good place for you to go because either you're going for Kyrie or CW, like there's no escape. You're,
Ooh, what? Oh, what? Another on-point
Get
shot.
hit by the bullets or the sword.
Yeah.
Make your choice.
Make your choice. Both are going to be popped onto Wise right now, but the wave management is actually not going to be on point for now for Blacklist, for onic. Blacklist International able to micromanage right now. Not Blast gets charged in, but it's going to be a good cancel from UM. Kai, wait, he found Wise. I didn't even see that. What? Petri now being used. Edward, no Petri. Keyboy looking for the stun right now. Owl, oh, again, CW. With the nature popped in, but Sans, he takes him down. The one doesn't do anything to the magic damage. onic, one cannon minion. Edward trying to clear it up. onic can play with the time. 20 seconds on the board as Kyrie jumps back and forth. Will he recall is the question. He will go. to the jungle. CW, sieging the base down. 15 minutes in, they want to look for the end as the mid-wave crashes down as well. Edward, no way, CW, what? Now he guns down, blast in the base! Hold up, it's match point for onic!
Whoa, what was that? Trying to get a kill in their own home. That's House Invasion. I see you, but look at this game. Match point for onic. Dude.
The way that they have found Owl, even when there's a lot of window nature out of outplays, Suns as well as Boots had Flicker. And they took full advantage of it. They found a clear path to Owl, revealing himself quite deep into the territory, the box of onic. Flicker, Valentina, you know that they can one-shot marksman with that kind of play. Then Boots followed up, making sure that there's no waking up from Owl. No defense, no damage, and even Wise, with just Dreadnought armor as well as Blade armor, cannot fend for himself against the damage output of onic.
I only have two things to say. First of all, good job Eterna. Second, Gideon, now it's match point. Is he going to be a 4-1?
I don't know. This is, it's really tough to say because the momentum was already on the side of onic. I thought their draft was already looking good, and the fact that UA decided to go in Kagura, the technicality-wise, yes, you do have an inbuilt Purify to get out of these Numenon Blasts, and yes, you can technically cancel the Numenon Blast, but you saw that performance. There is a certain level of polish that was missing coming out from this Kagura. I was hoping for a lot more, but we didn't get to see it, in that early game punish really set him behind.
And to be fair, it's difficult to execute, right?
Not
Kagura
easy.
is short range. Sure, she has that in her kit with the cancel and so on and so forth, and she also has the ability to open up the map, but we gotta highlight, there's no one else in that game, right? I could argue for CW, but Kyrie was once again just a beast on the Fanny.
The only question, who can stop him? In terms of the draft itself, it was physically impossible. Shut up. It was physically impossible.
That's right. And you know what? Maybe the only way to defeat onic now is to force Eterna to say that Blacklist, that onic is already again.
No.
Maybe activate Eterna first.
No. After this, Eterna, don't say anything. Let's make it fair. You know what? They have to fend for themselves. They're big boys.
I agree.
They're big boys.
Highlights.
Kyrie, important to secure that first purple buff or second with the invade, and another one back to back. This is the reason why he's the MVP for me, because Kyrie managed to secure the purple buff. Man? There were 5 people from onic. Really, the entirety of onic knows that the win condition is Kyrie all along.
You know what?
Look at that,
dude. For my own sanity, for my own ego, I want to say that was lucky, man.
Yeah,
but he did it
lucky, 100%.
But he did it over again. He's just that lucky.
Okay, I didn't see Wise. No, this was very easy. I want to see what happened, because there was one play. I don't miss plays a lot, but there was one play where Kyrie. No, not this. It was the ending one. Was this the ending one? No, it wasn't. This is one.
Okay.
Look at the burst, okay?
Shut up.
Wise just disappeared. Wise just disappeared in, like, literally in the Lord.
Would you say that it's a little suspicious?
I would feel cheated.
There were 5 people going on him, though.
At that point, you know, it's like one man. He has his limits, right?
He does.
5 is his limit.
I mean, let's look at the items, right? And you can definitely tell that he was really behind the curve, even though that he was trying his absolute best. Look at the components that he has. He's got the Dreadnought armor, he's got the Guardian's helmet, and as well as Blade armor. But at the end of the day, he still needs complete items to get unique passives to keep him alive.
Knowing Blacklist International, they always go for the 70 or 80% kind of play. But the King's Gambit that they did this time, with Wise trying to invade onto the purple buff of onic with Edward, you understand where it's coming from. But they didn't have enough. onic read through that. They have 5 people on both occasions. Yue, he was absent during those fights. Imagine if they had the yin-yang overturn. So many things would have been different for Blacklist International. The Gambit they did not pay off, and it backfired so heavily that they didn't have the mid-game afterwards. Blacklist, that's so uncharacteristic that they went for a non-80-20 play.
I want to say, guys and girl, that kind of strategy, I kind of feel like would have worked most of the time. Like you said, 80%. But Kai got lucky, right? Because
Oh, 100%.
he
yeah.
was invaded, but he still got it.
That's 100% luck, right? I mean, he did it like 5 times, but it's luck. I mean, table management on
sure.
point, that's all the claim. I mean, come
Wow,
on.
that's a lot of luck, right?
That
But
is
then
so
again,
much luck.
Hey, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, he was very lucky that he was with Keyboy who stunned Wise. That was so lucky.
That was
Right,
so
what-
lucky, man.
what the
So
heck?
much luck.
You know what?
Instead of onic.
Having friends is lucky as well.
5 of them, 4 of them, I mean. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's...
What about the people in the back?
What?
No.
Yeah.
Gideon, save us.
Look, in these positions, right, it's 13-2. The snowball, as Wolf mentioned, this was a very big gambit. But it's also testament to onic being able to convert it into something. The conversion and the punishment.
I agree.
That things are going smoothly. We are coming up to the next game. Game number 6 to predetermine whether or not onic is going to be able to hold the championship or Blacklist evens it out to one more game to what we're all waiting for, a potential Game 7. It's time for the drafting phase.
Do or die here for Blacklist in particular, right? Even though they were able to get that game off the hands of onic, they are still at match points. And there you go. Blacklist, still first pick.
Yep.
onic with second.
Oh, look at this. onic did not buy the Diggy first. Okay, that was this.
They just got
Fredrin.
bored.
This is Fredrin. 10 out of 10 times. Fredrin gonna be the choice.
I agree.
for Blacklist.
Fredrin, lock it in.
Or maybe just the Novaria at this point. I think they're all stuck with Fredrin. You snatch the Valentina if you're onic.
Yeah.
100%. 1-1 Valentina. I think that's the better choice.
I mean, 0%, dude.
Yep.
Valentina,
1-1.
dude. Think about
Leave the 1-1.
Let the man cook. Let the man
No,
cook.
let
Let's see if Wolf
one
is going to get...
rest.
No more 1-1, please.
Let 1-1 rest.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a Filipino, so I want them to pick up the 1-1.
No
that's
1-1.
right.
Oh,
There
listen.
you
Let's go.
They'll say no, Wolf. No.
Let's go.
They'll
No.
pick up the show.
So you go Eve and Novaria here if you're Blacklist.
Or 1-1.
No. That's a no. That's a
As
no.
an Indonesian, I want them to pick 1-1.
Hey,
As a Filipino, I don't want them to pick up the 1-1.
I mean, 1-1 has a personal purify going up against the Quad. The Cho.
Cho.
It doesn't matter. He has a personal curse.
Okay,
So-
yeah, true.
You know
But
what?
yeah, let me think kidding aside though. I think the 1-1 is still a pretty strong hero, but knowing Blacklist International, would rather go with the Claude as the last pick. In this case, you go Eve as well as the Novaria because it just gels well with the way that you're playing the game.
Welcome to my imaginary
Oh, no. No.
Wait. 102%. 102%. Hey, we saw that production. We saw that.
We saw that.
102%.
Oh, but it looks
Nine.
like there's a fun fact here, right? onic has used a total of 32 unique heroes in MSC
Yep.
2023, whereas Kyrie has already used 9 different
Yep.
ones in the jungle role. We talked about this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know
the
what?
flexibility that onic has, the versatility that they have. So it's very difficult to target ban them.
I think you go Fanny here, right? If you're Onic.
Oh, yeah. Fanny would be
What's your
amazing
command?
for them. And
Your team.
there you go.
Wow,
That's
Wolf.
okay. The one thing 1-1 doesn't do well against is the Fanny. The Fanny absolutely is. Oh man, the things I've seen in my rankings.
I can see the PTSD flashing behind your eyes, my bro. But we're expecting to get rid of the counter picks of the family, right? I'm expecting the Kufra to go. I'm expecting, single target lockdowns to all be gone.
Yep.
The suppressions are already out of the question. So that's already a good start.
Yeah. I think you can ban Farsa and Eve now if you're Onic, unless of course you're interested in taking that.
Minotaur?
But they already have the Valentina, so
Honestly, the Farsa, again, going up against Fanny, maybe Fanny is okay
yeah,
with
for
that,
sure.
right?
But
Eve, I think.
Yeah.
No. How about betting out the EXP laners or the junglers? Because again, the Frederick could go anywhere, right?
I feel like that's more on the onus of Blacklist International rather than it is on onic, right?
See, called it Akai ban.
Fair enough. I see
know,
the way.
Coach, you have things.
And look, the waves in your head are working out. I can definitely see it.
I'm not brain dead.
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Or not anymore. Okay, wow. Blacklist will ban out the Uranus. Sustain. Making it because they did play the split push kind of like the Onyx, the banana split, right? With
Yeah.
the Fanny, it was Ling before, and then of course the Uranus was there. With the ban on this, I think that they might consider banning out. Yeah, the Eve I think is still a good ban overall for Onyx.
I will choose my
They go
Then
for
the
the Harlot,
Harlot.
so yes, full XP and jungle here. So Interesting choice, but the Arlet, you do have a lot of anti-CC, and the Cho is really going to struggle against that. And heck, even the final slash is really going to be a big threat to the Fanny now.
That's right.
Honestly, in this game, onic, are they interested to get something like a quad?
Yes, the Cloud would work great to help dive, to help split push, but again, if they just want a flexible pick, it should be the Beatrix. We saw what CW was able to do with the Beatrix. I'm expecting Blacklist to ban it if they think it is the problem in the last few games.
I'm thinking Melissa or Masha here for Blacklist as the bans, just because of the fact that Melissa can be the last pick for onic, and of course the Masha being one of the menace, but they will ban out the Beatrix instead. Do you pick up the XP now if you're onic?
I think you can hold it, right?
You can hold it, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think actually they want to put the winning condition on CW. So XP first, I would say.
Glue is still available, right?
Yeah.
I almost prefer the Masha.
Yeah, me too. Especially for boots.
I like the Masha. I like the Masha here,
like you.
But the thing, thank you, I like you too. Anyways, I don't like the Masha as much as the Glue is because you can actually purify out of that second skill, the anti-auto attack. So it's something that they can play with, but I think it's a bit too risky to use that.
Leslie or Melissa will be the choice.
Yes,
right?
but if they go Leslie, they have to go.
I called it.
Now you go
Take
Grok.
my brain and study it.
You go Grok if you're Blacklist. Or Teresa, actually.
Oh,
Teresa might be the safest choice.
it's not, but I mean, it's a safe blind at the very least, right?
Yeah. Safe blind. You have no choice anyways. And then you will look for a mid laner. Eve is still... Oh, Eve is no longer that good just because of the Claude. Which means you are forced to go back to the Kagura here if you're Blacklist. And the Kagura doesn't give a good spell to the Valentina. Because you only give like a portion of the Yin Yang overturn. So it's generally the good idea. Lapu.
Is it Novaria, Mage? And do they pick up something like a Minotaur here?
Yeah, the Kagura just makes total sense, right?
It does, it certainly does, but it doesn't seem like they want to.
Minotaur makes sense as well.
The Minotaur can be stolen away though. That Valentina ult is
gonna
very
lose it.
dangerous. There you go. Minotaur, okay.
I think at that point it was pick your poison, right? They could have gone with the Eve and put Navaria back onto the support position. They could have gone for the Minotaur, which they ended up doing and giving it over to the Valentina. But you were saying, Wolf?
Yeah, onic might go for the split because there's no wave flare again. Just like in the previous
now
game
Masha
number 1.
works.
Masha works. Benedetta or Esmeralda even at a certain point, right?
Ooh, Esme against 1-1 is the only thing that you should be worried of.
Yeah.
But everything else, yeah.
But the Masha just makes it... It's just so good in this game. We predicted it would be picked. There it is.
There you go. Now it really makes sense for the Masha.
Well, with that being said, Wolf plus LaFell getting 100% of the predictions correct from this draft. Analysts tonight. Serumpun for sure. I think we all can't wait for this game to begin, but I'm going to go around the table. Which composition do you like? We'll start on the end. Wolf?
Of course, Blacklist.
Blacklist. LaFell?
Oh, you're biased. Mirko, what about you?
I'm onic.
Oh, you're biased as well.
How about you?
Oh, I'm the difference maker here. And I'm going to toss a coin. Blacklist.
Wow. Okay, now we're doomed.
Now I'll go on it.
All right,
Gideon.
Now it's 2v2.
Now it's 2v2.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Yikes. I am going to say that there at least is a lot more hope for Blacklist.
We're going into the game. I was going to cut you off. I was going to help you out, man. But
I mean,
we're going into the game of game number 6. Will the banana split works, or this time the Ube prevails again?
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
In the game, honestly, for the emblems, nothing much here, but Boots, wow, already very early on with Keyboy, trying to go for the wave. Keyboy's gonna help him now with the Jeet Kune Do, clears it up real quick.
Right now, it looks like they really just want to invade. They want to slow down Wise, and we see quite a couple of teams trying to do exactly the same thing. But now with the Masha, it looks like they just really want to make sure, Wise, you're the king of the jungle, right? How about you stay there?
Yeah, Sans as well now, already putting so much pressure onto the Minotaur, and this is the thing about the Minotaur. Early on, you can be bullied so much, and Keyboy wants to keep bullying. Wise has a Retribution, might be forced to use it, and there it is. Retribution used up. Kyrie finds the Lethal Wanderer. Meanwhile, good snipe from you from downtown.
So the difference now that the mid lane Navaria makes is that it has early ramp up when it comes to the damage compared to a roamer. Still, the roamer will have a higher cap when it comes to like the damage output, but overall, you have to be wary of Yue in the laning stage.
Right now, looking at the lanes, looking at Keyboy. Keyboy, again, when he's using the Chow, he's usually just mirroring Wise quite a lot. Now looking at the itemization here, the 1-1 is going to give a lot of promise here, and Wise taking quite a bit of damage, but as the Fredrin should be fine.
Yep, should be fine, no problem at all. Thing is, the Retribution was used earlier, so it is gonna be actually right on time for the Turtle. Even though he's getting bullied a lot in the jungle, he's still able to time it really well. Meanwhile, Keyboy, he's the one who's getting chunked for opening up that bush.
Yeah, but again, it kind of feels like Keyboy is pretty familiar with this kind of situation, so he's A-okay. He just wants his level 4 because, again, Keyboy doesn't care about dying as long as he can get a very good setup for his team.
The decision from onic is to go to the gold lane first because they know that the Masha will win it anyways.
Whoa, wow. Owl actually just soaks in that damage like it's nothing. Steel leg plates, I presume.
Yep.
Turtle, number 1, Blacklist International strikes first.
Still leg plates did not go for the crossbow, which typically is the first item for the 1-1. Great job. And this is Blacklist International adjusting from what happened in game number 1. Because in game number 1, when the Fanny or the Ling was picked up, onic went into the top lane against the 1-1, then tried to go for the purple buff trade.
That was close.
That was very close. The purple buff trade for the Turtle. This time, the Turtle for a purple did not happen, and Blacklist definitely have won this early game.
Yeah, but even though they won, in terms of the goal difference, it's not by a lot. Now, On My Venus is looking at Keyboy because, again, Keyboy is mirroring Wise, and I kind of feel like they're just trying to see which part of the map that Blacklist is very strong at, and Kyrie will just attack the opposite. They're just hoping that Blacklist is just far away from the gold lane.
Trying to give CW space, I agree. Right now he's doing really well against the 1-1, clearing it out with the blazing. No, he actually didn't use it, so he's been shoving these waves onto the 1-1 without the ultimate, so that does give us a little bit of a say as what's happening in that gold lane. But in the XP lane, it's more or less just a stalemate, as we predicted. Masha versus anyone.
Now, Edward as well as Wise is there seeing Boots, but Boots is just like, yeet, I'm out of here, but can you get out of there?
Let's see. He already used a sprint. Now the taunt comes in. Praises Strand not able to connect right now, but the way the Dragon does onto Edward. Now it's going to be Wise jumping in. Boots falls. First blood over to Blacklist International. And this is looking very bad for onic in the early game.
Oh, for sure. In Blacklist International, this is purely troubleshooting from their end. After what happened in the first game where the banana split was there from onic, they have adjusted accordingly. Now Owl is on a forward position over Chewe. Even Edward is not losing because he went for the Lapu-Lapu, all reliable Lapu-Lapu anyways.
Okay, Venus now pops in a bit of Fury under the base. Nice big battle mirror image, but now the crossbow tank is opened up.
Okay.
Let's see what they do. Keyboy is already running away. Now has the flicker as well. Owl comes down, but Kyrie's not able to find it right now. Keyboy with the Dragon, but it's on the wrong side. Kyrie walks in. The minute Fury comes back alive. Sans picks up the kill onto Owl. Meanwhile, Wise at the bottom side picks up the Turtle. Now it's Venus still stopped by Sans. CW. Oh, those are the minion. Oh, those shots are. Oh, Sans. Oh, these are really limits that both these teams are playing with.
Everyone is gambling with their lives, I gotta say. Everyone's taking turret shots. Everyone's jumping around. I gotta say, at this point, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Surely. I mean, you can onic. It was surprising that they weren't losing as much as they did because of that gamble that they did. Still, the Turtle belongs to Blacklist International. That's the second Turtle. Keyboy gets out of that for sure. And then you get a kill, a very important kill against Owl. Still not going to be enough. Troubleshooting from Blacklist International allowed them to have this.
Owl now,
okay,
wow!
Never mind.
What a pick. Kyrie finds a random, I would say, pick. Even with the steel light plates, he built up a heptasis, I believe, so he has some penetration to work with. That's how it worked. CW places the battle mirror image in the back. Venus now taking a little bit of a damage. But it's good, because he is able to defend the tier 1.
Fury Hammer and Master Assassin just, at the early stages, putting a lot of value. Kyrie likes this casual kind of builds. Like, it went for Fury Hammer into the Legion Sword. At this point, like 5 minutes, you would assume that he has completed the heptasis at least, but he went for the casual items. Went for Malefic Roar.
Yeah, that's why.
Wow.
You know what? I saw people making studies of it that you might as well just go straight for the crazy damage.
It works.
Kai,
It
what
works!
in the world? Jumping in, and Keyboy was the one who sieged the turret. Keyboy now looking for the back. CW all playing with the wall with the blazing duet. Jumps back, and Keyboy is here to pick up the scraps with the dragon ready. Goes in. Now Owl still able to get out with a second skill. A beautiful outplay from Owl.
And that's because Oh My Venus defended the knockup coming out from the stop, Kyrie!
Cutthroat, oh, he doesn't even need it. He gets out. Kyrie is absolutely styling in this game.
Right now, onic, they're picking up the tempo. And this is crazy. Keyboy now, even though 0-2 and 2. Boots on the Masha right now, even though it's 0-1 and 0. They're making things happen, man. Y secures the turtle, but onic, so far, they've been being very, very proactive. Sometimes to their own detriment.
This is so black and white between these teams. Can you get the retry?
Wise gets it. The retry was not there. Kyrie, gets out with the cables there. The Appraiser's Wrath was not enough from Blacklist International. But the crowd here, they're loving the displays.
I gotta ask you, Will, Onyx playing with fire, man.
For sure.
Is this okay? Is this them just not being disciplined, or is this all part of the plan?
I guess it's part of the plan. You saw this. This is the tempo that they're playing, that they disrupted the Obe. Unfortunately, Blacklist, it's really black and white. Onyx plays so dangerously. Blacklist going for the 100% or 80-20 play instead of the 50-50 play. Onyx is playing with fire. It could go badly.
Speaking of badly.
Now, and also Sans just coming in. The burst is enough. Owl not having a good game at all. 1-4-1. This time the gold laner, and we actually kind of called it the 1-1.
Dude, have you heard about the 1-1 curse? Let me tell you, in 2023, a lot of stuff happened. And one of the things that happened was 1-1 not getting a win-win.
That's a 3. Oh no, that's actually a 5. Yeah, I put it at 5. Yeah, you're improving.
Right. Speaking of improving, Owl's got to look at some kind of improvements in terms of farms, because right now he's level 9, CW is level 10, CW 0-0 and 0. People will be like, that's not a good stat line. Well, if you're gonna compare 1-4-1, 1-4-1 to KDA.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really liking Kyrie's approach here, right? He went for, like we said, the Malefic Roar first, and then now has got the Heptasis, which kind of feels like he wanted to go for more penetration, just because there's a lot of like damage mitigation for Edward, for example, and of course from Oh My Venus. But overall, onic, it's just about the kills, and of course taking out the win condition from Blacklist.
Right now, Keyboy and Oh My Venus, both roamers see each other. CW is there. Oh My Venus probably tried to jump over the wall, unable to. And now CW is just poking around because they have Kyrie with his Fanny. I don't know. I kind of feel like they got to go for a kill, but
look at
Masha on the top.
Yeah, Boots. This is the signature Masha. The Boots Masha is always on the split. Edward will have to go over now, but it's still going to be the turret. Tier 2 taken away by onic. But I do want to just, give a lot of props here to CW and Keyboy, because what they were doing earlier was fighting. Oh, no way, Kyrie again. Oh, they hate Owl. onic hate Owl.
Oh my God, stay in the bush, and Kyrie knows it. The telemetry, I mean, they understood the interpolation, coming up from onic.
Is it because I said Blacklist was going to win?
Yes, it is.
We're going to see here because Keyboy,
It's the 1-1,
he's Oh My Venus, Boots is there as well. They know the positioning. CW still on that Lord. Fanny, look at Kyrie. Kyrie's trying to flank.
Bravest fighter. Sans able to escape right now. Able to kite away, but CW does a lot of damage right now. He's giving the winner. Drudge it by Sans. Blazing away, canceled away by the knockup right now. But CW jumps in with the battle mirror image once again. And Keyboy gets a Jeep down. Immortality pop. This CW dodging away from the Astral Spear. Owl able to play right now as Kyrie jumps into the back. Now getting taunted up. This might be a mistake right now as that's a shutdown. Owl, one more weakness point. That's the snipe. Yue finds it. onic fall. 2-4-1.
Oh, what a stun coming out. I believe it was Owl who eventually took out Kyrie, or maybe that taunt from the energy eruption coming out from Wise. Either way, there was one hero who was able to stop Kyrie, and now Owl,
CW,
2-5-2. He's just gonna get that.
Free Lord over to Blacklist International. A beautiful skirmish to save what was a bad fight for them. Meanwhile, Sans though.
Wait.
Sans, what's happening now in the game?
Look at the bottom screen here. Look at the bottom screen. Right now, Boots, very, very low. They're still at the purple buff. Kyrie's looking at it. Wise looking at it. And now, looks like the fight is going through.
We're going to say that's Crossbow Tang ready. Oh My Venus finds the kill. Kyrie So able to go in, cutthroat as well, onto Wise with an epic war, does not deal enough damage. That's gonna be the snipe coming down, but Kyrie's able to escape. Another kill over to Blacklist, and this might be the game where Blacklist can again come back.
Okay, here's the thing. We just don't know who got the purple buff. If Kyrie got it, they got a chance.
I think it's CW. I don't know.
Kyrie got it.
Kyrie got it. One thing I want to say though, you asked if this is the tempo that you want to play with your onic, and clearly that backfired. He's checking all
Edwards
of the
alone,
window
Edwards
bushes.
Boys there.
They know this.
Too risky.
You know, you know what? If I'm onic, just play safe. Because look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. Owl's pushing.
Yep, 11 minutes in. Owl now has Wind of Nature. So he cannot be one-shot by Kyrie.
Oh, beautiful Bravest Fighter right there, but the way the Dragon still connects right now. That's Master Assassin. Edward should be bursted down here, but the bottom lane should fall as well. Cambodia roars in the venue.
Dude, okay. We gotta compose ourselves. Let's look at the in-game equipment. Even though Owl is 2, 5, and 3, with the with items he has right now, can he do something?
Yeah, definitely. Now he's not gonna be one-shot. You know, remember in game number, what's game number 1? He had the early Wind of Nature, but he lacked the damage. This time, stuck for the Corrosion Sight. Clearly, though, Chewe is leagues ahead of this Owl 1-1. But there will come a point where it will be all equalized. You're looking at the 18-minute timer. That's what they need to survive to.
Did you see that? I mean, again, Blacklist International already setting up for that buff freeze, but CW went into the... Oh, what the heck? Kai!
One Wind of Nature! One Wind of Nature!
I mean, the Wind of Nature does that. I mean, you can negate damage, but how fast is it, right? How fast is your reaction time? Because when Kyrie comes through like that, yeah, man, what the heck?
That's illegal!
That is illegal.
You're illegal!
Impossible! Well, he did have the red retribution once again.
Okay,
Right?
now looking at the situation, Kyrie wanted to kill Edward. That's not the marksman. That's not the mage. Kyrie does not care. Right now, Onyx looks like they're gonna back off a bit. What a kill! Like, how can you even react fast
You need the
enough?
replay and the slow-mo.
Yes, a slow-mo replay, please. We
How
want to
can
see
you
what
react?
happened. Oh, there you go. Beautiful production.
How can you even react to that? This is slow-mo. Let's...
Slow-mo.
Okay. Now we're watching Kyrie go
What?
And he gets
my
it.
God. Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Nice slow-mo.
No, Kyrie really knew where to place the... You know, the wall slash... Unli-walling?
There's steel cables.
Steel cables onto the wall. In the Philippines, they call it walling, which
really?
I don't think it's a bad name for it. But yeah, maximizing that, and of course the cutthroat was there, the retribution, you know, and of course the items that he had back then was Malefic Roar, Heptasis, and Hunter Strike.
Okay, they got the purple one going now. CW is okay building that push in the mid lane as well. It should be a good Lord Dance for Onic. Wise already spotted out. Venus as well. Owl's not spotted yet. Meanwhile, the bottom lane though, Edward forced to back away right now. He's about to the Bravest Fighter. They're going to go for it right now. A lot of damage placed. Let's see what Agent Zero can do. Goes in for the stun, but Boots is able to go in all the way. They want to commit onto it right now, but Owl gets knocked up by the Lord. Now the Rated Dragon comes through, but Sans is there as well. When the Dragon locking him down right now, CW comes in with Blazing Duet. Sans again, Mid Fury, Flicker in. Who gets it? It's Wise! But look at the team fight. Look at this. You are running away. Now it's going to be Venus who's taken down. That is a disaster for Blacklist. 3-4-0. Does the Lord save them?
It will be up in what, 6 seconds or
It's going to go bot. It's going to go bot. It's not going to work.
Not in the mid. Onyx, that is a disaster for sure for Black. They don't have the wave clear. This is just Novaria.
Oh, they gotta let that Lord go. They gotta let the Lord go down. Why are they going for it right now? It seems like they want to play with the minions because the mini wave in the mid lane is not enough. They can clear it down below. 3 seconds for Owl. It's not going to be end just right now. The top lane, the waves are pushing in as well. BOD being bought by Kyrie. BOD being bought by Kyrie. I need to repeat that sentence. Holy moly.
He's in it for the kill. The fact of the matter remains though, Edward held that. We're gonna see through the replay. Crucial play coming out from Edward to prolong that. Kyrie had to traverse and spend a lot, but oh my, Keyboy once again with a kick. Additional damage coming out from the Lord, of course, helping him out there. And of course, Sans dealt the damage too. Now they found Oh my Venus, but the Lord belongs to Wise. And that's the only saving grace for the side of Blacklist International.
Dude, he even popped the Wind of Nature. But there's no saving you at that point because the
Yeah.
Lord swings are true damage.
And Sans had stolen Minoan Fury. Still, you convert the damage, right? Sans is packing up a punch. Again, Valentina can take out gold laners at the latter portions. Now the crystal is there. By the way, you can see onic Kyrie had so much skills during the
Wow.
okay.
Okay, crossbow tank ready for Owl, but I don't think he wants to take it now. That's already a lot of vision, and they get forced out of their own jungle. Okay, no damage yet to Edward. I want to see what items Edward has here, because Anticuros for sure, but let's see.
Okay. Antique
Dominance, that's it.
Yep,
Antique
very
dominance.
important.
Right now, looking at the situation, CW, look at the damage onto Wise. Wise has to go back. The entirety of Blacklist International, they're grouping up. They want to make sure that it's not easy for B-Boy to pick anyone up. This is very, very crucial because even though it's a 3-2 for Blacklist, this is a best of one. Losing this game means losing it all, means being number 2. onic now, 5,600 goal lead. Boots is conquering one side of the map. And I kind of feel like Keyboy is just waiting for his time.
Wolf, did you get to see it? How many Sky Guardian helmets does Boots have? Because that is going to be crucial if you want to deal damage. One, okay.
One for now. Does have the Twilight armor. He needs that. Actually, doesn't need that much. He changed the passive.
No.
Things for Yue and I don't know. For all-ins, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure that he doesn't get bursted down because, again, sometimes, I mean, honestly, even going up against the Fredrin, that's quite a lot of damage. So just making sure that you can handle it. The Lord now has spawned.
This should be a free Lord, though.
CW is leashing it away. Now Blacklist. I kind of feel like they want to contest. But how?
Sans is owning them away. The mid lane's getting pushed in as well. Boots is cutting the waves already. And they can play the long game, remember. But no, Wise is walking up. Sans wants to go for the Mini Fury right now, but it should be a free one for Kyrie. He finds it. Turtle with the Dragon was also used up by Keyboy onto Wise just to secure it even more. All buys the Windtalker with 7,000 gold lead. 18 minutes. It's an evolved Lord. Can Blacklist defend?
The problem with like having a 1-1 who's struggling is that you don't get your items fast, and not having the trifecta of the attack speed items. You have the Golden Staff, the Corrosion, and maybe the Windtalker that sums up to 80% more attack speed. It means that you're not as fast when it comes to your Tiger pace. The fact that Owl only got his Windtalker in this point in the game, he's way leagues behind the farm of onic. That meant that he didn't have the time. But look at this, onic. They want all of the lanes to crash together.
Right now, onic. They're doing a concealed play by Keyboy. Keyboy goes in. Can he catch?
Betting on a few skills right now. Venus on the base. That's going to be Boots also jumping in. Minion Fury not saved up right now. Side! With the flicker forward. For no damage on the base. It's still going to be Boots targeting down. Riley! On the back! Built on the ruins of Blacklist Demise. The new Kage era emerges atop the sky.
Savor the moment. MSC 2023 champions. Honor! The champions now. It's not a Philippine Grand Finals.
Kyrie wanted the championship, man.
Now, you know what? It's over for us. We gotta go to the stage. We gotta feel what the players are feeling. We're gonna throw it over to Mara and Robbie.
ឆ្នាំ2023
onic Indonesia are the first two-time MSC champions in history. The Sky Kings are the new kings of Southeast Asia.
វ៉ាវនេះជាលើកទី2ហើយរបស់ onic នៅក្នុងការទទួលបាននៅពានជាលើកទី2នៅក្នុងប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្ររបស់ Mobile Legends Bang Bang និងជាស្ដេចក្រាញ់ប្រចាំអាស៊ីអាគ្នេយ៍របស់យើងផងដែរបាទ
You can see the camaraderie right now. Onic going to Blacklist International, giving them hugs. This is the true form of the champions. They have dominated MSC 2023.
បាទយើងឃើញថា onic ទទួលបាននូវជ័យជំនះប៉ុន្តែគាត់ក៏ទទួលបាននៅការគាំទ្រយ៉ាងច្រើនហើយបានទៅធ្វើការចាប់ដៃក៏ដូចជាអោបទៅកាន់ Black League ផងដែរហើយនេះហើយគឺជាស្ដេចក្រាញ់ពិតប្រាកដបាទ
And now, let us also honor the first runner-up of MSC 2023. Blacklist International. They have fought long and hard to reach this ultimate battle. Your brilliant gameplay and determination is recognized. You may now take your final bow.
បាទអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងក៏បានកោតសរសើរយ៉ាងខ្លាំងចំពោះ Black League International ផងដែរដែលគាត់បានធ្វើការតស៊ូយ៉ាងយូរនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅវគ្គផ្ដាច់ព្រាត់មួយនេះហើយនេះគឺជាអ្វីដែលគាត់ទទួលបានបាទពិតជាគួរឲ្យកោតសរសើរមែនតើបាទ
And now, make some noise for the new kings of Southeast Asia, onic Indonesia.
សូមអោយ onic មួយមក
Now to commemorate and officiate this moment, we would like to welcome Mr. Lucas Mao, Managing Director of Moonton Esports, and His Excellency Chea Chanboribo, Secretary of State, Ministry of Information and President of EFC. Please make your way to the stage and present the champions medals to the players.
បាទនៅក្នុងនេះផងដែរយើងក៏សូមធ្វើការស្វាគមន៍យ៉ាងកក់ក្ដៅចំពោះវត្តមានរបស់លោក Lucas Mao, Managing Director of Moonton Esports និងអាដាមជាច័ន្ទបរិបូរណ៍រដ្ឋលេខាធិការក្រសួងព័ត៌មាននិងជាប្រធានគណៈកម្មាធិការផ្សព្វផ្សាយនិងព័ត៌មាននៃគណៈកម្មាធិការជាតិរៀបចំការប្រកួតកីឡា SEA Games លើកទីអាស៊ីអាគ្នេយ៍លើកទី32ផងដែរបាទ
Mr. Lucas Mao and Your Excellency Chea Chanboribo, you may now give the medals to our champions.
បាទសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញ
Okay.
And Blacklist lost in 11 minutes.
Wait,
So
so you
when
guys are
we're
the
talking about curses,
Oh my
I'm not
god.
really sure if it's you that you guys should be looking out for, but I know what we should be pushing our focus now, as we are moments away of coming into the drafting phase of game number 2 between onic and Blacklist International.
Here's the thing before the drafts, I just gotta say congratulations, boys. Finally on the table here, we have proven that girls are not always right. Clack, 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 clack.
Wow.
Girls can get it wrong too.
Oh my god.
I don't feel good about this one. Immediately, we're seeing a couple of bans. Diggy, Estes, Valentina, Blacklist take Kadita as well as Kaja away.
All right, so they don't opt for first pick this time around. Still, they claim the second pick, and this is interesting. I want to know if things are going to change, like you mentioned, but looking at the Kaja banned out.
Still gonna give up the Franco. I think you banned 1-1 here.
I mean, I kind of just want to ban the Franco, man. Because again, if luck is the factor here, then you know what? Don't take any chances. Yeah, they heard. Leo said they will adjust.
Yep, they are definitely adjusting. I was going to agree with LaFell that maybe they should get rid of the Franco at this point because it felt like half the time it was the X factor that made the difference.
The reason why they banned out the Franco is that it says because the Valentina has been banned out by onic, right? They know that eventually the Joy will be the priority for onic, but that means that Joy as well as 1-1 is going to be the priority for onic. If onic picks up the 1-1, this is Blacklist being comfortable with the Joy. So that will be the answer. They want to get the Joy's second pick. That's why they banned out the Franco this time.
But you did mention that the last time they needed that extra bit of damage to get through that Joy. The Valentina is already gone, so we're probably looking for a substitute later on. 1-1 gets locked in. Eterna, thoughts?
It's risky. I always think that a 1-1 first pick is risky, but
Yeah.
and I say this because there are a lot of counters towards it, right? Phoveus, Diggy. Okay, Diggy's banned out. Even the Purify, a battle spell, can be the counter towards the 1-1. But we've seen these teams make it work. And in the hands of CW, like Mirko has mentioned before, it is a force to be reckoned with. So the question now is, what are Blacklist going to go for? Are they going to go for the Joy Novaria route here? Okay, Fredrin.
Fredrin first. Fredrin's always been their prio pick early on that has gotten them so ahead in the early game. And even in game number 2, we saw the Fredrin really dictate the matchup because of the jungle clear of the CC. Now add the Joy into it, and it's a very, very threatening combo.
It was a very quick shot, but I got to see Edward's face. He was cracking his knuckles after getting the Joy. You know Edward, you know the draft starting in. How does this feel for Blacklist?
They are going to be activating him. Man, I was definitely going to say the Faramis as well as the Joy for the side of Blacklist. Faramis should have been a Blacklist, first pick perhaps, but that means that it opens up a lot for onic. The idea here is you take away the Faramis so that it will not be used against your 1-1. onic really designed this so well. And I think that Blacklist International would now be focusing on maybe getting the marksman now to match up against the 1-1.
Wait, sorry, I have a follow-up question towards this Fredrin, right? Is this only played by Wise?
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
So no flex?
No.
Not going to be a flex.
I don't think they want to be able to put like a sandbag on Edward as of right now. We need a playmaker, right? It has to be effective. It needs to be able to start really threatening CW because for the past 2 games, he's gotten way too much without getting punished.
Right now, honestly, I have questions as well because the Fredrin has been picked up. It's good to pick up the Akai to fight against the Fredrin so that you have, in my personal opinion, in terms of the Retribution battles, the Akai would win. And the thing is, the Diggy has been banned out. So for the first 3 picks here, onic, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like they're having the better draft.
And also against the Joy. Remember, the Sakai is going to be very good up against the Joy with the heavy spin. The Joy, if Edward decides to just jump in a bit too aggressive, he can actually just be brought back to the team so easily, given over to Faramis, to 1-1 to burst. But now you can already see what Blacklist are doing. Even onic, they're still going for the Leslie ban here. They know, and I especially know this because I got destroyed in lane by baby cakes on a Leslie on 1-1 once.
Wow.
Yeah, I met them. And Diablo, this guy, he picked Phoveus, so he's a nerd, but you know, he's cool. He's cool.
Are we even considering the possibilities of other potential counter picks against this 1-1, or is that not even what we're looking at? We're straight away, bigger picture, we're forgetting about the laning as Blacklist.
You can't forget about that one. You need to deal with it. I think you want to go for damage. I think Farsa is a good hero. It might be banned out by onic actually. So you go Farsa Novaria or Eve Novaria. The thing with Farsa is that it chunks down the shields from the Faramis and also makes it threatening for the 1-1 to position badly. And then you go for something like a damage dealing marksman as well. Like unfortunately Leslie has been banned, but maybe something more along the lines of a Beatrix or a Brody.
Wow, wait. I'm sorry, Fanny. So they think the Akai can be flexed.
That's what I wanted to say.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to say.
Need some stitches?
That's why I asked, can Fredrin be flexed? Because the first 3 picks, if it can't be flexed, then it's very clear where all these heroes are going. Whereas for the side of onic, it's a little bit more gray area. Sure, the 1-1 is definitely going to the gold lane, but this Faramis and this Akai is a little bit 50-50. Faramis definitely not the style of Keyboy, but it still can be flexed into perhaps maybe the EXP lane, right? So we're not really sure which direction it's going. It seems like Blacklist are picking up on that. And onic now, they are going to go for the Melissa takeaway.
Maybe forcing the Claude perhaps, which loses against the 1-1. The best hero that can get Beatrix and they will take it. But this means that onic can just go something like even Natalia, as well as somewhere along the lines of a Masha in this particular game.
You know, that's a really good matchup, actually, that if they want to go for it up against the Beatrix and even the Novaria, then Natalia is going to give them a lot of problems. But I can't help but feel, you know, this Akai can be flexed into the robe, and it's going to be Kyrie on his signature Haya. 2 very easy backline targets to go for here.
Yep.
It's going to be the Yuzong locked in as well, so it is just between the roamer and the jungler. If they want to go for something different, it should be the Cho. Beatrix, you cannot bring Purify on this Beatrix, so with the Cho, you do have a lot to say. Up against the Joy as well, it is going to be a very good pick because you can lock them down. Oh, there you go.
You called it. You called it. Well done, Miracle. Through and through, their backline access, their team fights are great. They're able to kind of disengage from difficult spots. It's a play on the previous composition that we saw in game number 2 from onyx so far.
And it also gives them an answer to all these strategies perhaps from Blacklist right now, right? The Beatrix, the Novaria, the Joy, like you mentioned, but this last surprise pick is going to be very important.
It's just Farsa or Eve, I think, for Blacklist. They need that. But what I really like about this Yuzhong is that even when it's Eve or Farsa, it looks bad on Blacklist International. But at the same time, they're left with no choice. They need some sort of nuke damage.
Yep. And if I had to choose between Farsa and Eve, I would also go for Eve as well. Anti-CC just to be able to protect you for a couple more seconds. Maybe try to make that impact before you go down. I think this is a hard game, but yes, they have downloaded habits, and I'm hoping that we see them exploit it. I'm thinking maybe it's going down towards that gold lane. It is a 1-1, and it is punishable after level 4, so let's see whether that's going to be the case.
Okay, now, honestly, looking at all the players, the coaches are moving away. And I gotta say, I got mixed feelings here looking at the faces. Some are looking worried, some are looking hopeful. Now, here's the thing, Gideon has said it himself. For game number 3 is gonna be very, very important for both teams. Blacklist, if they want hope, they gotta make sure they win this one. But on the side of onic, man, if they win this 3rd game, it's almost game over. I kind of feel like they're putting their foot on the throats of Blacklist. With that being said, we're going into game number 3 of the Grand Finals in MSC, onic against Blacklist International.
It's funny to see because I actually got to, watch and analyze MPLPH Grand Final Season 11, and I was doing that with Midnight. So shout out to Midnight. He told me that the M4-4-0 really hurt Blacklist, and after another 4-0, and now possibly another, you can't help but think that it is on the back of Blacklist's minds.
And right now, looking at the rotations, Wolf, anything that we gotta pay attention to, or it's all normal.
It's gonna be well. I guess the only difference is that there will be no invasion from both teams because this is Fredin and Akai, right? They are pretty much self-sufficient. It is weird though because we know that as a Cho, you want to invade in the early stages.
And right now, Sans is doing quite well. Everyone here is basically just poking each other out. But I gotta say, man, Keyboy is looking very active. He's trying to get his rhythm. He's looking and he's trying to mirror wherever Wise is going. It's like, yeah, Wise, you know what? You're a Fredrin, cool and all. You can walk anywhere you want. I'm just gonna make sure that I always have vision on you.
Yeah. I can expect that Blacklist will put focus onto Boots. I think this is the right idea. Maybe force a Petrify. That's what they're doing.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be good here. That's going to be a dive from Edward. Boots didn't pop in the Petrify, but Edward is already very low. Now, clearing out the way. Meanwhile, top side, Owl's going to be brought back to the team right now. Owl flickering out, but Keyboy jumps in again. One more weakness point is all he needs. No Inspire. This could be a mistake from the side of onic right now as they gun him down. UA's walking up. He has the flicker, but Keyboy's trying to zone him away as Sans walks in as well. Venus gets caught. What is first blood over to onic?
Dude, okay, a lot happened there. Sans always looked like he was forcing it, but oh my Venus, what was that positioning?
Well, it was because he wanted to take out CW, and I think he can. But Sans was heroic, flickered in front of Oh My Venus.
Kai, I don't think this is going to be a good strat for you. Owl guns him down. He tried to go for an invade, but it's a very well-placed position for Owl to counter that. Blacklist winning.
Yep. Looking at this situation as well, Blacklist was able to secure the turtle. Wise here, seeing Keyboy, CW, looks like he is gonna get slowed down, so Blacklist, I don't know.
Oh! Venus! That's how he redeems himself. That's how you do it.
All of the effort that onic did up top lane, they went in 3 against Owl. They weren't able to kill Owl. Surely they punished Oh My Venus, but the fact remains, Owl was there to contribute for the kill onto Kyrie. Then Oh My Venus shuts down CW. The focus of Blacklist onto the top lane, well rewarded.
Okay, you know what, Keyboy, good job on you. That is worth a TikTok clip. Now, I gotta ask Mirko, CW on this 1-1, he's getting pressured. Does he really care?
Not really. In every 1-1 lane right now, wait a minute, Sans forces to call Alter in the mid lane. That RWM doing a lot of damage. Also Venus, the mobility field almost taking him down. Yue has the flicker. There you go, Yue! With a the flicker forward to find that kill. Meanwhile, Kai gonna bring it back. No real world manipulation. Just a few more basic attacks, and it is going to be a solo kill. Kai recovers for his team.
I think that carry really, maybe that's
Keyboy and Keyboy. This is what you get. Now it's going to be CW flying across the skies, just like onic. A good sidestep from both these members. Venus spotted Keyboy out. Wise is going to be trying to sandwich them down. Knows that it is all up to CW. Keyboy just playing around it. CW's trying to body block, and he will do it. Venus does not know the positioning of Keyboy.
Okay, you know what? Right now, in the first 4 minutes here, we're seeing way more action than almost the entirety of the second game just now, because a lot of fights are going everywhere. I gotta ask, Wolf, you're the blacklist connoisseur. Is this where they're trying to switch it up, trying to increase the tempo?
Yes, surely. They have to understand that the way that the way onic is playing is fast tempo as well. They have to match it.
Well, Kyrie is going for it either way with a heavy spin. Now bringing it back. Wise zone away from the turtle. He wants to get it now, and it should be free. Kai gets it with the dragon. Locking Wise down. Boots! And the back with the black dragon for himself. Wise now 3v1. The king of the jungle will fall, but he goes for a lot more damage first. The calls are forced. The king of the jungle doesn't go without a fight. He paid some time for Owl to take some good gold down below.
onic snatching that turtle away from Blacklist International was so massive. Yue already put out the ultimate. Well placed, well timed. Blacklist International had the control of the turtle, but it was Kyrie who secured the turtle. And then afterwards, Wise felt so anxious for a kill. And that's why he was punished. All of a sudden, in a flip of a switch, onic with a 1.5k gold did.
I almost want to say that's not Wise's fault, man, because looking at how onic plays, and again, Keyboy, because, okay, look at what happened. Kyrie pushed the Fredrin away. You're not getting anywhere near the turtle. Keyboy's like, I'm going to kick you away and then see what else you got.
And to talk about the matchup again, we didn't really get to talk about it. CW on the 1-1. Well, 1-1 in general, against any bullies or anyone who can actually escape from you, you just need to farm. Farm up, wait for the corrosion site. Once you get the DHS, now that's when you actually look to fight. And right now, he's on course to get a very early DHS.
Okay, Demon Undersword is the power spike we're looking at here for CW. Kyrie now, as well as Keyboy. There's two ways for onic to start the fight. Blacklist, they gotta be careful because Wise, even though you're the king of the jungle, there's not much that you can do 1v3, 1v4, sometimes even maybe 1v5.
Yeah, definitely. For onic, they have good team fight. For sure, good engage, I mean. With the Akai as well as the Yuzhong. We haven't even seen like Boots participate in a massive team fight just yet. And now it means that the game is over with word!
As a Vengeance popped in early though, now the crossball attack, CW in the back, now with his fire! Finds that one, one fingers! One CW, he finds the double under the turret! Now Boots dives into the back, with the Vengeance as well! Son forced in, Boots able to escape from the turret right now! No way, Kyrie saves him from it, Boots 1 HP, Yu is on the way! How did onic just pull that off?
Dude, you know what? If we deserve an instant replay, that deserves an instant replay. I gotta say, hats off to Keyboy. He waited for it. He went in and he got his target.
And the flicker animation transfer as well. It all started with that snag onto Edward. Keyboy with that flicker and he wins. He goes in for the kick. Then CW making sure that he was able to pop the ultimate. Fortunately though for Blacklist, Wise was there to knock out CW and they do have the damage, but Boots to pick up the slack, and Keyboy once again sacrificing his body so that Boots will complete the kill, and then Kyrie defended. onic is just on a different chemistry level.
Dude,
it's point.
I gotta say, this is why his KDA looks like that, but I kinda don't care. Sacrifice yourself for the betterment of your team. Blacklist now, what are you gonna do?
That was beautiful mechanics, by the way. Right as you say that, Edward using the second skill, Unstoppable, to get out of the way the dragon.
Exactly.
Let's see more from Edward to make those kind of plays for Blacklist to come back.
Edward taking full utility of a Joy. That's good to see, for sure.
Wait a minute, Wise. Bit off position. Kyrie finds it. Oh, Wise pinned down. Real world manipulation on the back, but it's the Black Dragon form as well. CW now with the crossbow attack. Petri again. Yue forced to flicker out. Edward jumping back inside now. CW is going to be caught with the way to Dragon! From Keyboy. Saves CW and even gets a kill back. Keyboy gets it. Meanwhile, Owl up top trying to split up the map.
Okay, you know what? Mirko, I don't let you use this. If it's not Keyboy, it's Key what? Man, that was key, man. I'm gonna give you that one. Keyboy in this game will is amazing.
Keyman is, sorry, a 2 out of 10, but he was definitely key for the side of onic to win that
was
team
1
fight.
out of 10.
When Carry went in for the ultimate, he was able to isolate Wise. It was already looking good for Blacklist because Yue was able to pop the ultimate. Boots, however, was the difference maker. Going on to Yue, making sure that the friend was there, and then they get a kill. Then the Way of the Dragon, for some reason, was still saved to save Chewit.
Okay, Edward again with the second skill, but they're just gonna go onto the turret. Edward trying to defend, but it is an easy siege for onic down below, pushing the goal lead even further.
Wait, let's just count it. San sure used his flicker, but the thing is, you force a lot of ults from Blacklist. Why sure now has his retribution, but we can see, man, what is the reaction speed of Sans? That was insane. And now, looking at the observer, he's trying to figure out. The Lord has been started by Kyrie. Blacklist, you gotta contest. The question is, how? Because Kyrie on this Akai has been on point so far.
Very difficult now for Blacklist International. They still have good engage. They still have the Fairwind and as well as the Eve. For them to, again, win the team fights, you have to rely on winning the territorial battle. Fortunately for Wise, level 11, but Carry will be level 12 soon. It'd be better for Wise to wait for his levels to go up before they fight.
Okay, right now, Kyrie being a little bit low. Wise.
Backline,
Look at
Keyboy.
Keyboy! With a play, a Way of the Dragon, a mystical one. Now zoning Wise away. Edward jumping to the back with a call. Alter saves him now with Boots. Finds a Petrify and the flicker now wasted by Yue. Wise in the mid still, just buying time. Boots gonna fall. The Uzi praises Wrath in a real world manipulation. Edward jumps back in. CW still alive. It's 1-for-1 gold for XP.
Okay, we gotta say that was an amazing play coming in from Keyboy, but it looks like Blacklist, they're not losing too much. They're going for Keyboy. They're looking very angry. Keyboy kicks Edward away.
They just survive. I think the fact that the ultimate coming up from Yue is on point once again for Blacklist. That's how they defended. And big props to Wise, still regaining composure. They would have lost that fight without Owl, but everybody from Blacklist just fought against onic.
And Kai now is going to get the brunt
What a
of the
massive
damage.
smoke.
Kyrie 1 HP, still jumping in. He wanted to go for a desperate play. It did not pay off. And Blacklist, calm, stone cold, and calculated, takes the Lord for free.
This time it looks like Blacklist. You know what?
Dude.
We're not gonna play your game. You're gonna play our game.
Exactly.
Use whatever you want. We're gonna fight back.
Exactly. And what is Blacklist's game? It's the Lord Dance. They were the ones who invented that kind of gameplay where you poke an Edward. After knowing that there will be no called altar, there will be no Way of the Dragon, he saw the opportunity. Nobody is gonna lock him down. You went in for Kyrie. Didn't matter that Kyrie is attack. Kyrie only had Radiant Armor as well as Anticuras, but not his teammates, and he was pummeled. Great pokes from Blacklist.
Okay, Keyboy might be getting caught.
They're hunting Keyboy down. Now with the dash. Shunpu, real world manipulation also committed. Keyboy still able to survive.
Edward!
Dodging away. What a
No
dragon
way,
vengeance
Keyboy.
popped in by Edward.
No way,
Keyboy
Keyboy.
buys the time. Now they get to clear the Lord for free.
Shunpo's to dodge, then kick to get out. Keyboy is a different beast.
Dude,
He's not Keyboy. He's not Keyman. He's Key God at this point.
CW's
3 out of
move.
10.
Here's the thing. Look at Edward, look at Edward!
CW trying to run away. No vengeance. He baited it in earlier. That might just be a mistake now. Venus already forced to flicker out. Now it's going to be the Render's Apathy. Doesn't connect onto anyone.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, Keyboy, I've seen this dude on live stream playing the show while eating. He was piloting the hero with his feet.
By the way,
What? Really? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
it's on TikTok. Blacklist, every time they try to team fight and go for the poke, and after they got the Lord, naturally the minions will be pushing, right? And this is a play that Blacklist always does. Create chaos, let the minions naturally push, and even when they lose one hero to another, you'll be surprised. A lane is already pushed.
Okay. Kai now gonna be caught, knocked up. That's a Restream as well. Wise using a lot right now, but the crossbow tank is going to be ready for CW now. Maybe a bit of an over-aggressive move from the side of Blacklist International. That's the way the Dragon. Oh, Keyboy finds Owl. Wise completely isolated on the heavy spin in the Black Dragon form. Keyboy is a mad lad for this one. Edward jumps back in with vengeance, able to find one on the board. It's Kyrie who falls, but Boost jumps into the back line. Now with the Purist dive to disengage, slows down. Astral Sphere from Venus to take him down. Another equal trade, 2 for 2.
Well done, Blacklist International. Wise tanked all that damage. And of course, holding on to the blade armor, there's a lot of physical defense already for Wise. Chewe was able to pop the ultimate, but that is only onto Wise. Wasn't able to transfer it. And after Owl was pinned down, Edward caught the stack. Still, you have to come in Keyboy, finding Owl. Or maybe it's the other way. Maybe Owl needs better positioning in these fights because so far, he hasn't contributed. 2 and 4. That's not good for a marksman.
I gotta say, man, Keyboy playing this show, I think is giving Blacklist some nightmares. Remembering them of Yaoi. So this is like Kiwi. Wait, no, that's
a 1 out of 10.
That's another 1 out of 10. You guys have just been smashing out ones here, but onic, they're the ones to push the pace this time in the 14th minute. They're trying their best to go for the Lord, but can they survive the poke, the range?
Okay, right now we get looking at Sans. Looks like he is going to be one on duty to make sure that Edward does not push her. Looks like Blacklist, they want to have a taste of the split push themselves. Kyrie is still here, has vision of Wise. Not sure where Oh My Venus is. Right now they probably see him. But look at onic. They're not trying to push things forward. They're just like, okay, let's maintain the wave and then we'll see what Blacklist does. Because I think they're all just waiting for the key man to get the key kick. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Better.
Yeah, you can do better. And look at this. Edward found out about this.
Oh, he's going to be brought back right now with a vengeance as well. It doesn't matter. The crossbow tank is ready and CW has it now. Oh, CW! Falls to the back, baiting out over the nature. Now Alter comes down. Heavy spin disengage. They're very low HP. So Blacklist can turn this around, but Wise going to be pinned down, and that might just be it. Sans picks up the kill. They find another, and it's the mechanical prowess of onic that's shining in game 3.
Dude, my face is in my hands right now. What happened just now? CW? It looked like he was gonna die to the vengeance, but I kind of feel like Keyboy was saying, it's like, dude, don't worry.
Yeah,
You won't die.
This is definitely familiarity, you know? Because Edward...
Oh, Keyboy!
Keyboy, get him out of here!
No way.
Keyboy! How does this man keep doing it?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no. Stop. Gotta put a leash on him.
Dude, have some mercy. Relax, you're 2-1 and 11. You're the roamer. Your gold laner has died more than you.
You're right.
Massive kicks from Keyboy. The kick boy for side of onic.
3 out of 10.
Unbelievable. But again, game of familiarity. Edward knows that there is going to be a play here, but Chewe was able to hold his ground, never even needing Sans' help up until this point. And then Kyrie was able to stun lock Wise. Why did I say that it's a game of familiarity? Edward knows that there will definitely be someone in that bush. But then again, onic laid that trap. They know that somebody from Blacklist will check that, and they have 3 members in there, which typically only has 1 or 2. 3 members, including the gold laner. The damage here means that kill is gonna be confirmed.
Right now, the Lord is marching on mid. Keyboy is smelling. He's looking at the positioning. Sans is quite low. Wise goes in.
There you go. Sans is down. Enhanced was able to march down, getting a bit of turret damage there. But Sans actually saved his ultimate because he has his passive. He knows it's not too worth it to utilize that ult there.
Winter Trencher now picked up by Edward. This needs to be all over the place for Blacklist. Everybody has to have a Wind of Nature or the up with Yue. And now next, surely Oh My Venus.
Oh,
they need that! Whoa!
There you go, there you go. Now Edward pushing the pace. That's heavy spin. CW! The call! It will save more than XP down. Still though, it's gonna be a trade. Keyboy's taken out as well. Now Kyrie's next on the chopping block. This Owl pushes the pace. Blacklist had found it. It found the key to unlock this door.
Yo! This game, you know what? We got highlights over highlights, the entire MSC highlight.
Oh my God.
Just get it here, man.
He saved it. He saved it for that.
Exactly. Gila Sans! Saving Private Chewe this time, but what's really surprising is that Blacklist still managed to get 2 kills. And you have to really piggyback off of what Edward is doing. They have found Kyrie and Keyboy. Nonetheless, Owl and Omega Venus, although if you look at Owl, that's
thank
4
God
deaths,
for replay.
still takes a lot of damage. Let's look at the replay of exactly what happened. Sans' timing was so good. Dude,
He had nothing left.
had nothing left.
Oh my god.
Edward,
How?
look at
How?
that. Beautiful.
Oh my god. What?
Beautifully done. But Keyboy was under the turret, unfortunately. It was a massive mistake on him. And then, of course, Wise, with that jump, is able to lock out Kyrie.
No. Keyboy didn't make a mistake. He heard that we said he died less than the marksman.
Okay,
Oh wait, let me fix that.
Equalize. Now it's equalized. He knows.
But he's
that-
still down to that, so.
Yeah, I know, but Coach will be
Yeah,
like
okay,
having
okay.
a word, so it's like you know what,
Okay, yeah,
kill
yeah.
it, kill. Yeah.
Yeah. My God,
Take a
what a
breather,
game.
take a
What
breather,
game.
man. Oh no, Keyboy, he's looking for it again. No way, right? Oh, flicker. Oh, okay. Venus flickers out of that one. That's a big spell, though.
Yeah, now we gotta calm down because I kind of feel like big moments are gonna come soon. Wise and Kyrie looking at the timing. Sans taking quite a lot of damage. Looking at Blacklist, they dealt a lot of damage onto CW.
Oh my-
They're doing a lot of damage onto Sans. onic, if they throw, if at any point they make a mistake, it could be Blacklist trying to get the kill, because I gotta say, Owl in this game so far has been the focus.
Yep.
Owl, Hood cannot do anything. Keeps on getting caught. Speaking of which, Kyrie tries to pin down
early.
Wise, but as the Wise man once said, I can't get caught.
Yes, he certainly can. Kyrie now is the one who's getting caught with the taunt, bringing it back under the real world manipulation. No heavy spin to play with this. Alter placed down. Did he want to go for the trade still? Now Wise gonna be able to find the taunt right now, but the Raiders Dragon locks him down. Who gets it? Who gets it? It's Ewan. No, it's not. It's Edward who finds it down the back line of Vengeance as well. CW with the nature. Now Boo's also gonna fall.
my God.
Blacklist. How?
Dude.
Out of nowhere, winning it around, turning it in out is Ewan.
I called it, man. The damage from Blacklist is strong. onic, they just need to throw one time, and that might be the only time they've been giving it.
You got to take those Sans. This is Ghostbursters. And this is mid lane Faramis. Packs up a punch. You have to be careful, but a 2-way connection with the ultimate.
Let's see, CW has cracked the fuse. Now going to be sniped down by the spear. Yua has the Art of Jam. Pops it right now as Edward jumping to the back line, and CW's down. Blacklist haven't done it yet. Minion waves coming crashing down. No way to defend. This is not going to a clean sweep. This is going for more.
I'm gonna call it. Gideon Q said it. Third game, incredibly important for both teams. Look at the face of Blacklist now. I'm pretty sure they're relieved, but at the same time, they're like, guys, it's not over. It's just one win. But what an important one win.
Yue was critical and was instrumental to the win of that team fight. That third fight, you saw that Kyrie already expended the ultimate. A massive
Edward
mistake.
smiling? Edward smiling?
A massive
he has
mistake for
emotions?
onic. Then, of course, Yue popping the ultimate, locking down the entirety of onic, securing the Lord as well. Then Edward comes into the fray. Edward and Yue were so important in that win for Blacklist International.
You know what? That was an amazing game. I'm gonna call Gideon and Turner coming in quick, because I want to hear your opinions immediately.
Tell you, what did I tell you? Let Edward find it. He is a heat-seeking missile. All you got to do is set it up for the man.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
Dude, that's
The
right.
curse is too quick.
No, that's intense curse.
Wow.
I told you, this is the cursed table. This is the cursed cast already, and you dare dabble in it?
I mean, there's a reason why previously in the Taos prediction, my name wasn't there.
Yo,
The production knows.
Mirko, throughout this MSC, we've been chewing a lot. All of our curse is rubbing off of her.
I'm not gonna say anything, you know?
A lot of things you could have taken from us, that's the one you chose.
Because I know. It's crazy, right? Because honestly, I was talking to Gideon as well backstage, right? We were talking about the drafts coming in from both onic as well as Blacklist, and I had to say that I really liked onics draft better. I felt like they had they had a lot of answers, solutions to the strategies that Blacklist brought. But this, exactly, and we thought that this was the weakest link, right? We mentioned it, the last pick either Yves or Farsa would be the weakest link, and yet it gets the MVP of this match. It's gonna go to Yue, and it makes sense. There were so many times when onic tried to go for an engage, that real-world manipulation just really hindered everything, blocked all the movements, and the aggression from onic.
Yue was finding value where technically he shouldn't be finding value, right? Because half the time you want to maximize the real-world manipulation by maximizing the amount of charges you have and getting them all out on the field. The more you're able to pump out damage, the more you're going to be on the top of the charts. But in this case, Yue thinks of it a little differently, right? He not only uses the edge of the box to catch the right targets, but he's also looking to slow down that front line from actually collapsing into these neutral objectives. And that's what we saw throughout the entirety of this game.
That's the reason why they were able to get Suns. And look at that, extra hitbox once again. You're gonna see that in important team fights, you have to set up the box. And I'm not just talking about the box for me, it's the overall formation box that you can see from Blacklist International. Yue, once again, look at that. Isolating Suns from carry was far too late, you know, to save someone else. But then again, they will get a big teamfight victory here because Edward once again finds kill onto Kyrie, then they punish Boots. Another teamfight that will be started and ended by the real-world manipulation just because of territorial control. Like this one, for example, they just can enter through the formation of Blacklist International. Critical from Yue.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they're working is like a sieve, right? You're essentially trying to isolate as many targets as you can, try to get the gold and separate it away from the rest of the sediments in the mixture. And that's when we're looking for Keyboy, who closes in on those gaps and tries to pull away attention just so that it makes it work. But at the end of the day, right, I would say at least for Owl, he played a more stable game. He doesn't mind, right? He took a bit of damage at the end of it. He still felt like he had room to breathe.
I feel like we also need to highlight Edward there, right? Because we mentioned, you mentioned it actually. You were like, you know, Edward needs to activate. He needs to come online. He needs to have a little bit more say in these games. So give him something like the Joy, and he did exactly that. onic were able to get a lot out of those skirmishes, those team fights, but Blacklist were able to kind of level it out because they were able to trade through Edward.
Yeah, Edward is the main pillar here in the game for Blacklist International. Like you mentioned, every single time Edward goes in, even though he's not able to find CW, let's say earlier in that skirmish, Call Alter, burnt out, Keyboy completely zoned away and isolated from his team, and so did Kyrie. Kyrie got baited into that situation using the heavy spin to disengage for CW and ended up getting caught. Also, that final Lord that sealed the deal.
Yep.
That team fight, again, was Edward baiting a lot of these skills, a lot of these resources, and destroying the formation that onic wants to utilize with the crossbow of Tang.
I love his build as well, right? He's not trying to be respectful at all in no sense of the word. He knows that he needs to provide a lot of kill threat. He knows that he's eventually going to have to purchase at least a third eye to Bloodwings, 100%. He needs to be able to sustain, and look at that, my goodness.
The most damage.
The most damage, 75,000.
And before we throw it to Wolf, real quick, Edward has 67% teamfight participation, and he has the highest damage dealt.
Yeah. And this is because both Edward and Yue understands what they need to do in a teamfight, and specifically in a Lord Dance. You saw Edward needs to go to the backlines, be a menace, then output the damage, and he did 75k. Then Yue onto Kyrie, right? We saw that in the previous game as the Valentina that copies the real world manipulation. This time he is playing the Eve. Both occasions, whenever he sees Kyrie in a team
On stage, Blacklist versus onic. Let's jump right into it. Match point.
Right now, Atlas, thanks for the help. Loving you a lot, dude. Atlas, pretty cool. He likes pizza.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Atlas
Okay.
likes pizza. In fact, sometimes he tosses himself. Now going into the game, Blacklist batting out the suppressed hero. No one is gonna get suppressed. No one's gonna get the diggy.
My friend.
They
I'm
eyeing
guessing
for another
Estes. Yep, we're ban.
they have to ban Joy here, right? Blacklist International, because what generally happens is onic is gonna open up 1-1 once again, then they pick it, then the others they sa Kedira. So it's another Joy 1-1 trade-off.
I mean, is it possible
I mean,
that they just
0%.
leave the 1-1 open this time?
I don't know. Maybe onic might fall into it. We'll see what Coach Yep's mindset is going to be.
There you
Yeah,
go.
see, they banned it out, just like the previous game that we did see, right? They got rid of the droid, make sure that it wasn't even in the hands of anybody else, and now Blacklist International, right? At some point, they have to go for a blind support pick. They're going to start off with a general flex. I think it's okay, but just it's not the strongest starter.
No, I like it. I like you guys.
1-1 Valentina here, right? Oh! 1-1 Eve instead.
I was made for.
You wish Valentina is going to be incoming for sure. And then the Novaria. My goodness. Standard pickups.
I mean, I don't know, man. Novaria is really good, but looking at Blacklist, I kind of feel like you got to give a winning lane to Edward. And you gotta tank it up. I kind of feel like at this point, just pick up the Minotaur before he gets banned.
Minotaur
you're
Arlet,
right.
maybe?
I would say, yeah, Minotaur Arlet works here. If it was just Minotaur, if they just go for Minotaur Valentina, it's going to be very hard. Real world manipulation,
You're hard.
CC, as 1-1 is very hard. A hero, yes, exactly. Second skill, C anti-CC. She can actually just purify out of that one. So, yeah, if they go for the Minotaur next, it's going to be too expensive. It's Novaria and Valentina.
Instantly.
No way! It's the glue. It's the glue.
I mean, you don't even have to ban the Pyraminx. No way they're gonna pick it up, right?
Yep. You're not worried about that. You ban out now. You ban Leslie.
Possibility.
Yes,
Dude.
let's not fall into this trap, right? It's happened too many times, and even amongst us casters, that teams assume, yes, their mid lane duo is already done, and they put Valentina in towards that jungle side and start opening up a new legs of possibilities. And in this case, it could just be a fake out for all we know.
Heads up ban coming out from onic with the Uranus. Coach Yeb wants to make sure that there will be no counter whatsoever for the glue. They are forcing Blacklist to play the setup game and the X play. Like Arlet, your Lapu-Lapu for sure, which will not be the best versus the hero, so that's they're gonna be banning out the Uranus. I will not be surprised if the Benedetta is incoming for next, or maybe a Leslie, right? Because it still is decent versus the comp of onic.
Oh, okay, but they go for the respect ban here, and I think this is really, really wise. Well, wise is on Blacklist, but you know what I mean, right?
I get it.
Thank you. So they do respect Kyrie here. They are going to go for the Leslie ban, like you mentioned. Very interesting, but with what Gideon said, is it safe to assume that perhaps Blacklist does still have the possibility of picking up the Pyraminx?
I think they absolutely do, but then the comp really starts to crumble here because it's really, really soft. You can't expect Fredrin to do absolutely everything in all the roles unless they're willing to compromise, even like, hey, Owl, you want to pick up a fighter? Let's get a death ball composition going and then allow the rest of the team to try and poke him out with a Navaria.
Okay, they can pick up the Kyrie hero now, right? Something like maybe Martis or Akai. This still is good. When you pick up the 1-1, you have to make sure that the 1-1 is the star of the show. Much like you do with Fanny or Ling, for example. You kind of have to focus on just one hero that you really just stack up all of your farm. In this case, it's the 1-1, surely. So maybe you go for a utility jungler now for onic. Like I said, Bane perhaps? Bane and the swimming pool, right?
We saw the difficulty of Kyrie.
Lancelot.
There you go, right? Because I was about to mention, we saw the difficulty of Kyrie on the Akai when faced with the real-world manipulation, and seeing as though Blacklist has already picked up the Valentina, I think it would be a little bit too tricky for them to go that route again. So I like this. Lancelot pick up now.
You're left with Claude, right, for Blacklist? Because it's decent versus Eve. Sorry, it's good versus Eve and Glue. So maybe that's your only choice. But at the same time, you need kind of a lockdown from the XP lane. So do you just go back to a Lapu-Lapu? In match point for your opponents, you go back to what works. Edward has been so good with the Lapu-Lapu.
So Beatrix Lapu?
Lapu comes up.
Melissa, possibly?
Melissa's going to be really tough to play up against a Glue and a Lancelot, even a 1-1. So Claude is the best option to go for. The Beatrix, I think they've had so many bad games on Beatrix, it's a bit too tilting to go for it last game per, again, possible last game.
Let's go Saber Roam. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. Saber Roam is a one-shot against the Claude. You're standing up.
You know
last
what?
game, you're winning. You're up 3-1. Go Saber Roam, right?
I mean, safe.
Go Arlet Roam.
You know,
T-Boy
has so many heroes. We've even seen him on Nata, Selena. There's so many that he can choose from. Cho, Kupra, if he wants. Okay, Minotaur. There you go.
Less exciting, but looking at the draft, is it premature for me to say, I think we're looking at a champion of MSC here.
Oh, wow.
I think I would go with the call. As the neutrals on the desk, I think I can agree with this. Coach Yeb, you've done a phenomenal job here.
Minotaur might be boring, but it's fundamentally good. Why? Because of the knockups. It will cancel the Claude ultimate. It will make it so that the Valentina as well as the Fredrin will not have a good time.
And it will lock people down for the 1-1.
That's right.
Can we also shout out Adi, man?
Yeah, for sure.
He hasn't been shouted out. Feels bad.
Okay,
the
fine.
Achil out. His name was Achil out because it was Aku Cuman Lokal. Now it's
Okay.
Adi, Aku Demi International. That means he is here for the internationals.
That's funny.
You're funny. But either ways, yes, shout out to Adi as well. Right now, looks like the coaches are looking like how do they exit the stage? They're looking left and right.
Yeah, they're
Perhaps-
confused. They're a bit confused. How do I escape?
Well, like I said,
Welcome.
it's a game pause.
No wonder.
I felt it. The fact that they didn't leave, I'm like, okay, something's going on.
No, this is
Something's going
good.
on. You're good.
No, this is good because now we have a little bit more time because that felt a little bit rushed, right? With this being the possible last game of the season, I want us to analyze our minds.
Wait,
okay, I'm not gonna
actually,
say it,
look at
but
Boots.
analyze
What's going
it.
on, Boots?
Yeah, something's not right here.
Woods lifted his hand saying, I didn't touch anything. Right?
Uh-oh.
So I think what's going on is they wanted something else. Perhaps,
Saber Ohm.
Oh, do
I
you think it
swear to
was like
God,
a
Bo.
mispick?
maybe. Like I said in China, pro players do it.
But Minotaur was good
Yeah, it was
according
good.
to Mr. Wolf.
Yeah,
He's just
Minotaur's
being
good.
nice.
It's just- yeah. Minotaur is actually really good because it's the knockup deals with the Blazing Duet, cancels it out. You get so much rage because of the Blazing Duet anyways. So it's a fundamentally good hero here. But
Oh wait, there's a mistake here. The Minotaur brought a rival. So there's another a spell bug. Because it's not just the Minotaur, it's the glue too.
All right.
The glue and Minotaur got a rival.
Yep.
As they
Yeah, that's
enter
4
the
fingers.
game.
More
We will
fingers.
see a game remake, I believe.
Yeah, redraft, I feel.
Yep, that's going to be a
Wow.
type 4 category issue that they go and fix it up. I mean, at the end of the day, I think both teams can understand the situation that they're in. Should be fixed up relatively shortly. We've got a timer, so this gives us a little bit more to kind of talk about this so they can kind of get the entire setup done and fix whatever is necessary. Thank you once again to our marshals quickly coming into response before anything happens. Imagine going 3 minutes into this game not realizing any of this has happened, or even the professional players forced to kind of play it out.
That wouldn't be comfortable.
That would be very awkward.
yeah,
A rival glue and Minnow?
I think it was
New meta.
a rival.
I
I
mean-
haven't seen a very long time.
But then a split, right? You gotta find some way
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get to the
for
side
sure.
lanes.
Yep.
We got 4 minutes here. Anyone wants to open up a conversation?
Saber Ohm? What?
Nah, I'm sad.
Just kidding.
Miracle put the shiv away. I don't know how you brought it up on stage, but you can't be using that against the man.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anything?
you
know,
wanna
get
open the
inside.
conversation?
Okay, this
Okay.
is the conversation.
Okay.
Surely, we predicted that the Lapu-Lapu in the call will be there. Fundamentally okay for Blacklist International. It's also one of their most picked heroes for Owl, and of course, Edward is a beast with this hero. Then again, if you think about it, it seems like onic wanted them to pick up this hero. The way that
Absolutely.
they drafted it. So I'm still very scared for Blacklist International. It will really depend on how they execute this time. And it's going to be another skills issue kind of game.
Here's the thing, right? Blacklist International, they like to play a little bit more reserved and especially very, very disciplined. But I think this is going to force the evolution of Blacklist International. And especially for someone like Edward, he is going to need to catch some really big ticket items. Like how we saw when Echo versus Blacklist International during M4, we saw that these outplays make the difference. It feels nearly impossible and sometimes even a 5% chance. But when you pull it off, it swings into your favor so fast.
Right now, Mirko. It's a good thing I dropped down my mic in
yeah,
time.
actually.
Okay,
Good save.
dude. When you were talking to Oh Man Jeezy,
Oh my Jeezy, Genus.
yeah, oh my genius. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind. You know, you guys were talking about how 5 times Blacklist has entered international. They've only won once. It looks like, I don't know. Again, just looking at the draft, right? Maybe it's just gonna stay that way.
Maybe it is.
So
right?
Onyx not choking.
Onic are not joking.
It's over to Blacklist. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know. I'm just creating conversation here.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to LaFell.
Is my mic working? Hello. Test. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay, now I hear you.
All right. It's selective listening.
Selective.
She's like, yeah.
The
this
crowd
kid-
agrees.
What?
Do you think LaFell's
There
funny?
you go.
Do you think LaFell's funny?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate that.
Just so nice.
You know what? You guys can cast now. I can go home. I'm so happy. I don't even need to pay today.
Oh really? I'll take
Oh
it.
no. Let's bring it back up. So, Eterna still wants to see more games, but the reason why I'm saying this, right? Novaria and Valentina combo has been done quite a few times this
It's
series.
the flavor.
Not looking that good, especially because they don't have a lot of engagement. In fact, if I may, I kind of feel like Oh My Venus has more wins on the Minotaur than the Novaria.
Wait, can I just talk about that real quick? Because you were centering focus on the Novaria and the Valentina.
Yep.
But I want to shift that to Novaria and whoever is in the gold lane, right? Because the last time Blacklist was able to utilize the combo between the Beatrix, I felt like it synergized better than Novaria and Wanwan. That's my point.
Oh,
Novaria Claude.
I think, I think I get what you're...
You do?
Yeah, for sure. Because if
Okay.
you go for
It's a
the...
nerd. It's a nerd synergy,
Yeah,
bro.
nerd synergy. I love it.
Yeah.
The thing with...
she said she's a nerd.
The thing with Claude is that it doesn't really take good advantage of the kit that you get from Novaria as well as the Valentina. Surely you have AoE damage, but it's not like the Beatrix where you have extra hitbox, extra vision that you want. No matter
I mean,
what
you're
happens,
slowing the enemy.
for sure. But it's with the Claude, you with the Novaria. I mean, you want to stay really. You want to keep the distance. That's what I'm trying to say. And this time it's the Claude running into the Eve. Surely that's always have been an answer.
Yeah.
But with the presence of the Minotaur in this game, that's going to be shut down for sure.
I just gotta ask. Even you said the Claude is an owl kind of hero.
It is.
Like, what can we expect from him? Is he gonna play safe, or he's one of those Claudes where I have one item, I have two items, I don't care about my KD, I'm gonna go in.
Or maybe the opposite, right? Stay in lane until the game ends.
Stay in lane until a neutral objective comes up. That is definitely the Owl playstyle. So with the tempo of onic, they have disrupted that. So actually, Owl was not very comfortable in this particular series. All throughout the 4 games that we've seen, because onic disrupts that. They stop Owl from farming, and whenever he wants to get into the fight, you're gonna notice he's always late to the Lord team fights because onic disrupts it.
Actually, that'd be pretty cute, right? Seeing an owl farm.
I don't know where his head is at right now. The man is thinking about games of long and pass. I don't know, bro.
Dude,
bro.
I mean,
You know that-
imagine like an owl, like a round body.
Yeah, but Diggy is
wearing-
literally an owl.
Yeah, but wearing a farmer hat.
But Owl isn't an owl, so he's talking about the player Owl on stage right now. Who
Yeah.
isn't an
No,
owl
he's
per
not.
se,
No,
but he
no,
is
he's
going.
not.
Dude, thanks, man. Thanks for
Okay.
saying,
He's not.
You're
He's
amazing.
not.
You're amazing.
Okay.
Saved.
Get nerded.
But speaking of which, I think there's going to be 2 very pivotal moments for Blacklist International fighting around specifically neutral objectives, right? Let's set the scenario and set the parameters. And the first parameter, neutral, doesn't matter whether it's Turtle or Lord. Most likely it's going to be Lord when they have enough damage to do so. I'm expecting something along the lines of Lapu canceling out the Minotaur while also catching maybe either of the marksmen. I'm guessing it's the mid laner more likely, while Claw comes in with the Blazing Duet after they get the information from the Novaria, right? That's like the most ideal, perfect, stars-aligned moment for Blacklist International if it happens. And it's not easy to pull off, and by no means should it be the ultimate win condition overall, but I think that's the only way that they get an out in this game.
Which kind of what you just said is ideal, but so difficult. I mean, Edward, he's an able. He can
Enabler?
do it. He is an able guy to do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a weird.
that's a weird sentence.
That's a weird way to phrase it.
Has the ability. To do
Yeah,
that.
you know what?
He has the
Wait.
ability.
Congrats.
I'm
But-
sorry to disrupt this
Yeah.
conversation, right? But if this goes to a redraft, are they still going in with the same heroes?
same
exactly.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
just changing the
No,
spell.
I'm making sure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
the audience also know.
No, you know what?
Same.
I
I'm
appreciate
speaking
that.
on behalf of the
Same
audience.
room.
So, no, continue.
Yeah, but there's so much so much weight that you put onto Edward. Sanford, we saw them play the Lapu-Lapu against onic as well, and he played so good. But this time, Edward, there's so much responsibility for the guy. I wonder if he can be able to constantly do it for the next 15 minutes of his life.
Hey, yo, I mean, if Sanford, he's already coming in, 17, 18 at this point? He is a kid. I'm sure Edward, slightly older, if not the same age at this point, because they basically look like the same, probably able to make it work too.
I agree. I think Edward can pull his weight. I think the problem for
100%.
for a lot of the times that Blacklist lose isn't because of Edward. Edward gets the right picks. If he does get those right picks, he's able to carry. He's able to pull more than his weight. But how the team follows through with his plays, that's been the thing. That's been the problems for Blacklist International.
Oh, Keyboy having a reaction that he's like, ugh. Yeah, and he's putting down his phone again, so
He got petrified.
yeah, I'm just like, nah, nah.
These are sound effects.
So
Yeah.
it looks like it's for the benefit of the audience. Maybe not everyone's looking at a screen at the point where Keyboy was reacting to the camera. Like imagine a squinty face with an open mouth, like yeah.
Yeah, but do you see the person sitting next to Keyboy, right?
CW or something.
Well, which one
CW.
is it? Okay.
I wanted to bridge to CW. Thank you, Mirko. CW. I think that this player is one of the players in onic that has developed so much over the course of these seasons, right? I mean, CW was known to be that person that isn't really highlighted as a gold laner. He doesn't do the flashy plays before. People question his mechanics, micro-wise. Mentality as well. And then he started to grow. His hero pool became larger. And now we're getting to the point where, looking at the games that he's played in this series alone, he's able to pull so much with his mechanics alone.
I think it's building. He has been able to build on the foundation that he already has. I think for the hero pool, he's always had a big hero pool. In season 7 even, when they didn't win, when they got knocked out by BTR, it was also already Belric Gold. We're seeing Farsa Gold, Ilya Gold, Harith Gold. In season 8, he only, evolved from that. But he's always been the jack of all trades, but master of none, except for this with the Wan, right? But he's been able now to really focus down on just a few more heroes, and he is on another level on these heroes. The Beatrix, you saw what he was able to do on the Beatrix. The Melissa Wan speaks for itself, and the Claude. Someone who's made the Claude work throughout this tournament consistently has been CW. Chiku, even on the Claude, his comfort hero, he didn't perform. That's not a really good shout out. That's been the case for Claudes in MSC.
I would agree with you here, and I think CW is definitely one of those like harder carries that that is under the radar at times, like Eterna has mentioned before. But I think he's definitely kind of found his own way in the world, especially with the team and lineup that kind of bolsters him and puts him in these positions where he can just focus on what he wants to do, which is hard carrying games at times if he is given the right matchup. Because half the time he is walking out of that lane and he is feeling all right. He either walks up 50-50 or the most is he's down by 1 kill with a lot of outside influence, both of which brings benefit to the rest of the onic members across the map. And I think most importantly here is the fact that he is not the reason why that they are dropping games anymore. A lot of people have put so much hate over the years, blaming him for things that have nothing that relate to him at all.
Now looking at Kyrie, what is Kyrie saying here, Eterna? I can't read.
Oh, okay. I'll read it for you here. I only want to take revenge against Blacklist. I want to overcome VYs because they are the ones that make Blacklist strong. They already won a lot of championships and they have already proved it. And he's talking about the home ground advantage.
I think he's just saying like, okay guys, you're doing a bit too much. Share it around. We want a taste of the pie too. Atlas likes spice as well.
I mean, technically Blacklist doesn't have an MSC, right?
Yeah.
So, why do they have to share something that they don't have yet?
Oh. Fair point.
Eterna getting spicy.
You get out-nerded.
Oh, I got out-nerded, but look at the Marshall. You're not a nerd. You're not a nerd. We're going into the game. Game number
Till the enemy reaches the
4.
4.
No, 5.
Game number 5. Goal game number 5. Blacklist against onic.
We are here back with the 1-1 onto Chewe for onic. And of course, Blacklist first picking the Fredrin to go with the Novaria Valentina that we thought that they will be picking up. That means that Blacklist International will just fix their execution and not their draft. This is so standard. Blacklist International and onic, can they repeat the tempo that they did in the past 4 games?
Okay, if we're gonna talk about don't repeat the mistakes, let's recap of what happened in previous games. After game number 3, Blacklist has been picking up the tempo. They're pushing their foot forward and forcing things out. But they start losing around the turtle. How do you fix that? Like, don't even go for the turtle? Try to force kills? What's going on?
I guess the things that they do outside of the turtle timings, that's really what they need to go back. Like the gambit that they did, although you understand the theory behind it, the execution wasn't as perfect. They were losing the retribution. So maybe that is what they need to fix. Not the turtle fights, not the neutral objectives, because they're doing so well with that. It's what they do outside of it that loses them the game.
For this lane, though, the gold lane, I do want to talk a little bit about the selection of spells. Sprint instead of Purify. Usually, when you see this composition from onic, a lot of CC, especially with the 1-1 as well, the Purify gives you a lot of value, taking away the weakness points as well. So, what you can see from this is Blacklist wants to utilize Owl as the janitor. He wants to come in and clean up.
100%.
Yeah, right now, looking at itemization as well, looks like Owl is giving respect over to 1-1, having the steel leg plates. Keyboy doing a little bit of shuffle in front of My Venus as well as Yue. And we can hear that the Turtle now has spawned Keyboy as well as Yue trying to get level 4. It looks like they're going to get it. Wise starting up. Now Blacklist, you can't make a mistake, Edward goes in.
Oh, that's going to be a stun 2-man from Edward, Agent Zero.
What?
Instantly.
So good.
A massive play.
Excuse me, whoop. Not only did 2 members of Onyx disappeared, oh my Venus, acting like Wise, taking away the Turtle.
A good job for Keyboy defending the orange buff. Had it not, Wise could have taken it so easily. Carry will catch up. But yeah, Edward, we were talking about hyping up this guy. The way that he plays this level up is so good. He landed on 2, eliminated them. He is going to be the key for Blacklist International.
All right. Looking at Edward, honestly, very fast reactions. He used his flicker to get into a better positioning, making sure that he can get all of those hits. So, all right, a very good start because we just talked about how they manage the Turtle. This is way better. Now, how do they move things forward? What kind of plays are Blacklist trying to do? Are they going to try to control the jungle?
100%. I think that they will take the Turtle, the river first, and then the jungle, or maybe a sector of the jungle of Onyx.
All right, that's going to be the Chain CC. Good cancel on the Phantom Execution. CW, they're all the way in the bottom lane, all alone now. There's going to be a Keyboy who jumps in. CW will fall. Wise picks up the kill right now. Dominion Fury catches Dewey, but he's able to dash out of the real world manipulation. And so far, they're only game Wise goes back in front. It's a taunt and a double kill for Blacklist in the start of game 5.
And the energy eruption taunt coming out from Wise catching 2 has so much value because now you have the damage coming out from Oh My Venus. That's a second skill dealing so much damage, and the longer you stay in that spot, it's HP based as well. It means that even the tanks will suffer from the damage output of Oh My Venus. 4 assists already. You have to be looking at shutting down Wise because he's able to just set up for his team.
Dude, Novaria doesn't show off because Novaria does a lot of damage, but it's very unsuspecting. You're just staying inside the pool and you're like, I'm not in any danger. And I'd be like, wait, I thought I had more HP. What's going on? And now Onyx, they are, for now, getting controlled by Blacklist. 1.8k gold lead. Wise starting out the Turtle again. And this time, look at this. Edward goes in again.
Keyboy gonna be engaged on, pops into Dominion Fury, but it's a bit too late. It's a killing spree and a good reset from Blacklist. And Boots is able to flicker around and he pays his wrath, but it's not gonna be enough. He dies instead. Didn't even pop the split. Now Kyrie's next on the chopping block as they engage on him. Thorn Rose, but no red.
What?
No way!
He's able to escape. Sans with a real world manipulation. Wise dives in under the turret. I'm not too sure about this plays right now. How did Kai get no? Venus opens it up.
Come on.
Looking for a Phantom Execution. Kyrie! What the heck?
No way! No way! No way!
What?
That can't happen!
How?
That's illegal!
That's never happened!
Replay! Dude, okay.
It's the tick damage for sure, but why?
Replay.
I don't want to get in the field cheated. I don't want to get in the field cheated. Look at the instant replay here.
Impossible!
Dude.
He already won the fight! He gets
Okay.
Kyrie going for Yue,
He
and
did
then
his
he
red
went.
tree.
Wait. No,
He does have red tree. You have tick damage. You have tick damage no matter
No, it's
what.
from the orange. No,
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't red tree.
no,
He didn't look at the red tree.
No, wait.
It
Look,
was so far.
He didn't red tree. I told you he didn't red tree.
It's the tick damage. Wise.
The orange buff.
No, you have the passive, the red tree.
The passive.
The passive of the red tree.
Oh my god.
Dude,
No
wait.
way.
How did he? No way.
No way. Wise missed that. Wise missed that.
When God is on your side,
What do you do?
what do you do?
Oh.
I mean, people can say that's not fair, but you know what? That's life. I don't know what to tell you, man. And now Boots taking up quite a lot of damage.
Split. You can't escape from this one. A good real world manipulation stolen away now. Kyrie. There's no way he escapes from this. Phantom. Oh, okay, never mind. Phantom Execution, a runaway. CW gets a turret, dodges away from the Appraiser's wrath. Kai, finally, there you go. There you go. Finally, man.
Dude, I'm sorry. I use a lot of my energy for that one.
Yeah, same.
You know what? I'd rather be lucky than
Can't
good.
happen.
Like, what are the chances? I actually checked it out. I calculated the chances. You know how much it is?
How much?
1 in 15 million.
Well, this is not 1 in 15 million for this fight. It's all onic, 100-0. What happened? Why isn't Venus got caught? Keyboy is online. I won't look at the split, but Boots and CW responded over as the turtle should be free for Kyrie, but he goes for the purple first. No, he's rotating already. 4 seconds on Venus. He should be free. You and Edward trying to deal some damage. I'm not too sure what they're trying to achieve here. Maybe possibly winning the fight right now. Boots is fourth. Uses split. Able to escape for now, but asking the bravest fighter. Retribution by Kyrie to secure the turtle. Blacklist International able to push onic back though.
Oh, really? Blacklist International, they might have got tilted by the turtle because that fight looked like as if they're not crossing their T's and dotting their I's. They went in there blindly, and that meant that Keyboy found the opening. They didn't look for Edward first, which should have been the hero to cancel the Minute Fury or maybe just disrupt the backlines. Oh my Venus, as well as Wise, if they don't have their knockups anymore, there's no way for Keyboy to be stopped when using the Minute Fury. And there wasn't anyone from Blacklist to scout that out. That meant that onic clearly takes that turtle. And the fact that they've lost their mid lane, kind of weird for Blacklist.
Right now, looking into the situation, still 1.6k gold lead for Blacklist. So far, Al has been free farming, having 2 assists onto himself, and I gotta say, both Edward and Yue are popping off. Edward especially, I would say, is the big difference maker here, making it so that Blacklist has an easier time fighting around the neutral objectives.
It's gonna be curious, but interestingly, Blacklist are leading. So we have not been talking about Owl. This is probably the quietest game for Owl. 0-0 in 2. He's farming. I think he has the golden staff as well as the demon hunter sword. So Sans really wants to
racking out his stacks.
Yep.
He got to make sure that if Leo Murphy comes back, he's not going to be able to catch up. Now, Boots as well as Sans in the mid lane. Wise. Is he going to be that Psycho Fredrin going over to Sans? But again, Sans is one of those. Oh,
Keyboy's here.
Owl just poking out CW.
Okay, good body block as well from Keyboy. But for both of these teams, again, I think for onic and Blacklist, let's see. Mid-game power spike, who should it favor, Wolf?
Man. I guess onic, just because of carry getting level 12. I guess in a 5v5 setting, you would still favor Blacklist International. In a re-engage setup, that's when onic runs. So the power spike is definitely Blacklist International. Had it been that Wise is catching up to Kyrie's levels, Kyrie got 2 turtles out of nowhere, and now he's a level ahead of Wise.
Well, Owl with Waving Duet early, very early now. He bombs in a sprint as well. Boots gonna be gunned down. Wow, beautiful damage as Kyrie jumps into the back line. CW is still here, but it's Boots 0-4-0. Not a good stat for the captain.
Yeah, right now we can definitely see the type of player Al is. If he sees an opportunity, he's gonna go guns blazing. Not a type to look at the situation. He's just like, I'm gonna make my own luck. Kyrie now going up against Yue so far. Again, not doing quite a lot of damage. The ward dance here usually is Blacklist kind of game. Now, onic, how are you gonna fight back?
Well, Edward. He's waiting in that bush right now. No one spots him. Keyboy's already very low. If no one spots him here, Edward might go for a lot of damage.
Wow.
But finally, Kyrie is able to open up that bush. Meanwhile, bottom, you can already see Sans earlier used up the real world manipulation. A big resource here to be used up as the Lord is still being poked back and forth.
Say what you will about Blacklist, their Lord is so crisp.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. CW is looking quite low. And speaking of which, Keyboy has that flicker. I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for a Blacklist to get into the habit of grouping up, doing the ube, and then punishing that.
Watch out for Wise. Oh, yeah, with Edward as well. On the back, on the long lane. Wise is always resetting the Lord because he knows that Kyrie is a level ahead of him. So what they need to do is to kill the members of onic first. They're just using the Lord as a bait at this point.
And look at the bottom wave. It's going to come crashing down, and that's going to be a lot of XP that Boots is not there to soak in. Edward is 2 levels ahead of Boots right now. A massive advantage that they can certainly use in the next coming fights. And that's an easy siege from the minions alone.
That's
a good slow push built up. CW is the one who is forced now to be sent down below to clear it.
That's the Lord Dance of Blacklist with the long lane control from Edward. A classic.
Wow. Oh, the Blazing Duet. A big resource here, but it's actually a lot of damage. Kyrie forced to use the Phantom Execution as Boots pops in his split, but oh my Venus! Finds the kill. Boots 0-5-0. Now Keyboy, whoa, that's gonna be him taken down. Pops him into Fury in time, but there's no damage to take them down. Wise very low, Praises Wrath beautifully placed to get some more damage. CW has come back into this fight, is gonna go for one more weakness point, but Yue is able to flicker out. Shut down for Kyritos. Venus is gonna be chased down now by CW. Edward walking back, now with the Bravest Fighter. Just 2 more weakness points for CW to fly, and he finds it! Edward, now it's gonna be CW who flies around. Kyrie with the Thorn Rose, Kyrie finally falling. Edward with the flanker, but CW is able to dodge away from it. With an amazing snipe from downtown, onic outplayed in the 11th minute.
Blacklist International, they're slowly dancing in a burning room, and onic caught all the fire. We saw Chewe was able to find the kill onto Yue, but Edward was so tanky and was so on point into keeping the stacks out. Physical damage reduction with the passive, as well as the kit of Edward. He managed to survive. Then Oh My Venus closes it out. Blacklist International, they're Lord Dance. They're the masters. They've invented it.
Dude, that snipe CW was dancing around. But Oh My Venus is like, I got my eyes on you.
Got my eyes on you.
You're looking very low. Let me get you back to base. And back to base. Back to base he went.
That's the idea. I mean, folks, this is a masterclass. If you think that your enemy has a level or 2 ahead of you, play the long lane. Clear that out, shove that, clear the mid lane all the time, slow push the short lane near the Lord. Then turn into heroes first. Don't take the Lord, use it as a bait. Blacklist International, they have mastered that play. And you can see it in action.
They're utilizing the XP lead so well, because if Boots goes down, he's obviously just going to lose out on that. Now though, it's going to be the defense. Still not the enhanced Lord, first Lord of the game, so it should be cleared out by onic here, but they should lose their tier 1 in the mid lane. Good micromanagement if they only lose tier 1 in the mid lane, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Blacklist already marching down onto the tier 2. onic getting poked down under the turret. Owl goes in. Oh, they still are able to salvage it.
And right now, onic playing very well, making sure that they don't lose too much over that Lord. And I kind of feel like that second tier turret down in bot is already too expensive, honestly, for onic. So now, again, you talked about it. Right now, Edward 5-0 and 5. Boots, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
0-5 and 0. Not looking well for Boots here on this gloom.
There was a timing where Boots wanted to go for the play, for the grab. But of course, Owl already had the Demon Hunter Sword as well as the Corrosion Scythe. And it really spelled the doom for Boots. He cannot even activate his ultimate because of that. And Blacklist quietly took this in a systematic manner. Now, you're gonna wish, what if onic went for the Saber Rope? This would be different.
No.
I agree.
Mid lane gonna be pushed down. Blacklist looking for the siege, but it's a good clear from onic. That's a lot of damage though. Plays on the Keyboy. It's a real relation from Yue. Sold away with IMU will be there to push them back. Whoa! Venus!
Whoa!
Amidst the chaos, threading the needle with the Astral Sphere. The Queen. Another.
Okay. I'm sorry for talking smack about the Novaria.
Okay. Position 5, Novaria. Ladies and gents, Mr. Shop allows him to get so much farm or so many items very quickly.
Now we're looking at the siege.
Venus wants one more. Should be able to find it here. Sans might actually be forced to use the ultimate. My goodness, that damage. Oh, if it's another, then it's not human, right?
Oh My Venus is like, you know what? I'll do it myself. He got the first turtle. Wise couldn't get the other 2.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing like Kobe right now. Oh My Venus, just very much on my Curry, maybe. Yeah.
No, wrong. Okay.
Oh My Venus, Chef Venus at this point, right?
Right now, Wise is pulling the Lord over. So now, I know this is Mobile Legends, but ladies and gentlemen, let's learn how to tango with Blacklist.
Okay, again, just a few shots poking it in. But with Athena already popped in, wow, Owl doing a lot of damage just with the passive. Keyboy jumps in, but Owl's able to escape right now, and this poke is going to be onyc's demise. If they don't trigger it, or if they don't bait it out, it's going to be very hard for them to win the Lord Dance.
Right now, Keyboy already feeling quite low. CW Looks a bit hasty. I think he's feeling like I gotta have this in my hands. I gotta do something here.
Yep.
Everyone's getting poked out from onic, man. And
bit of-
wait, CW? You gotta be careful. Edward's seeing you.
He wants to push the short lane, but the long lane is already being controlled by Blacklist. Elements of the Lord dance. They're getting everything, and the aggro of the Lord is now onto Wise. That's another important element in this Lord dance.
Okay, mid lane going to be taken care of by Kyrie.
is low.
Oh, that's very, very bad for Blacklist International. Real inflation comes down. Kyrie, he can dash, but can he retreat? This is the question right now. Zhao jumping in the black side. Oh! Finds a double, and it's Wise! The Psycho Brethren! The king of the jungle!
Oh my goodness, watch out.
Secures it for Blacklist. CW running away with boots. 0, 5, and 0. Wise chasing him down, now dashing forward. They want to go for the end. This might just be it with the taunt as well. It's CW who's able to sidestep. But Blacklist International with just this wave, they might be able to end. 15 seconds on the clock for Keyboy. Can Chewe do it? Miniwave's coming down. CW goes for it. He clears it out. He clears it. No, there's still one cannon minion. Blacklist International. They are not done yet.
Blacklist International keeping the game alive. Onyx match point, game's not over. Now the score, not even just yet, but that much closer. Now, this best of 7 is 3-2.
There were only two things that happened for Blacklist International that we thought they needed. First, Edward popping off, getting the first 2 kills. Second, the Lord dance. And if there will be any kind of game that you would want to look at for you to study how Blacklist operates, the Lord dance, that's it. Every element is on point. Onyx just playing and dancing with them. In the burning room that we are talking about, they caught fire. It's because Blacklist International, they've set up the dance floor to their own advantage.
As we're bringing in Gideon Q as well as Eterna, I just would like to say to all the agents out there, you're welcome. I have used the curse ever since my inception. Wow. Now in the MSC 2023, I'm still using it well.
I gotta give it, honestly, you gotta give it to Blacklist, but especially if the MVP does not go to Edward, I'm extremely upset. He played an incredible Lapu Lapu.
6-0-6 in the end.
I mean, yeah, but oh my Venus, kind of putting a ticket there as well. Like, don't forget about me. He got the turtle.
He did get the turtle, to be fair. He did get the turtle, but I think at the end of the day, the big player had to be Edward,
I
right?
agree.
He not only tanked the damage, he found the right picks, he found multiple of the right picks, snowballed the early game, won his own lane, on top of pushing the momentum to make sure that Boots was basically done for by the 8th minute.
And I think that is very important to the strategies coming in from onic. When Boots isn't given a hero, usually is what we see, isn't given a hero that he's comfortable on, he usually doesn't perform. But this time around, who cares about the hero? Let's just shut that person down in general. And that's exactly what Edward was able to do. And that won him the MVP on the Lapu Lapu.
Agent Zero, the 0 in his name stands for the 0 deaths in this game.
Look at his face. He's like, oh,
I'm not done yet.
oh, thanks.
Job's not done. Job's not done. Okay. I think you know what? He played a very important role. Getting the first turtle, get the 2K afterwards, landing the bravest fighter so efficiently onto 2 heroes. That means that they maximized the damage output. Then there was a fight where he tanked up the crossbow tank just because of working with the kit of the Lapu Lapu, having extra armor defense. Wonderful jump. And then onto the bottom lane, they have found Chewe.
I mean, they started the snowball so early on for Lapu Lapu, but as soon as we see, okay, your lane is done, Edward, you continue winning on that side, we're going to move on the opposite side and try to get as much punishment as possible. Just notice where Edward's eyes are. Every step of the game, they already had a target in mind. First, take away the key combo starters, Keyboy in this particular case, from the side of onic, and then slowly we'll make our way up to eventually go on for that big jump onto
So and the fact that he went back to our play for Oh My Venus, that says a lot.
I mean, greed, but calculated greed. He still went for the buff. He went for the kill, and he did not get punished. I mean, he died there, but in that situation, he did get punished.
Look, the man's all business for a reason, right? He's cold. He's a cold killer. And that's why you feel like he's not keeping to himself. No, he's protecting himself from you. You don't want to be able to get that close to him because he will immediately pounce. He can't help but follow the instinct.
You have to watch out for Owl in this play, by the way. I think that this will be the play where he's able to take out Sans eventually. still credit to Owl. Oh, this is the Edward play. Look at him go. TW will get a kill, but Edward still managed to land at least 3 blows. So that gave him the shields and the defense. Almost taking out Chewe, but oh my Venus.
3, 2.
Woo, from the logo. Gets it to go.
So brutal. I don't know, because again, this was such a strong composition coming in from onic, right? Again, it felt like for the very first time that onic was not able to kind of find the win conditions they were able to create.
Owl play with the BMI to get to the backlines and Sands. That's why the Claude is the counter to the Eve.
Yeah, you can bounce out with the battle mirror image. Beautiful plays here from Owl, and you can really see what the Claude can do, right? Once you get that item power spike, just go for these fights because that's the time.
Wait. Look at the GPM. 7-7-7.
Game 7? Is that what it's hinting at?
Ooh. Well,
Scripted.
4-0-7 for Owl. I mean, we have been talking about this.
17 minutes. Spooky,
7 turrets.
spooky.
Okay. But yeah, we mentioned that the last 2 picks, Claude as well as the Lapu Lapu, they should step up. And we saw how Owl played this game. Activated once he got the Demon Hunter Sword and Golden Staff, he went in for the kill onto Boots as well as the Eve. So he knew his job, and everybody from Blacklist really rode that momentum.
I mean, they were trying to ride it as far as possible. I just feel bad for good guy Boots, right? He was doing so well for so many rounds until this game where he finally makes the first mistake, and then it just goes downhill.
Everyone has that one game, you know?
That's also true.
Let's just hope he keeps it that way.
Yep.
We'll see whether that's going to be the case, because that's not the only flaw that we saw. Number one, Keyboy going in and out. It did feel like once they started falling behind, that they kind of ran out of steam.
I did talk to Chicken and Zane actually about the Minotaur pick, and Chicken is very, very vocal about how much he hates this hero. He feels like it's so overrated. It doesn't really give much to the team when you're behind a bit because it's so squishy. You have a good engage source, sure. You have a crazy team fight ability, but you are very squishy, and when you go behind, even more so. You saw Keyboy just melted down. Boots as well.
The roamer doing the most damage.
Welcome.
What a world to live in.
Wow.
It's not the Dicky.
It's not. It's the Novaria.
Novaria. Oh, wow. And then onic, of course. The reason why Boots as well as Keyboy weren't able to do what they're tasked to do. For example, Boots needs to go on to perhaps Wise so that they can secure the Retribution. And Keyboy needs to cancel the Blazing Duet. The reason why they weren't able to do those 2 things is because of the fact that the way to go. I think they really have to look at compositions.
I think I can answer that. If they want to punish Kyrie, Kyrie always have a teammate. Even I play Kemarin, right? Yesterday I played with, and I want to kill Kyrie, but it's hard to kill Kyrie because of his teammate.
But you killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uranus.
They really know how to protect Kyrie.
Okay.
Gotcha. So every hole is going to be closed here. Let's jump into the draft, and we're already seeing right off the bat, they are so quick. We got the Arlet, we've already got the Eve, we've already got the Kadita, Toy, Yutong, and as well as Wanwan.
Good stuff.
I mean, it's so quick.
It's so quick.
It's so quick. How do you keep up with this? Echo instantly taking up Carl TC's signature inside that Lancelot and Dalar. What can you say about this?
They already know each other.
Yeah. They're so prepared. They've done their homework.
They've done more than their homework. They've done extra credit on each other, right?
It just makes sense, right? From this particular position, Wolf, you were talking about overall team compositions, right? Which direction right now?
Okay, definitely for a pick-up for the side of Echo. While on the side of onic, they want to keep maybe Valentina. Oh, there you go, the Valentina. Very important for them to take. And so far, they haven't revealed anything yet. Maybe surely you have the glue. I doubt though. onic, sometimes they kind of flex that. So we don't know yet.
I think they gonna pick Faramis.
Faramis instantly to try and counter out that glue. That could be a potential possibility. Valentina is still up, so you can at least take the, call Altar for yourself to play a little bit more defensively. But every time when we look at that first pick, they always got to pose those questions. What questions are we looking to see here from Echo? And they answer us straight away.
Barca.
Barca instead.
Instead of Faramis.
Yeah, no fairness up against the glue. I would have expected the same thing up against the glue. Very good, but it almost seems like it was too good to be true. It almost seems like onic wanted them to play the fairness, so they take the other route.
I would say though, Sans played mean Farsa, but knowing that there's already a Valentina on the opposite end, I think that this is a very early Farsa, but we do know Echo Express, part of the conditions there is burst, and Kaja plus the Farsa, there's a lot of burst in there for Echo.
What about you, Delar? Where else? You're in Onyx shoes right now.
I think Pasa also good because if you connect with Kaja, can punish the glue.
Yes.
Almost instantaneously. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the glue. It's whoever walks up to the bush first and gets punished. Now,
I think
Onyx,
Kyrie gonna play assassin.
he's gonna play assassin?
Yeah.
Hayabusa, maybe?
Keep that in mind, boys. Keep
Hayabusa.
that in mind. Kyrie on this assassin. So we get the Claude first. It's still safe. Now we start moving into the second phase. I don't know. Is Echo gonna let him play the assassin comfortably, though?
Knowing Coach Trevor and the entirety of Echo, no. I think that they will see through this.
The Ling out of there.
Yeah, they're gonna ban out Ling as well as a Hayabusa perhaps, and then force Onyx to pick up a weird, like a weird assassin. They are prepared though. They have the Kaja. Maybe they are gonna let Fanny at most.
Time and tide
Hayabusa
wait
maybe
for
not.
no man is bad.
Fanny at most, Hayabusa not. All right.
Well,
But why give the early game pressure, right? I mean, we're seeing the Beatrix get banned out. At least Onyx, they're thinking about the overall side lanes as well. They're not just targeting, okay, we're going to get hit from the assassin area. Let's make sure that we can actually have a somewhat of a convenient lane. Get rid of the Beatrix. We don't want you to be able to move out of this lane.
Also, watch out for the carry, rather. Also, yeah, they should ban out the carry here.
Benny Cutie carry for Echo, it's actually pretty strong, and in combination with the Kaja, that's a lot of burst that you have, and it is a traditional play for Echo. Somebody gets snagged, even when it's attacked, because it's a carry, you will be bursted down.
All right, that's a fair point. Delar, in your position, right, looking at where we're going so far as a glue, what are you afraid of from the side of Echo? Because it doesn't feel like you can really get punished just yet other than just Kaja.
See
I
value
think
in me?
it's already enough the
You should.
first 3 picks of Echo, but they need a follow-up damage to punish Glue and Cloud.
Follow-up damage. I'm looking at Wolf. What are we
Yeah.
looking for follow-up damage?
Would have said that it's the Grok so that you can punish it, but maybe, yeah, carry should be there. Brody, explain me. Oh, well, let's draft. Come on.
Ooh, they are going real fast. They are
This is an
wasting-
M4 draft.
Right, they are just going at it quick. And again, a lot of playmaking capabilities from the side of Echo. Onic with their very last pick and the invisible Gilang Sangs. Wow, 0 deaths during the 3-0 series against EVO's Legends. Man, kind of production kind of doing us dirty here.
Even Delar can't kill him.
Yeah. Katulad ng sabi ko kanina, follow-up damage carry. Sobrang
damage
ganda ng combo ng carry Kaja Barca.
Yep, Delar loves the carry combo with the Farsa and the Kaja. They close up with the Fanny. There it is.
You called it.
He knows his boy. Of course he knows his boy.
I already know there.
All right,
Their
Delar.
composition.
All right, Delar. Tell us, which composition do you think is better right now? Is it Echo or is it Onic?
Seriously, it's hard to Kyrie Fanny, Kalau Diaz, Snowball in early. Pasti manang. Tapi Kalau 50-50, Onyx bisa kala.
It all relies on Kyrie snowballing in the start. If they get the snowball going, they will win on it. But if it's 50-50 in the mid game, Echo will take over.
Because it's hard to... Right now, Fanny so hard to snowball right now in the early game. Because of the Dreadnought and other itemization, right?
Man, it's great having professional players on the table. Thank you so much, Delar here. Thank you for giving your insights for this game. But I think everybody is ready. Leo, would you like to take us in to the Land of Dawn?
I would love to. It's time for what many would call a grand finals worthy matchup. It's game 1 between Echo and Onic.
Oh, I think I kind of agree with Delar. Surely, we did say that they will let go of the Fanny at most, and the Hayabusa definitely going to be banned out. It's exactly what happened. The Kaja is prepared for this Fanny. The only reason why they would let this, they would still get the Fannies because the carry eventually was picked up. So there's a lot of like battle between the the junglers now, and I just love the fact that both teams gave us a first pick Lancelot, last pick Fanny, carry versus Kaltizi. How good of this is like Christmas for me.
This is an anime in the making. It is bookending the start of what could be a 5-game series.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it does go 5 games. Because if I can curse something, I won't curse the teams. I'll curse that it's going to be 3-0. To make it 3-2, I'm going to try to reverse the odds
Is that how it
right now.
works?
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it's how it works. But, you know, Leo, Wolf, there's something that, good junglers have in common. They all have K as their initial letter. Like Kyrie, Carl TZ,
Cleo.
Kyle TZ, Cleo, Kirko, Kulf,
Clefel.
Koba Zane.
Koba Zane.
Okay. Oh, but
That's not gonna fly.
yeah.
But they will, definitely.
They will.
I'm expecting a lot of anime moments in this game 1. And this, if anything, this is Echo Express.
This is definitely Echo Express. All of the ingredients are there. You have Yaoi's setup hero. It's not an AoE setup. This is a snag. You have the Kaja together with Farsa. So you already have the burst. And the thing is, they have low cooldown ultimates as well. Maybe the longest one probably is the Divine Judgment. But the entirety of the kit that you have from Echo, spammable. All of them, right? So that's it all fits the bill. While for the side of onic, very, very dependent on ultimates.
With that being said, it's a counter start for both of our junglers, the GOAT and the One. Orange for Kairi, Carl TZ going for purple here.
Early start, again, it's just the orange buff. It's a very unique path that Kyrie Sigmund in the bottom lane. This is something we don't see a whole lot of. Boots already winning in lane early on the glue matchup against the Lapu.
Well, Dilar did mention that you gotta watch out for Boots and Chewe. Here in mid, it's a little Wanderer take for onic. So already looking good in this rematch coming in from M4.
Okay, we're seeing a few trades as well, but honestly, Wolf, anything interesting when it comes to the emblems or talents here?
Not so much. I guess the Magic Worship has been, onto the Farsa has been getting a lot of attention. Now Sanji is going to be picking it up. You have to worry if you're the Claude, get hit by 2 Feather Dishak. In the late game, you might die.
Oh. So, again, it's clear there's not much that Echo are hiding. As for onic, we can see that maybe if Nikki, if Keyboy doesn't find a good catch, then they can re-engage. I think that's one strength that onic has, is the re-engage. They're not as reliant on the all-in as Echo is.
That's very true. Maybe they will find their opening. They eventually, the CW will have a great time.
There you go, Kyrie jumping in all the way, deep down, but Kyrie's gonna fall here. He's gonna go for the cables. The fadeaway should not be able to kill him right now, but that was real close, so close. A bit too close for comfort.
What a pilot episode in our anime between Kairi and Carl TZ, right? The hot start there, a close call. Turtle already up. Carl TZ and Sanford on.
The Turtle, that's gonna be Boots, trying his best to look for it, but Sanford finds first blood, and it's Echo on the board with the first Turtle. Kyrie looking for the invade already right now, has the retribution advantage, but Yaoi's walking back in. Divine Judgment's right there, but Cable actually saves him for a bit. Kyrie able to steal away the purple, but the Cable's there! But Carl's chasing him down, Keyboy forced to flicker out, Sans has stolen the Divine Judgment. But onic, they pull back. They do not want to stay too long.
Now, Kyrie is playing so aggressively. This is, typically I know Kyrie is not an aggressive kind of guy, especially with the Fanny. Surely he get kills and he will die for sure, but it's not like aggressive.
Wait.
Kyrie.
Oh, yes, Keyboy. It's fine. He knows it.
You were saying?
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie is more of a calculated aggressor. He waits for his time, but this time it seems like there's no wait on Kyrie. This love myself era is totally different,
Definitely, it seems like what happened yesterday and how he was after that sweep against EVOS Legends is propelling him forward. This is momentum on the One. Looking at their items here, it looks like Boots built the Warrior Boot. So he understands that, this is Echo Express. I have to accept that these basic attacks are going to hurt. There's a pull!
Divine Judgment locking them down, and Kyrie picks up the kill with that Master Assassin emblem. Clean combo gets them on the board, equalizing the kill score 1-1.
And there's Spotty Boy, bouncing ball on through, Phantom Execution. Oh, here comes Chewe.
Are we just putting a spotlight on Kyrie for the past 3 minutes? I guess that Carl TZ has been very quiet, only getting the turtle, but it was even uncontested. So this is scary though for onic because it means that this Carl TZ treat is just gonna be boiling for now, and when it does pop, you're gonna be ready if you're onic.
I mean, you don't last this long in the realm of MLBB sports if you don't have patience, right? We've seen Carl TZ through his child prodigy era. We've seen him through the tank jungler era. And now we've come full circle. He's back on the Lancelot starting this turtle.
Purple buff ready, Keyboy now with counter measure. At the race, it's going to be flickering. That's Kyrie who picks up the kill on the go. Restream on point. Kyrie picks up the turtle right now. Sanford's going to be engaged on. Boots mounting him up, bringing him back. Feather airstrike coming out to deal some damage back also. But Keyboy finds a good time's revenge to cancel that feathered airstrike up. Good trade from Echo though. They're already looking to rotate around, mirroring onic up top.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a tug of war. The first turtle going in favor of Echo uncontested. And we get to see through the replay how onic managed to get the turtle and get the kill onto Carl TZ. And there are so many other ingredients that's very important here. Look at the positioning of Boots and Keyboy's timing. Pops the ultimate, no save whatsoever from Echo. The burst was there with Suns as well as Kyrie just throwing everything onto Carl TZ. Even a Tanksalot will not survive that kind of burst down coming out from onic.
It's just the same. You have to admire the discipline, the trigger discipline of Echo, because just any other mid laner might have popped the feathered airstrike there and still died.
Yeah.
And then Sanji and Sanford then they said like, yo, this is not a fight we should be taking. Let Kyrie have this time. We'll try to bounce back. So yeah, this is a clear win for onic, who's up ahead now by about 400, 500 gold.
This is a very sketchy situation. Both flickers are up. CW, that's going to flicker onto him, but that's going to be the lockdown as well. Sans not able to respond it over. Sanji with the burst, taking CW down. And that is the Echo precision. Fast-paced combos. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit of a skirmish between the one and the goat.
Yeah.
How much damage do you want? Yes.
Echo read through that though. onic, for sure that there will be a movement onto Chewe's lane, the gold lane, and Echo also have two people in there. It was a 3v3. It seems like they don't know that that's happening. At least they don't have the confirmation. But understanding the pattern of their opponents, they know that's happening.
That's a fadeaway as well. Kyrie's still able to escape for now, but the fadeaway is going to hit him, and it's going to be the kill. Benny picks it up. The feather airstrike locks Keyboy down as Yaoi puts some slow onto him. Carl with the phantom execution onto the back right now with the Thorn Rose as well, but he does not find a connection on those skills. But Echo have gotten back the gold lead as the turtle spawn.
What a conceal coming out from Keyboy to get out, but definitely Echo winning that fight, locking down the Fanny. Big props to Sanji actually connecting on the curse, and then he gets the stun afterwards. That's the reason why Kyrie was brought down. You know, there was an update on the Fanny, right? If you get stunned, your cables will not push through.
Oh, and what that leads to is a 1,000 gold lead for Echo. And this was a clear statement, a message to whoever's watching. Because if you look at Carl TZ's inventory in just a bit, he first built War Axe. So he's still on a one-way road to snowballing.
Divine Judgment again, only on the Keyboy though. They gotta be careful right now as Kyrie builds up the cables, jumps in on the back line without a Divine Judgment to play with. Benny is gonna be caught, but nice flicker to get out. That's a feathered, nope. That's actually the Wings by Wings used up by Sanji. He's holding on to that feather airstrike as the Divine Judgment actually connects onto Carl TZ, but the burst is not gonna be enough as the feather airstrike comes down the flicker. Sans is one, and he falls to Sanji with a brilliant flicker maneuver.
Oh, Echo really did outplay onic in there. And onic, they tried to go for a play. CW didn't have the stacks. He was actually just, you know, he's just like a spray gun holding on to Echo, and they just got out. When Boots wanted to go for the play, the flicker was there from Benny Cutie. Then Boots was trapped, but it was Sans who was taken out afterwards because everybody was just dialing down on saving Boots. I think that's a bad decision from onic overall.
Yeah, no. And to think it was Boots who was the aggressor. It was Boots who was cutting deep behind Tier 1, right in the middle of Tier 2, trying to get that mount on Sanji. And I gotta say, man, Sanji, I thought I saw everything. But here he outplayed 3 members of onic and still got a kill on the way out. Spent the flicker, held on to the feather airstrike for the perfect moment.
Sans is no longer invincible. One death.
That's right.
Because of Sanji.
Because of Sanji.
Oh, Sanji. Of course, with the magic worship, you know that he's going to be packing up a punch. Believe that he does have the Clock of Destiny anyways. Oh, I think that onic really just have to, you know, relax a little bit. I think that they're trying to match the Echo Express. And honestly, in this game, if you're looking at Echo, they're not even like putting on the gas pedal. They're just waiting for the steam to, you know, fire up.
It's not as fast. They're at 3rd gear, 4th gear tops here.
Yeah.
We've seen him definitely go much faster. And I think the fact that onic are actually porcupines and not hedgehogs might be the reason why. They can't go just as fast, especially since they're still waiting for CW to farm up. They're waiting for Keyboy to get a good setup, and the whole disengage, re-engage won't work this early on.
or dance. I believe that there's a lot of merit for Echo.
Divine Judgment locking him down. Carl picks up the kill. Sans. He's gonna fall. Kyrie now, knowing there's no Divine Judgment, wants to go for some kills, but Carl Easy evades from it. T-Boy charging up the top defense now with the rage as well. That's gonna be the first coming down as that's Yaoi picked off. Boots in the midst of it all right now with a flicker out with the split. CW clearing out the mid wave, jumping back to the BMI. Boots not stunned up, baits out for the airstrike. Kyrie still looking for the cables. Red Tree battle coming down. Carl versus Kyrie, 50-50 on the board. CW jumps in a Kai with the Red Tree battle. CW jumps back right now with some damage once again, but Betty Cutie in the back as well. It's doing a lot. Jump forward. CW should fall here, and onic lose out 3 members.
A 3-for-1. Eventually, Kyrie coming out with the Lord take. What's the economy on this?
Definitely Echo. Despite onic getting that Lord, even when Kyrie had a level disadvantage, winning the fight, that is what matters more. They get 3 kills out of that, and now they're farming so heavily. And Echo, they will just clear out the waves. They're going to be A-okay. The fact that Benny as well as Carl-TZ were untouched during that fight, that was massive for Echo. onic, however, you know that they have a plan here. They wanted to go for the jump onto Yaoi, was able to get it. Then, of course, CW with his jump with the Blazing Duet was actually well done. However, the second fight afterwards, that is what Echo found and won, and they also got the economic advantage afterwards.
Kibo here, right out the bush, spotted by Sanford. No sneaky jumps here, and just like that, it definitely was a win for Echo. They decimate and destroy the Lord. Not much of an advantage. Kyrie spotted out here, cabling on through. It looks like this 2K gold lead for Echo is small, despite going 8-3. Wait, there's a pull!
Holding on to Boots though. He's still holding on to that split. And onic will not let Boots get taken down. That's a bravest fighter as well, defensively.
It's a small 2K lead.
Yeah.
There's not much Echo can do with this until they find another angle, until they shot the system.
Another airstrike though. Boots now finally forced to pop that split. Even a conceal from Keyboy. Defensive maneuvers from onic, reacting a lot to Echo's plays.
Well, Echo's like, they're definitely like orcas, like sharks, you know? When they smell blood, they're gonna hunt for it. And this weakness coming out from onic, where they already used the ultimate on Boots as well as the conceal, they are gonna smell that, and they definitely will make a play.
They're just waiting. They are cordoning off where onic is allowed to move. And as a Fanny, that's not the best thing to do. That's not an ideal situation. The one here isn't getting as much as he wants from the map. Yes, he's sitting at 3-1-0, but Carl-TZ is just going ham on these objectives. The only real thing that Carl-TZ left out to the open was that turtle that he lost to in the trade and that Lord. I'm wondering, we got a Lord coming in about half a minute here. And it looks like onic is just pushing the advantage. They understand that this is the tempo we have to go at.
Okay, Carl dashing forward right now is 1v1. Carl versus Kyrie. Band of execution, but Kyrie wins out on the Red Tree battle. That was for 2 Red Trees, and Kyrie won. The 1 is here.
The
This
prelude
is
to
it.
the next Lord. Oh my goodness.
To be
Anime battle.
continued.
We waited for this. So what? That's what, season 2 or what? Or is it still season 1?
We're still in season 1.
We're still
in the
season 1, that's
beginning.
episode
It's
6.
game 1 out of best 5.
Okay, okay.
Yep, it's season 1. We've got the pilot, and then now we're waiting. It's a big fight!
Divine Judgment and cancels out the bravest fighter. Sanford's gonna be shut down. Keyboy walking in the mid right now, getting top by Divine Judgment. It's that's gonna be Sanji in the back. Now with a feather airstrike, locking Sans down. Sans going out, but the Magic Worship is dealing a lot of damage. Carl-TZ moves forward with a crunch and bot right in time. The Thorn Rose is right there. Carl-TZ with a kill. CW walking back, dealing some damage onto Carl. The goat, but the cable comes through. The Thorn Rose is there, but it's not enough to save the goat's life. onic slowly but surely coming back in the game.
Ooh, very good start for onic as they have found the opening. Sans finally getting a good stack with a copy that Divine Judgment, but he died in the end. Still, the Winter Truncheon that we pick up very early. Arguably, at 13 minutes, you already have the Winter Truncheon. It was utilized in perfect purpose, I would say, for onic because they bought time for Carl-TZ to be put in a bad spot.
onic pulled the rug right underneath Echo's feet. They were just waiting to set up. I think Echo was looking for this engage, the pincer maneuver here in bottom, but Sans, he went up and he tried to outplay Carl-TZ. He tried to buy time, but they didn't know, they didn't see. Kyrie was speeding down there and this is what? Notch one up for the 1 against the GOAT.
Important thing to take note is that Chewa is quietly doing the right moves, although he died twice twice. That was actually a good move that he did to zone out the remaining members of Echo, then went back to deal the damage to Kaltizi, then contributed to the kill. Keyboy, after the snag of Sans already, it's weird that he still went in. That looked really dicey for onic. They could have lost the fight because of that. But things have happened, and now onic have equalized.
I think it's a matter of timing, and again, tempo. onic are calling the shots at this point, and now they're making the most of their battlefield mobility. The speed at which CW can cut through the jungle compared to Benny Cutie, how Kairi just has energy all the time, and of course, Keyboy finding these odd angles, these diagonal jumps, is just going too fast. It's not speed-wise, but, you know, mentally overloading Echo.
Remember to change. Whoa.
Winter Truncheon from Sans.
Beautiful Winter Truncheon by Sans to escape the Divine Judgment. My goodness gracious. Wow. That's the Gila Sans we were expecting from MPL Indonesia, but my point earlier, I wanted to say, wait, they're still going. Carl actually jumps forward. Phantom execution. Aggressively moves down, jump forward as well, Sans. Wait, it's 2v4! What is going on? They're still able to be alive, Boots! What? How? How did it happen? Boots finds a kill in the midst of Echo!
And he lives!
What?
Kaltizi. Really unnecessary jump from him. Sans outplaying Yaoi first, that's good. But then again, the secondary jump where Kaltizi was, it was punished because Boots went for the 1-2 and the flicker.
Okay, split, Divine Judgment. There you go.
There you go.
I mean, Boots, he's telling his team to be careful, but he needs to be careful sometimes too.
It took a while.
He
did way too much to even warrant that death.
Yeah.
Now, Wolf, you were saying.
Yeah, it's the 1-2 with the flicker in the middle. That's the play when you are going for the glue, and then it hit Kaltizi, because Kaltizi not only jumped, he also utilized the Thorn Rose very earlier on. So that's why there was no way for him to dodge the 1-2 flicker from Boots.
What happened? The gold shifted so fast from CW, because earlier it was Benny holding the goldie like a massive one.
Now had 4 assists. The average also kicking in, and
That's right.
you have so much. This is critical mass. We were talking about onic have reached it.
And again, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know exactly the map movements, but CW has had an easier go at the lane, given the speed that onic has just suddenly stepped on the clutch with. Now, this is a river controlled by onic. You see how Echo are suddenly on the defensive. They're the ones who are scared.
For good measure, though, because this is a very strong lineup now for onic.
There's so much re-engage potential. Even if they don't find their initial target, they can just reset. And again, even if it's just one, they take down one. And earlier, it was Kaltizi within his own base, off of Boots, who survived. That's the ideal here for onic. Now they engage.
Divine Judgment now locking Keyboy down. He still has the mortality right now. Kaltizi going to be able to dish out some damage. That's going to try to airstrike as well. Keyboy flickering out. Disengage properly. Kaltizi versus Kyrie on the Lord. Sanford going to be brought back to the team. And CW does some damage. Who's going to win? It's Kyrie! Who is the Restream? Benny against the world! But what are you going to do when 5 members are still alive from onic? They are able to secure the Lord and win a team fight.
Off the back of Keyboy's perfect jump, Kaltizi was compromised and Kyrie just had to press the button. And now, they're threatening the finish. All 5, just Sanji and Yaoi left.
Kai with the cables, onto the back, Sanji gonna be zoned away. onic looking for the play right now as Yaoi gets destroyed in the front. Sanji with a desperate attempt with the feather airstrike. They're all marching down the flicker defensively. onic have won a game, and it is the first game in the series.
An amazing start to what we all expect to go all 5 games. onic finds a window, stops the speeding Echo Express in its tracks.
The chemistry from onic and was there. And Coach Yim wasn't kidding when he told me that he told everyone what they needed to do in specific team fights, and they obliged. They happily followed the format and the formula that Coach Yim and Adi laid out for them. Keyboy had immortality, and he knew that he can be the sacrifice. He burned the Divine Judgment. He went back with a jump, and Sans initiating with the bravest fighter to help Kyrie secure that Lord. Retribution. It wasn't just Kyrie's effort, it was the entirety of onic just in perfect unison to win that game.
And now comes into play what Dilar mentioned. It's not as easy to take care of Kyrie. He had a slow start the first 2 to 3 minutes of this game. didn't look very good for the one, but eventually, with the help of Sans, with the help of Keyboy, and Boots in the odd angles, onic scores one. Gideon, you see that?
Moment of that game, and I was not expecting it to look like this. I really didn't. I thought it was the 1 plus the 4 that makes it work, not the fact that when it comes down to the neutral objectives, it's the 4 that makes up that 1. Kyrie, he's got a perfect team around him, and I think that in one of these few times, right, you guys don't get to see this on the desk sometimes, but Mirko's face after that game, the insane steal, I wouldn't even call it a steal, the insane fight around the Lord was just nuts.
It was
I almost
nuts.
lost my voice with that one. I thought Carl got it. You know, Lance, Phantom Execution, he built up the stacks as well. That's why I said, who got it? Who got it? Kai got it.
And watching it again, you're gonna see it's not just Kyrie's effort. Sans copied the Divine Judgment. He timed it so that there will be no chance at all for Kaltizi. onic really knew what he needed to do, but of course, it wasn't just that. Kyrie was so active, and like I told you, I've seen a lot of Kyrie games, and this is probably the most aggressive that he was. Typically the calculated aggressor, but he knew that he has to be aggressive so that nobody will be looking at Chewe.
Was that the last Lord fight? Was it the Keyboy jump and the Divine Judgment?
That's right.
Oh, wow, all the worse.
It literally was a game of rock, paper, scissors. Even amongst you and me, Leo, whenever we play rock, paper, scissors, we're trying to think one step ahead like Carl TC. But notice in these fights, right? First, it was Keyboy catching him, and he's like, okay, I adjusted for Keyboy. Next thing you know, Divine Judgment starts being added into the mix. Man, when does it stop?
I hope that it doesn't though, because I really want to see more from these teams. Look at this, Carl TC just jumping in, Boots ready with the mount, the grab. Like I said, the 1-2 with the flicker that's allowed him to get enough stacks. Oh, watch it for Sans. Look at him. No words to describe this. He finds Yaoi, then goes back. Carl TZ puts the Lord low. Kyrie's waiting in there. Sans is gonna time it. Look at the threshold. It was so good.
It was a suppress. That's worse.
It wasn't a 50-50.
It wasn't. It was 100-0.
Man, all planned, all pre-planned right from the start. It's great that we got at least a heads up from the general himself, because again, they said if Kyrie is able to snowball out of control, and even Echo was aware of that, trying to slow them down as much as they can. And now that we jump back into the post-game stats, what could have Echo done better?
Really, just play better, you know? The draft wasn't wrong. The way that they're playing, it wasn't wrong. But it's just that during important moments, it's just the way that they chose their fights was, like I said, unnecessary jumps from Kaltizi in the mid lane before that Lord fight happened. And they thought that they had a free pass because they landed the Divine Judgment onto Keyboy. But Keyboy planned it all along. Maybe if we can flip this page and see what the items are, I'm going to point out 2 important items. First, Immortality on Keyboy. So much value in that because he knew that he had to be the sacrifice to tank and soak the Divine Judgment. Next, you have the Winter Transient on Sans. So many people will say that, okay, that was far too early. But Sans knew. There was so many clashes that was won because of the Winter Transient picked up by Sans.
Bargain Hunter.
Yep.
That emblem, Bargain Hunter, allowed for him to get a full build in under 18 minutes.
He was doing it quick, and I wanted to point out Sans as well. I'm looking at you, Mirko, because again, when they said Gilak Sans, has he hit a new level this time?
I don't even think so, right? Because there were a few mistakes in this game that I usually don't see Sans do. We saw yesterday he was able to completely outclass his opponents in game against Evos. A few Winter Truncheon plays, Flicker plays to read out Divine Judgment. Here he was caught a few times, so he looked human, which is already pretty rare to see for me, especially after watching MPLID, after watching them in the group stage as well.
Hey, this is Echo that they're facing. I think that you have a warrant to be to be challenged. This is, I mean, we're living in Echo and Onyx's world now. Can we say that? Can we
Season
agree to
1's
that?
done.
Yeah, Season 1 is done, and we're already moving on towards that next step. Onic has taken that first win, and now the comeback arc coming in from Echo is going to be the key, or whether standardization is the way to keep the mental strong. Let's jump right into the draft here.
I have a wish though. I hope the Lancer was also picked up, maybe from Onic or from Echo. But I think that you look at that game from Kaltizi, that's just a rain check. Do not judge Kaltizi's aptitude on the Lancer just because of one new goal. It's granted. Wish granted.
See, Echo stays the blue. or in this case, first pick, and then they course correct. They take out the glue. That was a little too much coming in from Boots.
I totally agree there, and especially since like even Delara was saying like just go for the Faramis. That could have been an easy counter, but that's just not the style that they want to go for right now. They really want to make sure that that Sand duo is going to be nice and strong, and they can scale towards the later stages of the game.
Very good. Then I picked Kadita. I really like it. But there's the Grok. Well, you know, just as we talk about it, Valentina and Grok very quickly picked up. I wish this is a Boots Fredrin though. I'm gonna say carry an assassin once again. This means though that maybe you go Beatrix or Brody on Chewe instead of the Claude.
That's what I was thinking too. You know, if you're going in blind, you might as well have somebody who can force out priority whenever you're feeling like it, right? But we can't forget this. I feel like I've seen this pattern, almost like deja vu in a matter of fact. Like especially from Echo, the fact that we see this Grok might just be going for Sanford this time. Something a little bit more stable, something that can also force priority and make that big impact during these Lord secures. Because remember, Power of Nature deals a lot of damage, and especially with Master Assassin, you pair that up with Retribution, you might get 100% secure rates.
I was about to say Melissa could be a pick here, because understanding again, last time they met, Benny was able to kind of counter the Grok with the Melissa. Back in the day, there was a weird interaction, again with the go away, able to cancel that wild charge. So Melissa, up against the Grok, it no longer can do that. The wild charge goes through the go away. But the Valentina and the Lancelot, with the first 3 picks for Echo, it's setting up for a front-to-back composition again. They want, onic wants Echo to pick up something like a Brody, a Carry,